come in, and the next morning on 95.5 WSB, your 2024 election station. It is 63 degrees in Atlanta. Do we have any rain chances ahead? Meteorologist Christina Edwards has Atlanta's most accurate and dependable forecast coming up. Gwinnett police have a plan in place to keep voters safe tomorrow.
Extra security measures are being put in place in Gwinnett County to make voters comfortable about casting a ballot. Corporal Juan Matiedo says they're not expecting any trouble.
We don't foresee anything happening. We've had past elections here with no issues, but just in case, that's why we have all hands on deck of approach, basically.
The Coordination Center and Real-Time Crime Center will be fully staffed, while sheriff deputies staff polling places. Gwinnett police will also be driving by all locations. Lisa Nicholas, 95.5 WSB.
A man who stole over $1.3 million from his own mother is sentenced to 10 years in prison in Cherokee County. 64-year-old Thomas North III is charged with neglect, exploitation, and theft of an elderly person. Woodstock police started investigating after a family member reported the victim's bank account had been wiped out and she was about to be evicted from the assisted living facility where she lives. New developments today after videos surfaced showing altercations between deputies and fans at Saturday's Georgia-Florida football game in Jacksonville. The sheriff's office is investigating. It says it will release body cam footage. One fan, Jeremy Williamson, says the incident he recorded was over an argument about verifying a digital ticket.
They made contact with this man, and when he said, I'm not leaving my seats, I paid for them, and they immediately pulled a taser on him.
Jacksonville Mayor Donna Deegan calls the videos disturbing. The sheriff's office says it won't comment until all the facts are known. It is now 3:03. The Von Haessler Doctrine begins in less than 2 minutes. Right now, live team coverage of traffic and weather. And in the 24-hour traffic center, it's Veronica Harrell.
And talking about delays now over in Gwinnett County with this crash, 985 northbound, north of State Route 20, Buford Drive, exit 4. You have cars off to the left, off to the right, and it is causing some brake lights for you. You are dealing with some brake lights over on Georgia 400, but that's because of construction. 400 northbound, north of Windward Parkway, exit 11. It takes out a right lane. You are dealing with a slow ride downtown. Overall, not so bad, so I'm going to call it sluggish, though. 75, 85 north and southbound between University and 17th Street. I'm Veronica Harrell, 95.5 WSB.
I'm WSB meteorologist Christina Edwards. Cloudy skies today, a few isolated rain showers possible, high 68, lows tonight in the low 60s. Tomorrow, starting off cloudy with sunshine in the afternoon, high 77. The cloud cover returns on Wednesday with scattered rain showers, high 72.
It's 59 in Lawrenceville, 63 in Ackworth, and 61 in Forest Park. More news at 3:30. Breaking news when it happens. I'm Bill Caiaccio, 95.5 WSB.
These people just make noise and basically waste our time.
Dear members of the media and the public, I welcome you.
Live from the heart of Atlanta, Georgia, and beyond, hour one of the Von Haessler Doctrine begins right now. I am your lovable, huggable radio chat host, Eric Von Haessler. The other voices you hear are the Doctrinaires. Man of 1,000 voices, Tim Andrews. Lady of 184.7 characters, Autumn Fisher. The man behind the glass, George Clark. And the handsomest producer in all of producery, Jared Yamamoto.
I think we have our first election prediction in right now, Eric.
All right, and should we make way? Do we have special music? Do we have an election desk? Have we gotten anything going here on the Von Haessler Doctrine?
This is
I'm
literally
looking at commercials during the NFL on Fox where, hey, everybody's talking about we're going to have whiz-bang technology for this election. You're going to see stuff like you never seen before. Does the Von Haessler Doctrine even have an election desk? And it could be just an old stupid desk from, they pull from downstairs.
It's just Autumn sitting there.
Is that
yeah, I'll be tallying,
Yeah.
With a pen.
Can you do me a favor? Wear one of those hats that has the word press sticking out of it. It'll make me feel.
There we go.
Oh, you know what? And then when I'm like tallying things up, I'll put that visor that has like the green thing.
Yeah, and then talk like a 40s reporter in a movie. Like,
all right, see, we got to get these numbers to the people. See.
All right, what are you trying to tell us?
Many are saying this is a bellwether here. Just broke
Many
here.
are saying.
Many are saying.
There's 330 million of us. I don't know exactly, but Many are saying.
You're familiar with the viral baby hippo named Moo Dang, right?
I have been trying to ignore this phenomenon, but I have not been completely successful.
It
So
has
I
been
have
an
seen
internet sensation,
because
and
people are stupid.
they did a cake contest earlier.
A
and
cake contest? Was it the little, what is it, a rhino? What is it?
It is a baby hippo.
Yeah,
Hippos
that's
eat
right.
cake. That's their natural.
Is that their favorite
Go-to,
thing? Well,
yeah.
if they were in the wild, that's what they would do.
Well, that's
They
why
would-
they die out,
yeah,
because they don't have anybody to bake it.
Well, they usually they'll rampage a kid's birthday party. That doesn't work out very well. Yes.
Well, they put a Kamala cake and they put a Trump cake, and Moo Dang selected Trump to win the 2024 election.
I knew that the
we like
giant
do we
hippo-
love Moo Dang?
Do we love? How do you say it?
Moo Dang.
Moo Dang. Moo Dang.
So many are saying
What
this
if
is the
Moo Dang
indicator.
just wanted to attack Trump?
I was going to ask the same question as usual. Autumn Fisher and Eric Von Hessler in just absolutely thinking absolutely in sync as usual. This was the we're two people who are responding to trauma, so that puts us
Two
into
peas
the
in a
same,
pod.
Yeah, 2 peas in a pod is what we. And I was going to ask the same thing. Maybe the hippo just wanted to destroy that face on that cake.
Perhaps, maybe, but people are saying though
People are saying
that this
Many.
is the
Many.
bellwether. This is the indicator.
Well, let me just say
this is the first election predictor of this cycle here.
That's all you need to know about the Von Hessler Doctrine's election coverage, because we're this is our coverage. Many people are saying that this could be, maybe,
Experts
and
say.
might be. They're not all experts. So many people are saying it that
Hippo
many
experts.
of them, well, they are. We have that good open mic about experts. Good time to bring it up. Was it a hippo expert? Was it an election expert? What kind of expert was it?
Hello, Eric Von Hessler.
Hello.
Anthony from Duluth. A couple of years ago on the news, when they were announcing the time change for the fall, the reporter stated, experts say this is the perfect time to change the batteries in your smoke detector. And I'm thinking, okay, what experts? Smoke detector experts? Time change experts? Or battery experts? Who are these experts? Anyway, you guys have the best show in the land.
Yeah, they might as well have
in
said.
the land.
In the land.
Love that.
We're like Kiss, the hottest band in the land, or they say in the world. I always remember it as in the land.
You wanted the best, you got the best.
Are they
That's
the
all
hot?
they say.
No, they said the hottest band in the
World.
Oh, I always in my brain I always heard land because I band and land.
Even
they really
at
missed
sea.
what. You know what? They might have done a little bit better had they had my thoughts that band and land rhyme.
It
So
could
go
be.
with
I
that
forget.
one.
I don't know.
I think you're right. I think it is the world because I've been disappointed. Hey, I learned something before we get to the word of the day. I want you to know that over the weekend, while the rest of you were just lollygagging about and thinking, oh, I don't have to worry about it, Eric will think of something. While the rest of you were out
What a setup.
doing your own things. I, of course, as usual, was setting this brain not only to how can I have a great show for the people on Monday, but me personally, always learning. You know what I learned this weekend? And this'll, if you don't know this, it'll kind of knock you out. This is what I learned. As much as we use them, and as they are ubiquitous in this world, almost never for anybody does a cell phone show up in a dream. Think about it. Think about it. This is something that's around you all day long. Computers as well.
Okay, when you thought about this, how many gummies were you in?
Well, I wasn't thinking about it. I was reading about it.
Oh, you're
So
reading
I
about it.
was
Okay, I
watching,
thought this was like your thought. Okay,
no.
fine.
I read this study, and then I watched this guy who has what I think is the most plausible theory about what dreams are, where they, everything that I've ever seen, and I won't go into that whole thing. But as part of it, it was that there are no smartphones and computers in dreams, and there's a reason why, and it's the same reason. Now, there may be a smartphone in your dream, there may be a computer in your dream. But what's not happening is you are not tapping on the smartphone. You're not scrolling the screen. You're not doing the thing that you do in real life. And this comes from the fact that even though a lot of us through many ages have sat down and read books, sitting down and reading books does not come up in dreams either. There may be a book in a dream. Working out any sort of math doesn't happen in dreams, even though sometimes you might you might be presented with a math problem, but if you notice, it becomes gobbledygook. Like you might see a book, but if you try to read it, it becomes gobbledygook. You might see something, you might have a math problem, but if you tried to, and the reason is because the part of your brain that works on task is shut down. I put the first S enough, I thought, to pick up for the plural. I said task. So I felt like
it's about a T-A-S-S-K instead of T-A-S-K-S.
Yeah, I think there's two S's in there. You put them in whatever order you want to. That's the way I'm.
Okay. So they don't want logic. They don't. Your brain isn't processing.
Do you
logic.
want me to tell you how I think that this guy figured it out? And and he's a neurologist, and so it's peer reviewed. So he and somebody did the study, and he was explaining it. And I wish I should know his name to give him credit, and people are trying to figure out dreams for the longest time. Again, it's something that we put a lot of significance to that really isn't. So it turns out that blind people, so the part where the visual is, I'm going to try not to use any real terms because obviously I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. I just saw this over the weekend. But the part of the brain where you get your visuals from. So in blind people, that part gets taken over by the other senses. It doesn't just lay there dormant, not working. All of the other senses go in and encroach on its territory. That's why blind people have more of a sense of smell, more of a sense of touch. The other senses are heightened because they go in there and they use what used to be the visual area. And so this guy, in his studies, they would blindfold people. And what they found out is if you blindfold somebody for an hour, that process begins. The takeover of the visual area of the brain by the other senses starts within an hour. So the theory is because dreaming is a purely visual thing, pretty much a visual thing, it's just the brain is just pushing random data in there to protect the borders of the visual area of the brain from being taken over, because you have to remember, before electric light and before the harnessing of fire, most of humanity had to endure at least 8 hours of complete and total darkness for every day of their life. So it's actually it's compensating and just throwing stuff in there so that it holds the borders and the other senses don't rush in. And there's a whole lot more as to why we assign, metaphor to it and everything like that. But it's complete nonsense. It's just something that we assign.
So it's the algo, just showing you what you've already seen.
It's not even showing you that what you've seen and the sense that you make out of that data has more to do with memory channels that were created before you were 10 years old than anything else. And that confines it. Also, they've done studies since the 50s and found out that all over the world, no matter how you interpret your dreams, there's only like 6 things that can happen. Falling, can't get to something.
Teeth being pulled.
The stress dreams, all of that kind of stuff. And it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if it's Colombia, Japan, China, America. So I learned a lot about dreams. And what I've learned is it's yet another thing that apparently means nothing, and all the significance that we put into it is something that we throw at it. It's just random data.
I could see.
Our memories pick up from it and turn it into a story. One more thing. You always hear this. I always grew up with this idea that, and I know election day is tomorrow. We'll get to it. We're talking about how. I just figured out what dreams really, really are. So I grew up people telling me that you dream in black and white. And it turns out that the people who said that mostly were the people who watched black and white television and watched black and white movies most of their lives, because the story center of the brain gets involved with trying to interpret this data and the storytelling part. Because Freud, in the late 1800s, early 1900s, when his clients are talking about their dreams, they're talking about all kinds of color. And then people your age, Jared, tend to say they dream in color. But you got this group of people who dream in black and white, and then people like my wife and myself are hybrids. We do both. The first 8 or 9 years of my life were black and white entertainment, and that's it. That's all I'm going to tell you about dreams. But
we need to give this information.
They're not giving you information from some other dimension. That's unfortunately, the world would be cooler, whichever's proper. If we knew we were getting messages from another dimension or something. That's not happening.
I think that once Trump gets his hands on this information, building a brain border will definitely be part of his campaign.
Yeah, we got to protect the visual. You got to protect the
They
brain
already
border.
have it. It's already there. Unless you are voting for Kamala, then you've got no border.
Now, can anybody prove me wrong here, or at least tell me that I'm wrong? Does anybody have any memories of tapping on a cell phone or a laptop during your dreams?
I remember watching TV, but not seeing what was on it. You just knew that the TV
there's
was
so
on.
much. And I've always thought about this about dreams. Is I feel like they're a big bunch of mush. I was saying this to my kids, and they're like, "Oh, you're an idiot." I've begun to wonder if I actually ever see anyone else's face in a dream. I seem to know it's them.
You know who they are.
Well, that's
Yeah,
and that's how they change in that weird dream logic where it's
Yeah.
like it was so and so, but it wasn't them.
Yeah, well, that's
It was
another thing.
Like it was their likeness, but then it was actually my mom.
Yeah,
like it's a weird way that your brain can.
By the way, he went through that too. The changes, the morphing that happens still has to stay within the realm of the first thing. So he went through this whole thing. You can go from mom changes into dad, changes into brother, or you can go from screwdriver turns into fork, turns into hammer, but you won't. It doesn't go from father turns into hammer. Everything has to morph into something else, and there's only like 10 of these that can happen. Interesting stuff.
It is.
Maybe not the best way to start a Monday show when we have a big election. I don't know. The audience is growing by leaps and bounds, but you know me. I'm a trauma guy. I'm always responding to the trauma, and so I'm never quite satisfied. I
feel like
I'm
I've
never
dreamed
quite
about-
happy, Autumn. You know how it is.
Yes, I know. You're very brave.
Well, that's not what I was saying. I was trying to convey that I'm very broken, but I work it out.
Well, you know what? To talk about your brokenness and
Yes.
to move forward even though you feel broken
is brave.
Very brave.
Yeah,
Yes.
I like to walk around and tell people how brave I am. I find that it endears me to them.
You should get a shirt. I'm brave.
Yes.
Oh, that lets people know that you're brave.
Sometimes I say like, I'm one of the courageous ones. Huh? What? Yeah.
Well, as someone with trauma that is functioning in the world, I
Thank
would
you.
say that
Thank you very much. So yeah, it's. I believe. I want to tell you something. I believe in this country so much, and it might be that I love the country so much that leads me to make statements that maybe can't be backed up. And I'm wishing something into existence, wishing it into the universe.
Maybe you're dreaming now.
It's possible. It's possible. I know I had a strange meal before I got here, so it's possible I'm having a very, very strange dream. But I believe, because I'm such an American, that this Monday, before November 5th, I'm going to tell you right now, I believe in this country enough to declare that I believe that we are within weeks of knowing who the next president of the United States will be. I believe in this
Bravo,
country.
Eric.
I really do. I don't think it's going to take months
So
or
brave.
years. Thank you.
Brave.
Again.
very brave.
Again. With all this bravery and courage, Autumn, sometimes I ask myself, wouldn't it have been kind of a drag if I hadn't had trauma growing up? Because then I wouldn't have all of these great attributes like courage and
Well,
bravery.
that's true.
So,
You can accept one and appreciate the other.
so are we telling parents to do? No, we're not. No, we don't want it. We think kids can get through and be creative and stuff without it, but it doesn't hurt.
Oh, we all traumatize our kids in different ways.
That's
It's
right.
That you don't want to You don't want to carry on the trauma from the past and like one up it.
I know one time my oldest son, now he's about to turn 40 in February. I can't believe it.
Ew.
I think when he was about 26 or 27, that's the age that the kids come back. Be wary of this, Autumn. This is about 25, 26, 27 is when they start coming back with notes.
What did I do?
Notes on, they're adult enough to kind of realize, okay, what
It's
about
like there
this?
are some inconsistencies in
Yeah,
your
yeah.
parenting there, Dad.
And I remember my oldest, when he was about 26 or 27, he said, as a criticism, I think you guys are maybe just a little too nice to me. I thought, no, come on, that can't be one of them.
I would like to hear what he said. I feel like he didn't say you guys were too nice to me.
He did. He said he thought
Yeah.
that, and my youngest son has chastised me for not forcing him to do certain things when he was like 13 because he said he didn't want to. And I'm like, well, you didn't want to. And then he says to me, yeah, but you're the parent. You're supposed to make me do it. I'm like, okay.
It's like, what? You
I
can't win. Can't win.
I can't win.
You know damn well if you had forced him to play baseball or you
it'd
would
be
play
like,
somebody,
I didn't want to.
you would have come back
Yeah.
later on in life and be like, I cannot believe that you made me do that
He'd
thing
be
I
on
hated.
the
I don't
Braves.
know. But there are all those people that have those memories of like, I hated going on my parents, they dragged me to all 50 states and I hated those car trips. It was so boring. I hated it. But then as an adult, I appreciate that, hey, I can say I've seen all 50 states.
That's right. Yeah, yeah. Well, I mean, they'll
So
get...
it's some weird mix you have to do. You have to do a little bit of trauma, a little bit of coddling, nothing and everything in moderation.
Yes. I think everything in moderation except not everything. Almost everything in moderation. You know what you shouldn't be moderate with?
What?
Love.
Oh.
We don't have enough love.
Yeah.
Don't tell me. Hey, listen, I believe in extreme love. Oh, that sounds like some kind of really bad website. No, I don't mean like that.
It's a new Netflix special.
Yeah.
Extreme love.
It should be free.
Yeah, no. What I mean is, the kind of love that you don't have to physically give. The kind of love.
Hug love.
Hug love. Well, hug love sometimes that is physical. It does.
That can lead.
Every once in a while, you got to apologize to a friend after it's over.
If
You
an
don't
old
want to
man
get
hugging
in.
you for too long, you're like,
Oh, that's what I've done it. You have to give me some credit for this, Autumn. As I've become a creepy old man, I've done everything I can to be the least creepy old man possible.
Yeah, that's true.
I have come to the conclusion that as you grow old as a man, there is a level of creepiness that just you can't get it all out. It's not possible. So then if you want to, if it matters to you, you have to like overcorrect and in order to not come off as creepy.
I've
Because
never
it's
seen
so
you be creepy.
easy.
I know in pictures, you'll like, if you have to put your arm around a woman, you'll
Yeah.
make a fist.
Yeah, I learned that from Southside.
And you'll
Steve.
punch her in the back.
Yeah, well, that's right. It's actually a
make a fist
misogynist.
and punch
No, it's like if no one is going to be able to make a claim against me that is going to stand with anybody.
And then he put his hand on the lower part of
Everybody else is going to come along and go, "You're out of your mind." That guy? No way. We may not have been there, but we know.
Mr.
We
Hugs
know-
with Fist?
Yeah, Mr. Hugs with Fist. That was my indigenous name.
Yes.
I don't know how I got the Mr. in there, but it was it was my actual.
Well, just lost in translation a little bit.
I ended up being raised by indigenous peoples. I think I came from a European country or something. I'm not exactly sure how it all went down, but I was Mr.
A real
Hugs,
Tarzan
Mr.
story.
Hugs with Fist. And you remember who's the comedian? I still use that word. Tiana.
Sarah Tiana.
Sarah Tiana. She was an intern for the regular guys in, I think, when exactly was she an intern?
Before I was there.
Yeah, like so a long
Late
time
90s.
ago. And when that Me Too thing was going along, she was getting big, and she came in, I think they do Mark Aram or something like that, and I asked her, because I couldn't remember, it was a long time before, and I was like, because this was the Me Too thing. It's like, well, guys, they're all, even if they don't know it, blah, blah, blah. And so here's a random person who's been successful and was an intern when I was probably 34, 35, 36, something like that. And I said, how was I? Did I ever? And she was like, you were always a gentleman. You never, no creepiness whatsoever. It's very easy not to be creepy. It's almost like, this is what I say to some people, it's very easy to never, or to very, I mean, I guess you could land in jail accidentally, or you're in the car with somebody else, but I mean, for the most part, I think it's easy not to keep going to jail. You know?
One would think. One would think.
And I think it's easy not to be seen as creepy, even though you have it in you. And it's all about something we learn when we're very young. Keep your hands to yourself.
There's even a song about it.
Is there?
Keep your hands to yourself.
Oh, yeah, that's right. This,
Don't tell me no lies.
the
Keep
Black
your
Crowes
hands to
cover.
yourself.
It's right there. It's the easiest thing. Guys in the office, middle-aged guys, no woman that you work with needs or will appreciate a neck massage right now. None. There's no reason for you to do it. Even if you want to do it, even if they don't speak, they hate you now. Just don't do it.
What if you put your leg on their desk?
Okay, that's okay.
Okay. And lean in?
You have to know the rules.
All right.
You got to know the...
What if he hosts the best happy hours, though, after work?
Who, the guy?
Yeah, he hosts the best happy hours after
Well, listen, that's up to the lady as to whether or not she's going to... I'm just telling you. There's no one. How are you 45 and when you were on campus, remember that period of time where you couldn't not get laid? Yeah, those days are over and you're not that person anymore. And so you got very lucky. It's going to happen to Jared Yamamoto. I mean, it's in a very good marriage. But if that was ever to go south, worst thing could happen to Jared Yamamoto is he's 47. They get divorced, and he hits it again. He goes out again because he's going to have the memory of 27-year-old Jared, who up to that point, from the time he lost his virginity to the time he proposed to Christina, had never once been told no by any woman. And then to go back into that at 47, he's obviously going to think he's the same person. He's going to have the face he deserves from years of functional alcoholism. And actually, I look forward to watching it. We're run out of music.
Like
what do you want to
a
say?
good NFL coach, I'll change my scheme.
Yeah. Oh, after halftime? Yeah. It's going to have a good second half.
Dave Baker here for Air Quality Systems. Having your air ducts cleaned is great. It helps keep your home cleaner and has health benefits. But you need to be careful who you choose to clean your ducts. I received an email from a listener who told me she was quoted $499 for a duct cleaning, but she was charged over $1,400 with add-ons. That's just wrong. At Air Quality Systems, you get upfront pricing. The price you're quoted over the phone is the price you pay. Simply go to airqualitysystems.com and set your appointment today.
Attention men, are you suffering from ED or PE? Here's an important message from Choice Men's Health.
I'm Dr. Katz and I'm the Chief Medical Director at Choice Men's Health. Are you performing the way you want to in the bedroom? If the answer is no and you've tried Viagra, Cialis, and Levitra and were disappointed, then you need to come see us immediately. If you don't see results on the first visit, then there's no charge. Many of our patients have medical conditions such as diabetes, hypertension, obesity, and prostate problems. I'm happy to say that we have 98% success rate with all our patients. Our customized solutions will allow you to perform within 10 minutes and last an hour and even longer. You can regain your love life and tackle your ED and PE problems. Guys, your partner will never complain again. Our clinic has the most affordable prices, so if you visit other clinics and you're not completely satisfied, then you need to call Choice Men's Health.
Regain your love life regardless of your age or medical history. Choice Men's Health guarantees results on your first visit or you pay nothing. Call now, 404-400-1170. That's 404-400-1170.
Kamala backed Biden on everything. She was the deciding vote for his disastrous economic agenda. Kamala and Joe raised taxes on the middle class, and prices soared. Kamala was in charge of his open border policies, giving welfare to illegals while Americans struggle, and their weakness invited wars. Now Kamala wants to double down on failure. It's time to turn the page on Joe and Kamala's failed agenda. President Trump fights for you. His strength kept us safe. Trump cut taxes for families. Prices were lower and the border secure. Now, President Trump can do it again.
And we are going to launch a new golden age of American success for the citizens of every race, religion, color, and creed.
Remember, Kamala broke it. President Trump will fix it.
I'm Donald Trump, candidate for president, and I approve this message.
Paid for by Donald J. Trump for President 2024 Inc.
So how do we create value? This is Greg Trzynski from the Original Mattress Factory. Value comes from having complete control over our product quality. From design to manufacturing to delivery, everything is handled in-house by our trained professionals. This approach allows us to maintain strict quality standards and respond quickly to customer needs. We believe true value is created when a company takes full responsibility for its products. When you choose OMF, you're getting a mattress built with care and attention at every step. OriginalMattress.com.
Live from the Superior Plumbing Studios.
News,
weather,
traffic.
95.5 WSB.
Atlanta's News and Talk.
At 3:30, I'm Bill Caiaccio with our top story. It's an update on election 2024. The presidential candidates making one last push before Election Day.
Are we ready to do this? We're ready to get out the vote? We're ready to win?
Vice President Harris spending the entire day in Pennsylvania. Former President Trump starts his day in North Carolina.
This is really the end of a journey, but a new one will be starting, and that's the one we've wanted to partake in to make America great again.
He's also campaigning in Pennsylvania and Michigan. Georgia's Secretary of State Brad Raffensperger is promising they are ready for the election.
Your local election officials will work around the clock tomorrow to ensure everything runs smoothly.
He expects over 1 million voters could show up to vote on Tuesday after about 4 million voted early. Our in-depth election night coverage begins at 6 o'clock tomorrow. We will have complete coverage of all the races and results as they come in, and the next morning on 95.5 WSB, or 2024 election station. All new this half hour, the Gwinnett County Sheriff's Office releasing body cam footage of an active shooter incident last month.
Shot fired! Shot fired! Shot fired! Shot fired!
Deputies encountered the suspect, Emmanuel Bearden, who appeared agitated and was demonstrating odd behavior. The suspect had his young daughter with him at the time and was wearing body armor. He retrieved several weapons from his vehicle and began firing at deputies, who then returned fire, striking Bearden, who was then taken to the hospital. His daughter was not hurt in the incident. The FBI in Atlanta arrests a 28-year-old man wanted for murdering his girlfriend's 10-month-old baby in Rockford, Illinois. The man charged with first-degree murder. The FBI located the suspect in Atlanta late last week and arrested him with help from Atlanta and DeKalb County Police. It is now 3:32, and this news is sponsored by George Stein, Steel Horse Law. Time now for live team coverage of traffic and weather in the 24-hour traffic center. Smiling Mark McKay.
All right, Bill, we have construction right lane. We see on the jam cam out of Alpharetta 400 northbound Windward Parkway. A little bit of a slow zone there. You can avoid it altogether by using Highway 9. Tap of the brakes as you approach I-85 out of Doraville. The inner loop is slow back toward Buford Highway. That's really going to be the worst of it on 285, bumper to bumper already through Midtown, downtown Atlanta, though, on the connector leaving 17th Street to I-20. Smile Mark McKay, 95.5 WSB.
This is WSB meteorologist Christina Upwards. Cloudy today, a few spotty rain showers possible, high 68. That east wind gusting 25 miles per hour, lows tonight in the low 60s. Tomorrow, starting off cloudy with afternoon sunshine, high 77. Wednesday, the clouds return with scattered rain showers, mainly on the southeast side of town, high 72.
And right now it's 59 in Sewanee, 62 in Powder Springs, and 61 in Morrow. More news at 4 o'clock. Breaking news when it happens. I'm Bill Caiaccio, 95.5 WSB.
This is Belinda for Atlanta Vision Institute, and I want Rose to tell you her story about how she had laser optics and how the procedure totally changed her life.
It had become impossible to drive at night. It had actually even become impossible to drive during the day. I knew it was dangerous, and I knew I was pushing my luck. So I finally decided to do something about it and saw Dr. Ashraf, who recommended laser optic surgery. After the first procedure on the right eye, it worked so beautifully. I couldn't wait to get the second eye done. I'm very excited about trying out my new eyes.
Folks, what are you waiting for? Go to the website 2020atlanta.com to find out more information and take the quiz to see if this procedure will be a good option for you. That's 2020atlanta.com. Your medical insurance may cover part of it. Remember, that's 2020atlanta.com.
Motorcycle riders like you are a different breed. You don't just ride your bike, you're obsessed. So if someone causes you to lay your bike down, you need a different kind of attorney, one that understands bikers and their rights. Eric Von Hessler here for my friends at Steel Horse Law, the Stein and Karen Law Group, motorcycle injury lawyers who ride. You can trust them on the road and in the courtroom. Steel Horse Law can help you get back on your feet, medical bills paid, and your case resolved. Trust is everything, and results matter. Free case evaluation at steelhorselaw.com.
Every day, Cintas service reps help businesses get ready for the workday. They provide freshly laundered workwear delivered every week. Mats, mops, restroom and cleaning supplies. First aid and safety products to help your employees stay safe. They even test and inspect fire extinguishers and emergency lights. Cintas helps keep your business running smoothly. See what Cintas can do for you. Visit Cintas.com.
Oh, I'm ready!
And get ready for the workday.
Every single month that you wait to call MyLend is just another month where you've likely paid more than you should have on your mortgage. This is Scott Slade. The time to act is now. Everything is moving in the right direction for you to start saving on your mortgage. No matter your scenario, MyLend has seen it. Reverse mortgages for you or your parents, specialty purchase programs, cash out refinances, second mortgages, rental properties, VA and FHA. Mortgages are MyLend's specialty. And when you've been doing it as long as they have, you've seen it all. I've been saying it for years, and it's still true today. MyLend is constantly closing loans other lenders just can't close. The Fed is starting to lower rates, so your time to act is now. Take a few minutes out of your day and call my friends at Myland. 770-817-2000. That's 770-817-2000. Online, it's myland.com. Spelled it M-I-L-E-N-D. NMLS and Georgia Mortgage License C148769. Myland's located at 8995 Westside Parkway, Alpharetta, Georgia 30009. Myland is an equal housing lender.
So the final day of election season is tomorrow. And the way I see it now, the press at this point, the national press that I've been looking at, not TV, I never watch television news, but even in the reading, is like they're really trying to convince us that things have really swung toward Kamala, like in the last 4 or 5 days. Never mind the fact that like 76 million people have already voted. So I don't know. It's a very weird.
Iowa, she's going to win Iowa. Did you see that?
That's what I saw, by like 4 or 5 or 6 points or something in Iowa. So I don't know. I have no idea who's going to win. My gut last week was it's leaning toward Trump, but I didn't have any argument for it. I didn't have any data. It's just like, that's my gut tells me that. And because of all this coverage over the last few days, I've been kind of saying, well, I don't know. Maybe. I think what it comes down to at this point is these are the choices. It's her emptiness versus his over-the-topness. Which can the American people actually take for 4 years? Her emptiness or his nonstop barrage of verbal something constantly?
Well,
Yeah. People like emptiness, so it could be.
Yeah. An emptiness means that there's something that you can add to that.
Yeah.
So if you're starting with over the top, you can't really add anything to that,
That's
can
right.
you?
That's
It's
right.
full.
That's right.
So there's no more room. And I think what we need to do is make room for the American people. And I think that's what I'm going to do.
Okay, that's very important. Sounds very important.
You see how dumb she is? It's just word salad after word salad, and I won't do that.
Who doesn't like a salad? I mean, you can't have,
I don't like a salad
I don't
unless
know.
it's in a taco bowl.
we can't have a lava cake and steak every day.
Kind of
You
joyful
can't. You need
vibes.
to-
I can eat steak every
Speaking of
day.
cake,
well,
today
look
is-
at you. You can tell that you can do
Oh,
that.
hey, not today, Kamala. Today's Timmy.
Well, hey, look, don't make me quote your husband from yesterday.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, what happened yesterday?
Oh,
I
you're
saw
not going to
it.
play it. You're not gonna
Oh,
play
we're not going to play. Oh, no, I'm not going to play it because it's just a way to try to
it's a
make
mistake.
her- Yes. It's not really a mistake. It's kind of like the Collinsworth thing. Can we play that?
Oh,
It's kind of like the
Yeah,
Collinsworth
yeah, let me
thing,
find that one.
except when it comes to players on the field, it's laughable. When it comes to a female candidate for president, we have to kind of stay away from that sort of thing. But hey, her husband said it. We would simply be just editing it and taking it out of context. I don't know how anybody could
Or maybe
hold
he's
us.
onto something.
Us respond like this is, but it was something like Chris Collinsworth a couple seasons ago talking about a play on the field.
You think you're going to run around our guy? How about if you get a little taste of Landon Dickerson coming right down your throat?
It's kind of one of those kind of things.
He's a legendary offensive lineman for the Eagles.
Well, we don't have to apologize because they're football
'Cause he said
players.
it.
They're being overpaid, and they, but I ain't gonna be that show that goes there and is accused of this. And
I'm
that.
kind of a nerd sometimes.
Yeah, that's why I like Venn diagrams and school buses.
And that's why they like Sam Darnold. He's kind of a nerd sometimes.
I saw that she's going to try to prove that she's kind of got a little more law and order in her in this last day, and I saw this that Trump is going after the disaffected young men.
Do we love the disinfected or disaffected?
Disaffected.
I like it when they're clean. But if they are disaffected, I'll introduce them to Barron because we love them. We love those disaffected young men. You know, what do they
Yeah.
call them? The incels.
Yeah, is Barron not disaffected? He's got
Barron
some,
is very
he's
affected.
got some ladies.
He's
He's
got
got
Barron's
dis-
pulling.
he's-
He's pulling.
What?
He's pulling.
Well, look, he
pulling?
knows a lot of ladies. He can maybe spread them around. Get some of these guys, you know, not dating the pillow or the whatever.
How do you, well, yeah, hey, listen, if you want him, you can't make fun of him. Now, you know behind the scenes you are making fun of him with jokes like that, dating the pillow.
Well, look,
I think it would come from you. I would think of you telling jokes about the disaffected young men. But, you know, in campaigns, we have to pretend, right?
50% tariff on all imported pillow love dolls.
I think you say 50% tariff on all stuck-up high school girls who won't date.
Well, that too.
These disaffected. These disaffected. By the way, it seems like a hard sell. How do you bring in the disaffected? Boy, that seems like a tough one.
Listen, get away from the computer. Put some clothes on that don't smell. Walk, or maybe get an Uber, whatever, or have your grandma drive you to the polling place and vote. That's all you got to do. And then after that, I'll send a woman to your house. No guarantees of what she looks like.
You get that from Elon? He'll send one hottie.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Teaming up with OnlyFans
The Tesla
over there.
love bot.
The Tesla love. Incels for Trump.
Yeah, well,
do they vote? The incels?
I think so.
Are there as many
if you
of
get
them as I've
angry
been?
enough, they will, but not too angry, because we saw what happened in Butler, PA, with that one incel.
Yeah, he was kind of an incel.
We don't want him.
Went the wrong way.
Went the wrong way.
So you want to get the other disaffected?
I want to intervene before they get super disaffected.
Yeah, I get it. You know what? We should probably do the word of the day. Why don't we do that right now?
Word of the day.
Interdigitate.
No, that's not the word of the day.
That's an old one.
We have the minder here, the ombudsman, the Karen, the show Karen.
Excuse me. That one, we've used that already. Okay, thanks.
Well, it should be in Slack if my 19...
I'm recording.
If my 19...
Yeah,
I
I'm
know,
recording
you
you
have
too.
evidence. I know.
I'm recording.
You have evidence.
He's used the same.
I'm
calling
get
the
it.
police. Yes, it's
Oh,
me.
no.
Yes.
Oh, she's
Yes.
calling the
he's,
police.
he's used the same word twice, and he's... No, he's right in front of me.
Well.
What? No. But, okay.
Oh, they blowing you off.
I want, can I speak to your supervisor?
Yeah, I don't think they sent a cop out. Why can't you find it? It's at the bottom of my thing in Slack, like always.
It's this one, right? I'm just making
It's
sure.
the new one.
I just want to make sure that I have
Starts with an A.
Word of the day.
Acutance.
There it is.
we go.
Aww.
19 producers. Can't get the word of the day in.
Got a lot of writers for the show, too.
I know. I got 17 writers, and no one ever thinks the show is funny. I got to start over. I got to reset. What's that word again?
Acutance.
That means the sharpness of a photographic or printed image is...
Acutance.
And the host of the show has to use that word in a natural and organic way before 7 p.m.
Acutance.
How about that? There was a story that I wanted to bring up. I didn't really have much to say about it. You ever read a story and there's just like a phrase in there where you go, wow, I like that phrase. Anytime there's a phrase that you think to yourself, oh, that could be an Athens band. So apparently the powers that be, and what do they call that when you're in the you're working for a company and your job is to make sure they don't get hacked. Can't quite remember what that is.
Cybersecurity?
But it's cybersecurity, but there's another, like there's an alphabet, an acronym for it. But anyway, those people say that their biggest problem may not be state-funded hacking, and they identified that their biggest problem could be with the advanced persistent teenagers.
Advanced persistent teenagers?
And I just thought of like a
That
gang.
is a good...
I just thought of like a gang. We're the advanced persistent teenagers, and we're going to kick your ass. Gonna take you out. And then they cause a whole bunch of trouble, and then some other kids 5 or 6 years later read about it, and they call their band the Advanced Persistent Teenagers, or APT for the
the shirts.
Really
the merch would be APT.
And then someone say, I like that band Apt.
No, it's APT.
But let's just start a whole different universe where
This already happened with
the
REM.
Advanced Persistent Teenagers.
Apt.
Oh, you mean years ago when people used to argue in Athens as to whether you should call them rapid eye movement?
Oh, no. I
Or
had
REM?
people, do you like REM? I had
Or
people go,
REM?
Do you like REM? Excuse me. You're dumb.
The early REM fan could be a bit snooty. Hey, their last song got to 72 on the charts. They've sold out. I'll never go watch them again. I love these people who hate it when bands get successful. It's the craziest
no
thing.
sense.
Yeah, I liked them when they were losing. Listen, I don't want to go watch a band unless I know everyone on stage is having trouble paying their bills. once I find out that they can pay their bills, it's just no longer fun to see them. Where does that come from? Don't we usually wish for success in almost anything that we ever support?
Election Day is tomorrow.
I will stop the invasion.
We are focused on the future.
Your vote counts. That's why
You can count on us.
We need the American dream.
We are about fighting for our future.
Tune in throughout the day to stay up to date.
And beginning at 6 p.m. tomorrow night, listen for our special in-depth election coverage with results and analysis.
95.5 WSB, your 2024 election station.
Christina Edwards here. If your home is like mine, it is built on our famous Georgia red clay, which absorbs moisture and is very slow to dry out. It can cause a drainage issue in your crawl space, potentially growing mold and producing that musty smell. But call my friends at American Crawl Space Solutions. They will walk you through the issue and only suggest the repairs you need to solve the problem. Visit AmericanCrawlSpaceSolutions.com to schedule your free in-home consultation.
American Crawl Space Solutions. Foundations too.
Monica Pearson for Superior Plumbing. Did you know the water pressure regulator is the heartbeat of every home? It can affect all things in your plumbing system, and when it's not regulated, it is the main cause of most plumbing problems. They only last about 8 years. Have Superior Plumbing check yours.
Belinda Skelton here with Marietta Plastic Surgery's own Dr. Biswas, who is a renowned surgeon in the area of body contouring and a new procedure, Awake Lipo. So, Dr. Biswas, tell us about this.
Yeah, so awake liposuction is a really unique kind of procedure that allows us to do liposuction without a general anesthetic. We use a solution, which is to basically dilute lidocaine to allow for patients to stay awake during this procedure. That allows for patients to actually actively participate in their own positioning as we do the liposuction, so that way we can safely and accurately see where the fat deposits are that we need to remove. The procedure is a very safe procedure to perform. Using the awake liposuction technique, it does allow for a little quicker recovery because we are not requiring a general anesthetic, which may give you a little bit of a mental fog. And because of that, it's less taxing on your body. You'll feel more alert and energetic post-procedure. And this can lead to a faster return into normal activities, maybe a shorter downtime. And so that way you're allowed to enjoy the benefits of your new body contouring results much sooner. And it's also very cost-effective. In a traditional way, we require a general anesthetic versus in this particular way, we do not require an anesthesia cost.
Well, Dr. Biswas, thank you so much. If folks are wanting more information on this procedure and more from Dr. Biswas and Marietta Plastic Surgery, go to MariettaPlasticSurgery.com. That's MariettaPlasticSurgery.com.
Heavy rain can find its way into your home. In fact, you could be one storm away from a flooded basement or serious mold. See the experts at AquaGuard.net. They know how to find the permanent solution your basement needs to stay dry. Remember,
AquaGuard. Just like your car, your septic system needs regular maintenance. Hi, I'm Shannon, the owner of Scorpion Septic. If you're seeing bubbles in your toilet, pooling in your yard, slow draining, or your toilet won't flush, you need Scorpion Septic.
Take the sting out of septic service with Scorpion Septic, where there is never a pump out charge with your repair. Call for more information. ScorpionSepticServices.com.
ScorpionSepticServices.com.
Scott Slade here to talk to you about your health, and I think it's real important to talk about what is most likely to kill you. Heart disease is the #1 killer of Americans, and the older we get, the more prevalent it is. But you can reduce your risk. Eat right, don't smoke, exercise, and be informed about what's going on in your own body. Like lots of potentially serious health problems, if you catch heart disease early, you vastly increase your chances of living a longer life. And that's where virtual imaging comes in. Virtual imaging scans take less than 10 minutes and screen with 98% accuracy for heart disease. Other scans, including brain and full body, are available too. Virtual Imaging is locally owned and operated in Atlanta for over 15 years, so they can make you this terrific offer. A complimentary heart scan for you and your spouse with a few minimum requirements. So don't put this off. I've done it. Call Virtual Imaging today for your free heart scan. 770-678-SCAN. That's 770-678-7226. Or visit their website at virtualimagingatl.com.
Tomorrow never knows, y'all. The one thing I think we're pretty sure of is that by midnight tomorrow, we probably won't know who the next president is.
Would it be nice though? Would it be nice? Can't we just dream?
Well, if she wins Iowa, you'll know.
What good does? Well, you're not going to know that till a bit later because
That's true.
They're out there in the
Central Time Zone.
Yeah, are they in Central, or do they
They
get
are.
far enough that they can get to?
They're not
They're on
Mountain
the.
Time.
Are they on the western edges of the Central Time Zone?
I think they're right smack dab in it because I know that going to Denver a couple weeks ago, they're right on the edge of Mountain Time.
Yeah, doesn't Denver sometimes go into Mountain Time? Like some parts of Colorado, I thought did go into Mountain Time.
Yeah, like Denver is in Mountain Time. I think the other part of the state is in Central Time, if that makes sense. The eastern part of the state.
It does make sense. I think Mountain Time is ridiculously idiotic.
We have the best. I'm centric when it comes to hours.
You're Eastern centric.
Yeah, very much so.
You're not Central centric. You're not like Central.
Screw them.
I feel like the West
The
Coast has got
Mountain Time. What is that about?
Well, it's
Wait,
Mountain Time.
I know, but I mean, just where does it go
It means
from?
I'm always late for
Does-
the dentist.
What is it like? Half of Colorado through half of
you
Nevada
get-
or
you get,
something?
like Utah, Montana.
So they had yet another hour.
Yeah, so they're in between the West.
We watch the news at 4.
Yeah, it doesn't seem.
The 5 o'clock news is
Sun
at
goes
4.
down at 3:30 in the afternoon.
Yeah.
That's
Blame
when you
the
know
sun.
it's
Blame the
time to
sun.
pick.
When I lived out in L.A., there was a part of the year where the sun would go down at 4:30. I mean, it was nighttime by 5. It was about this time of year, I think, is when it was. It was a long time ago. I've had so many lives and eras, much like Taylor Swift. I've had eras.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah, I've had eras. Have you had eras?
Wow, me too.
No, not
It's
errors.
amazing. Wow.
Not errors, because neither you nor myself
well,
make
I've had
mistakes.
those. Tell
I have-
you.
well, men.
Whoa.
Men, am I right?
I mean, it's wild. I mean, it's just been so much, but like, I'm just like you.
Mm-hmm. I think you should
Yeah.
start. You're just like me. You're just like
I'm
all your
just
fans.
like you.
Like if I had a
I
bill-
have cats.
Yeah, if I had $1 billion, I'd be more like you. But I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying.
Totally.
Yeah.
You totally get what
Yeah.
I'm saying.
I wasn't born.
awesome.
I wasn't born on a Christmas tree farm, but you know.
No, but
You are-
like, who is? Do you know what I mean?
You were. You grew up
Oh,
on a Christmas
yeah.
tree farm.
What tree gave
Cool.
birth to her on that farm?
Have we mentioned
Christmas
that
tree
it's,
was my mother.
Did you know that it's Tim Andrews' birthday today? Taylor Swift.
Oh my gosh! Happy birthday!
What'd
That
you
is
get me,
so
Taylor?
Exciting.
What'd you get me?
A bracelet.
I got you this cat toy.
Oh,
it's
sweet.
so cute.
Is
It's
it-
a string,
is it
and it has those
used?
feathers on the end.
Is it used?
Kind of.
Oh, cool.
I mean,
listen.
I couldn't help it because my cat was so excited when I
Yeah.
brought it home because I knew how
It's
quickly
too
you got
much.
it.
Listen, don't get creepy with her. This is the great Taylor Swift.
No,
She's
not
trying to give
that
you-
kind
No,
of.
go ahead because I can use it for content.
Okay, great. Can you offend?
Whoa.
Can you offend Taylor Swift? You know, she put like 38 songs in that last one. She's kind of out of
The
gas.
next album be that old fat guy in
If you could-
Atlanta.
I tried to give him a gift and he said, "Whoa, whoa."
Whoa, whoa.
And then you flash
whoa.
forward 3 years, and she's on stage going, "I tried to give him a gift," and then the crowd goes, "Whoa, whoa!"
Oh my gosh, you know my song?
I
I'm
can't find
so
a job.
surprised. You're surprised every day when you show up, and 80,000 people are out there, isn't it? I bet you.
I
Have,
mean, I'm just a little girl from a little Christmas tree farm who
and-
had a mother as a tree.
and a father as he was a lumberjack or something.
He was murdering all my mothers.
You know, Tay, somebody called out your brother, Travis Kelce's brother today, saying that dating you was
That's
was
a weird
slur.
thing.
It was a slur.
Wait a minute, hold on. That was a weird thing because Jason Kelce, Travis Kelce's brother,
That's right.
who's pretty gregarious and liked by all football fans, no matter what. He's just a gregarious guy. Goes into the parking lots even when he's rooting against you. When the last time the Chiefs played the Bills in the divisional round game in Buffalo, Jason was out there drinking alcohol out of bowling balls.
He's
with
a man of the
fans.
people.
Man of the people, but he. And now, is it a slur if he used the slur that was first used against him? Because what happened was he's going through the crowd and somebody gets smart with him and says, "What's it like knowing that your brother's the other F word?" There's
By
the-
dating Taylor Swift.
because he's dating. And then Jason Kelce snatched his cell phone and kind of threw it.
No, he smashes it on the ground.
Yeah, and then he says, "Who's the secondary F word now?"
That's right.
So he did engage in the slur, but he was trying to.
No, that's fine.
You think? Oh, you really? If you volley a slur, it's okay. Okay.
Is it Taylor or
judges?
Autumn?
You have to hit it
Judges?
back. You have to hit it back, or it'll stick to you.
That's right. So now we've learned something from our Jeopardy judge, Autumn Fisher. Please let us know that.
I'm trying to replace the other F slur with another word that is also a slur.
Okay.
And I'm just trying to think if that would be okay or not. I don't know.
No, he went.
But I feel like it would work well with like the C word.
He went the sexuality route with the
Yes, he
secondary F word. Well, he didn't. The fan did. He broke his phone and said, "Who's the F now?" And so I don't know. He's secondary in this. But what I would say to Jason Kelsey, you're a first ballot Hall of Famer. You're really, really rich. Everybody likes you. If you walk through a crowd and somebody tries to get you going, just keep walking. Give them a thumbs up. It's okay.
Meanwhile, the fan that's filming in the audio I have here, you can tell is like a true fan of his. So when this moment happens, the guy that is a fan is stunned in this moment.
Kelsey. Kelsey. Hey, Kelsey. Kelsey. I feel your brothers Kelsey, can I get a fist bump? Kelsey, can I get a fist bump?
That's right. Breaks the phone right there. You hear it at the end. Boom.
Oh, okay.
And then he said,
nobody was surprised. No one seemed like the person filming.
Well, we didn't get the
Oh my God.
We didn't get the next part where he says, "Who's the F now?"
Right.
Why? You just decided we didn't want to hear it?
I should have gotten that part, but yes, there is that part there. Yeah,
You should have said yes.
You know what we've got today? You know what we've got today?
I cut it a little bit short there.
We've got old radio sickness. It's called election blindness. Everybody's so focused on the election, they've forgotten about getting both secondary F words.
That's a lot.
Hey, it's me, your liver. You know, the organ that helps you recover every weekend after pizza, donuts, and all those drinks. When you have a headache, you take an aspirin. You have a stomach ache, you pop an antacid. But where's the love for your best buddy, the liver? The least that you could do to help me stay healthy is take Active Liver from New Nordic. Active Liver tablets contain high-quality, all-natural ingredients like milk thistle, globe artichoke, and turmeric extracts, which are proven to keep me healthy and you feeling your best. Active Liver provides an easy daily detox and helps protect me all year long. So let me make you an offer you can't refuse. You take care of me with Active Liver, and I keep taking care of you. Capiche?
See for yourself why Active Liver is Scandinavia's #1 liver health supplement. You can find Active Liver at CVS and online at Amazon, Target.com, or directly from NewNordicUSA.com. Again, find it in stores at CVS or online at Amazon, Target.com, or NewNordicUSA.com.
This past year has been incredibly tough for me. It's Belinda Skelton, and at the end of last year, my dad passed away. And now my brother and I are responsible for my mom's care and needs. Balancing my role as wife, mom, and daughter has been overwhelming. My mom needs round-the-clock care, and I felt this guilt, like I had to do everything myself. Luckily, my brother and I were referred to Four Seasons Home Care. They've become our lifeline, ensuring mom is happy and well cared for right at home, where she wants to be. Four Seasons Home Care is a local family-run business, not a franchise or a national corporation, so trust me, they care. They helped us find compassionate caregivers, allowing me to focus on being her daughter. If you have aging parents, please don't wait. Reach out to Four Seasons Home Care and start the conversation. It's a free call, and it can change everything. Google Four Seasons Home Care Atlanta. That's Four Seasons Home Care Atlanta.
Shane Company has been servicing Atlanta for nearly 50 years, and we know exactly how to help you find your dream engagement ring, no matter your budget, and we'll protect it with a free lifetime warranty. Come visit us in Duluth, Alpharetta, or Kennesaw. Shane Company, your friend and jeweler.
WSB Atlanta, WSBB FM, and HD1 Doraville. 95.5 WSB, Atlanta's news and talk. News, weather,
traffic. 95.5 WSB, Atlanta's news and talk.
At 4 o'clock, I'm Bill Caiaccio with our top local story. It's new information on an active shooter incident in Gwinnett County last month. The sheriff's office today is releasing body cam footage.
The video shows Emmanuel Bearden walking into the sheriff's office with his young daughter. He had on body armor and appeared agitated.
Are you armed right now or something?
Do you want to find out? Come on, baby.
He picked up his daughter, went back to his car, put her in the back seat, and grabbed a shotgun and opened fire.
Y'all get out! Y'all get out!
Officers fired back, hitting him. He was arrested, and he's now awaiting trial. Sabrina Cupid, 95.5 WSB.
And we posted that video at WSBradio.com. It is now 64 degrees in Atlanta. What day has the best rain chance? Meteorologist Christina Edwards has Atlanta's most accurate and dependable forecast coming up. Now an update on election 2024. 15 hours until the polls open, and Georgia is ready.
Following 3 weeks of early voting, which saw more than 4 million Georgians head to the polls, Secretary of State Brad Raffensperger says
that is something that we can be proud of as Georgians.
With all of the state's polling locations set to be open on Tuesday, lines are expected to be kept down to 1 hour, and Raffensperger says they will be monitoring.
Here in Georgia, it is easy to vote and hard to cheat.
He estimates north of 1 million people could turn out to the polls tomorrow. Jonathan O'Brien, 95.5 WSB.
Fulton County election officials want to reassure residents and the nation they are ready.
County Commission Chair Rob Pitts knows Fulton County will be in the spotlight Tuesday and is quick to note several audits and investigations determined previous criticism and suspicion were baseless.
Everyone concluded that our elections were open, fair, and transparent.
The county says that's going to continue in new and improved fashion with their streamlined new elections hub. Elections Board Chair Sherry Allen expects results being posted by 8 p.m.
Whoever the residents have voted for, my job is not to be partisan. I'm here to represent all the residents of Fulton County.
Veronica Waters, 95.5 WSB.
Our in-depth election night coverage begins at 6 o'clock tomorrow night, and we'll have complete coverage of all the races and results as they come in, and the next morning on 95.5 WSB, your 2024 election station. New security measures are put in place in Gwinnett County to make voters feel safe on Election Day.
Additional officers, extra training, full staffing of the Headquarters Coordination Center, and Real-Time Crime Center, all put in place to keep Gwinnett voters safe.
We're going to be out here monitoring things, making sure there's no shenanigans and everybody behaves and everybody feels safe when they're going to go cast their vote.
And even though the sheriff's office places deputies in the polling locations, Gwinnett Police Corporal Juan Matiedo says they are putting in extra patrols throughout the day. Lisa Nicholas, 95.5 WSB.
A man is under arrest after a double shooting leaves one person dead in Cobb County. 42-year-old Courtney Woolard of Austell is charged with murder and aggravated assault. Police say Woolard shot two men early Sunday at a home on Linworth Boulevard. 54-year-old Jeffrey Moore of LaGrange died, and 44-year-old Mikkel Hart is now in stable condition. No word on a motive. The suspect is held without bond now at the Cobb County Jail. We could soon see body cam videos from the Jacksonville Sheriff's Office after altercations between fans and deputies at Saturday's Georgia-Florida football game. One fan says he recorded an argument that turned violent. Reporter Will Reeves says that wasn't the only altercation.
Multiple videos show a struggle in the fourth quarter between three officers and at least two fans. Then two officers appear to start punching the fans. Jacksonville's mayor saying, "I'm aware of several disturbing videos circulating. The incidents are under investigation."
The Jacksonville Sheriff's Office's Professional Standards Division says it won't comment until all of the facts are known. Forecasters say Tropical Storm Raphael could form this afternoon or tonight. Meteorologist Dan Pidnowski says it's moving northwest and could be approaching western Cuba Wednesday as a hurricane as it nears the Florida Keys.
It is going to come close enough. It looks like later Wednesday into Thursday that maybe the Keys, especially the lower Keys down towards Key West, could get some of the outer rain.
He says the storm will then move into the central Gulf of Mexico and could threaten the coasts of Alabama, Mississippi, and Louisiana by this weekend. It is now 4:04. The Von Hessler Doctrine continues in less than 2 minutes. Right now, triple team traffic, and here's smiling Mark McKay.
Travel advisory, east side perimeter, Bill, rolling toward Clarkston. Two right lanes lost with a crash. Outer loop, 285 north of Memorial Drive, exit 41. Delays almost back to I-20. You can take I-20 west into East Atlanta to avoid those delays. Outbound, we're picking up a slow zone. I-20 eastbound near Flat Shoals, Gresham, and in the construction zone, leaving 285 out past Panola Road, exit 71. Only spotty delays outbound toward the Lithia Springs area on I-20 westbound at Thornton Road, exit 44. The delays into and through Midtown Atlanta now. Sydney Darden, Coolray Carrier Traffic Center.
Yeah, and they are definitely starting to pick up, looking very much like a Monday afternoon. I-85 north southbound particularly, you're going to start merging pretty much as soon as you come up Georgia 400, and it joins with 75 on the downtown connector, slowing and going all the way past the Grady Curve, at least until you hit I-20. Triple team traffic, 95.5 WSB.
I'm WSB meteorologist Christina Edwards. Cloudy skies this evening, breezy, lows tonight in the low 60s. Tomorrow, the clouds give way to sunshine through the afternoon, high 77. Cloudy skies skies return on Wednesday with scattered rain showers, high 72.
60 in Duluth, 64 in Villa Rica, 60 in Fayetteville. More news at 4:30. Breaking news when it happens. I'm Bill Caiaccio, 95.5 WSB.
Hour 2 of the Von Haessler Doctrine begins right now. Very interesting, the whole Liz Cheney thing, that whole made-up, completely from whole cloth story about how Trump had called for the execution of Liz Cheney, so in my algorithm, I saw a little piece come up from Glenn Greenwald, who I don't watch anything anymore. I appreciate Glenn Greenwald because I think that he's consistent. If you listen to this show a lot, I'm about consistency. If you're from the left, if you're from the right, if you're from whatever, if I find out that you think one thing for one candidate and then you think it's okay, like what you will write an article condemning the candidate you dislike, if your candidate does it, you won't write an article at all. We have a lot of that going on right now. So I appreciate consistency. But I stopped watching Glenn Greenwald because I buy the premise. I understand. We're run by the intelligence agencies. There's nothing that we could do about it. If I watch it every night, I'm just going to be angry all the time. So it kind of like I should be kind of supporting someone but I just, it's just like podcasts that I used to listen to that would deconstruct all the stupid news. Now I can't handle listening to the reports that they are funny about. So I just stopped everything. I realize if I don't watch television news, I simply live a better life. That's all there is to it. I live a better life. But Glenn Greenwald brought up about the Liz Cheney thing. Because we were wondering, he's like, this used to be the left. What he was really saying in the Liz Cheney thing is she always wants to go to war, but she never faces the guns herself. And he was using her as a proxy for a type of politician that is constantly, when he was president, saying, we got to drop bombs, we have to go to war. And he's like, yeah, would you think the same thing if you had guns at your face? So easy to throw 10,000 people into the kill zone. And Glenn Greenwald brought up the fact that this has been something that the left has talked about. I mean, growing up, why don't the senators go fight? Nah, they never do. They'll just send somebody. That was a leftist thing. And he brought up Bob Dylan's lyrics to Masters of War. When did that come out? 1962 or something? Come you masters of war. This is what Trump was saying on the Liz Cheney thing. Come you masters of war. You that build the big guns, you that build the death planes, you that build all the bombs. He also made this point. You that hide behind walls, you that hide behind desks. He brought up, they're in an air-conditioned, whatever. But when it comes to, wasn't he just a little bit too harsh when he said she doesn't face what would she think if she's facing these? Well, here's the end of that song by Bob Dylan in 1962. And I hope that you die, and your death will come soon. I'll follow your casket by the pale afternoon, and I'll watch while you're lowered down to your deathbed, and I'll stand over your grave till I'm sure that you're dead. If you're on the left and you're an old hippie, you know I'm right, although it's one day before Election Day, and I can understand you deciding to reject it. Go ahead, reject it for now, but no matter how it goes, 2-3 weeks from now, you'll know if you're a 70-year-old hippie. That Von Haessler, stealing from that Glenn Greenwald, they're right. They're absolutely correct. That's the most interesting thing, is that out of whole cloth, the story was created about how he wanted to execute Liz Cheney. Then over the weekend, she just shows up on Saturday Night Live. As, I'm not for the FCC regulations. I am aware of the fact that they do exist, and there is a thing called equal time. And I don't think Donald Trump's been on Saturday Night Live, not in this cycle.
He is not.
And so the weekend before, not only an appearance, but Lester Holt didn't show up to sit her down and ask her tough questions. This was a
pep rally.
A pep rally for her, which the FCC, whose rules I'm not a big fan of, think the country would be better without them, but they are there. I have to work underneath, and so does everyone else. So they are there. And so because of the criticism, NBC has filed that as a fairness, whatever it's called, the fair play, fairness doctrine, whatever they call it.
Equal time.
Equal time now. Fairness doctrine's gone. So I guess they're going to say, hey, he was interviewed by Lester Holt or something on NBC.
That's what I assume. I mean, that's the only way that they could
not
justify equal time. But being with Lester Holt is way different than being on SNL.
Yeah, because he doesn't have an upper lip. Like Reba
That
McEntire.
is true.
Like
That is
Reba
true.
McEntire. I don't care. It's freaky. Yes?
I know that Trump did do a 90-second spot during the NBC football at some point.
But he had to
this
pay
weekend.
for that.
I think that was a part of.
So they did let him do it.
Oh, so they gave him a free 90-second spot.
I believe so.
Well, let's look that up and find out if they had to do that. Because but it's still interesting if they had to do it. That means they woke up on Sunday and said, oh, we got to do something. So let's do this.
Here's Dandy Don. You got to love him or hate him.
I thought they'd have him in the booth with Collinsworth.
There he is. That's just Donald Trump being Donald Trump.
That's all.
Thank you, Chris.
Yes, it was. It was free ad time.
All right, so they had to make up for it. So the
But even then, 90 seconds compared to
20 million viewers versus 5.
I guess it's one way of
because
looking
it's
at it.
football. You got a lot more people actually watching you. But listen, people have tuned out the football.
Yeah, the political ads are noise.
Who is not tuning these out?
Oh,
I don't.
mute as
is
soon
it
as they
just,
go to ads.
Is it just because I'm watching YouTube TV? But these things come in. They might be farmed off the internet. I don't know. They're twice as loud. And it's like as soon as Trump tells you how horrible is done telling you how horrible Kamala is, it's not even a quarter second goes by where it's Kamala up there telling you how horrible. And sometimes it'll be followed by Trump again telling you how horrible. So, yes, he had a bigger 20 million people, but did he have as many people listening? You show up on Saturday Night Live, it's 5 million people. They're captured. The audience is applauding wildly. A little bit different, but I guess they went ahead.
It gets lost in the noise, though, to your point, Eric.
Yeah.
I mean, when you're watching all those political ads, I mean, I know that I get up or I switch over to a different game like that when the ads are going on anyway.
The thing about Trump is he is unique within Republicans. On the one hand, he wants to have a gazillion-dollar defense budget, but he doesn't like to go to war. He doesn't like adventures overseas. But the problem is like when I watch most Republicans, I can be like vibing with them on so many things. Like there's author Neil Ferguson. You familiar with this guy? He's an erudite dude. He's from England, but he's an American citizen. And I'm watching some videos. It's like, this guy's making sense. He seems clear-eyed, understands what's going on in the world, but it never fails. I'll agree. And then when it comes to war, we're not doing enough of it. Boy, do we need to be do we need to be in all of these words? You must be these wars. You must be an appeaser even to ask the question, but I will deign to answer the question. The answer is hell yeah, and we need to be in a whole hell of a lot more wars. I mean, outside of Trump, it's Democrats and Republicans who have been convinced by I don't know whom that this country is simply not in enough wars and needs to be in more of them. Russia, China, Iran, of course. Meanwhile, every 18-year-old is busy trying to be a TikTok influencer. I don't know where the soldiers of the future are supposed to come from. But then again, I don't know. I'm looking for the time they start knocking down these gas stations because by 2032, they're all going to be electric powering stations, right? And here we are in 2024. Maybe that process will begin. We live in a country where we just say what we're going to do when the evidence is, what? Yeah, we're going to go to war with Russia, China, and Iran. Oh, yeah, it is true that every branch of the military is below their recruiting, even though Jared says the Navy or somebody is. I have not read that. I have read that every branch of the military is below recruiting goals. But we're going to go to war with Russia, China, and Iran, and Neil Ferguson and all the other Republicans could probably name off the top of their head 2 or 3 other countries that we need to go to war with.
Brazil, I think I'll go down to Brazil and go to war
Lindsey
with.
Graham will go to war with anybody.
I will. You just give me a missile. I'll
been
go
at war with
launch
his
it.
own sexuality his entire life. This
Hey.
guy, they say he hasn't gone to war, but he has actually
I
been
made
to war.
peace with it.
It's the only thing you've made peace with ever without
Lots of treaties with
killing
himself.
without killing the. You have a lot of treaties
With himself.
Yeah. Never.
Yeah, I do. I had to sign a non-aggression pact.
Never before 2 a.m. It's stunning to me. So where are we going to? Where are all these people? Did somebody Somebody say draft? What? Oh, that's okay. NBC, ABC, and CBS, they'll cover that 2 days before the draft hits, and they'll tell you why we need it. Because, China and Russia and Iran, they're dangerous. We need to kill your kids. Here we go again. It's coming. I'm the first one to tell you. But you can't fight all of these people when you're below your recruitment goals. And we don't have enough drones or submarines yet. Yeah. Well, it'll be the first time for this generation. Maybe. No, it won't be the first time. But it's going to be en masse. It's not going to be voluntary. They're coming for your kids, people. They can't fight all these countries without murdering your kids. Keep that in mind. Smiling Mark says there's a travel advisory on 285 in Clarkston.
Yes, sir. We've got a couple of right lanes knocked out on 285 northbound, north of Memorial Drive, exit 41. The delays on the outer loop almost back to I-20. You can always take I-20 west into the downtown area as the downtown connector northbound. Not so bad headed to Midtown. Southbound a little worse than that as you roll south from 17th Street. The only other 285 slow spot that we're picking up is between Doraville and Tucker. The inner loop is getting crowded, leaving Buford Highway toward I-85. Trouble on I-20. Veronica Rell, Courier Carrier Traffic Center.
Yeah, it's a truck crash. I-20 eastbound over Gresham Road, exit 63. It knocks out the second right lane, slowing things down. Get past all of that, though. You're just going to be on and off the brakes the rest of the East Freeway. I-20 eastbound leaving 285, getting over into Lithonia. And over on the West Freeway, I-20 westbound, tap of the brakes over into Lithia Springs. This report brought to you by Georgia Pathways. If you're uninsured and working, volunteering, or pursuing higher education, you may be eligible for free health insurance through Georgia Pathways. Visit pathways.georgia.gov to learn more. Triple Team Traffic 95.5 WSB.
The polls say it's a dead heat.
The fate of our nation is in your hands.
Election day is tomorrow.
Your vote is your voice.
Whatever happens in this election,
I'm going to bring your jobs back.
I'm feeling very optimistic.
We've got election day covered.
tune in throughout the day to stay up to date.
You got to get out and vote. Just go out and vote.
We are focused on the future.
95.5 WSB.
Your 2024 election station.
Hey, Belinda here, and I have Barry Petrie, Director of Virtual Imaging. Barry has a very interesting testimonial I want him to share with our listeners. Barry, tell us your story.
Belinda, I'm 55. I'm in good shape. I work out every day and took this job about a year ago. Unfortunately, I started having some symptoms about 3 or 4 months ago, so I decided to scan myself. Learned that I had a very high calcium score, and especially most of that was in my LAD, which you know is the Widowmaker.
Yeah.
Long story short, I had my first stent put in about 6 weeks ago at Northside, and I feel great. I did not realize that I had lost a gear, and I've got that gear back. And I would have been one of those people that probably would have dropped dead looking perfectly healthy at 60 if I had not taken this role and did that scan.
Oh, wow. Folks, that story hits home. What are you waiting for? Go to Virtual Imaging and get a complimentary heart scan with few minimum requirements for you and your spouse. Call 770-678-SCAN. That's 770-678-SCAN. Or visit virtualimagingatl.com.
The rental rush is here. Hey, it's Mark Aaron from my good friends at Renters Warehouse. With all the talk about commissions in the news lately, doesn't selling your house feel more volatile and uncertain than ever? Well, it does to me. It's one more reason why renting your home is so much smarter, especially when you hire my pals at Renters Warehouse to manage your property for you. Renting cuts through the confusion so you can be confident in your ability to earn monthly cash flow, appreciation, and tax benefits for the long term. And with Renters Warehouse managing your property, you can sit back and collect the money. Tenants, they find the best. Rent, they collect for you. Maintenance request, they handle them 24/7, all for one low monthly flat fee, and they'll even warranty your tenants for free. Remember, selling is uncertain, but renting is reliable, especially with the experienced Renters Warehouse team on your side. Find out how much rent your home can get by visiting rwatlanta.com today. That's rwatlanta.com, or call 404-662-2322.
At the Original Mattress Factory, we know most people don't love mattress shopping. In fact, many dread it. And why wouldn't they? Many mattress stores use high-pressure sales techniques like today-only pricing and tout features that don't really offer a benefit. They offer an overwhelming number of options to confuse things even further. At OMF, we do things differently. Our showrooms are easy to navigate, and our sales team actually cares. Our goal is to answer your questions, not pressure you into purchasing. OriginalMattress.com.
A DUI conviction could cost you your career, threaten your way of life, and even compromise your future job prospects. Hey, it's Eric Von Hessler. With all this on the line, trust only the best. George Stein, the DUI lawyer. Go to georgestein.com.
At Cigna Healthcare, we're designing a better way for you to get better care. And that starts with being there to support you around the clock. When you call or text, we'll always answer with 24/7 access to mental health clinicians. And we'll call you too, with a 100% follow-up rate to make sure you have everything you need. Whatever works best for you, works best for us. We're really just here to help you get better. That's better by design. Learn more at Cigna.com/better.
Do you think you need to renovate your kitchen, but you're worried about the costs? Well, Frugal Kitchens can help you get $1 million looking kitchen for a fraction of the cost and 18 months, no interest financing available. The best part, they can get you back up and cooking in 5 days from the start of construction. Life happens in your kitchen. That's where you build so many memories. If you're like Christy and me, that's why we use Frugal Kitchens, and you can too. FrugalKitchens.com is the website. Go check them out. Don't forget, 18 months, no interest financing available. FrugalKitchens.com.
Am I right? Come you build your big guns. So
Woody Guthrie.
Yeah, well, he started out with the Woody Guthrie thing going, and then he went electric, and people went crazy. Pretty soon, Timothy Chalamet is going to show all of that to us.
I can't wait.
They got mad. Can you imagine a time like fist fights broke out because Bob Dylan plugged his guitar in? I mean, what an innocent time compared to now. All the crazy stuff we see in entertainment. Bob Dylan, folk singer, walks out on stage, plugs in an electric guitar, starts playing it, and a riot ensues. People start screaming.
I like
they were
screaming. I like that.
I didn't get much sleep last night. I'm trying to barrel through. Somebody yelled out very famously, "Judas!" This is the guy singing songs.
I don't believe you.
Yeah, can you imagine? It really speaks to a more innocent time, though, where that was considered outrageously scandalous. The WAP song? Nah. Play it at children's birthday parties. Nah.
Yeah, put it in the bounce house.
That's right. Just like, we really have, if you want to get the kids going. We've come a long way from Elvis swiveling his hips.
We certainly have.
On television.
I do have some military numbers for you if you want them.
Oh, yeah, I know you're right. So it's the Air Force that has hit their recruitment.
So this year, of all the military branches, the Air Force has hit their numbers, and last year, only the Marines hit their numbers.
Yeah, okay. Well, their numbers, by the way, aren't what you think. They're not 20,000. They're like less than 7.
Yeah, like, for example, the Air Force expected over the past 4 years to get only 6,249 new active members.
Okay, so that's over 4 years.
Yeah.
So
that's their cap every year is to get over 6,249, and they have hit that goal this year.
All the others, though, below.
Correct.
And yet we're going to go to war with everybody on the planet Earth. I don't think that's going to happen without a draft. I got a clue. It's not. That's okay. We're Americans. We'll start debating it, I don't know, 15 minutes after we find out that it's going on. And then if you're
we have to fight.
And then, of course, if you're against it, that means you're just in love with Putin. If you're not willing to give your children to the war machine, you must be in love with Putin.
I like it when people are in love with me. It's nice to
what's he up to? What's this thing now? They're saying that Russia put these explosive devices, we're trying to get them on DHL planes. And basically they think that it was a test run to see if they could get them on cargo ships or passenger ships in the future. Basically, what they would do is start a large fire on a plane. The explosion wouldn't necessarily take you down. But if you're halfway over the Pacific and you got halfway to go and you don't put the fire out,
you're looking at a real-life castaway situation.
Probably not.
No, you're looking at everybody dying.
Yeah, I think
on a cargo ship.
Well, I mean, on a cargo ship, that would be a real life thing. You're right. That was a cargo ship. FedEx, as I believe.
That's right.
I recall. Only saw the movie once. Boy,
that
Tom
could be
Hanks.
the sequel. DHL instead of FedEx.
Yeah, there we go.
So I don't know.
The package just makes it to its destination without any problems.
Doesn't seem like a smart move. Yeah, it doesn't seem like a smart move. If that's what Putin is up to, but maybe that's what's going on. I don't know. I never know what to believe. I never know it's intelligence propaganda. I have no idea. But I know that these two things did explode.
How does he have time to do that while he's meddling with our election right now?
Oh,
I just assume that he is.
He's been busy with Moldova. Remember, Moldova was supposed to be overturned.
But they went against him in Moldova. And, plus, there's probably like 7 or 8 people have been invited over for plutonium tea and have not taken their last breath. This Putin, he is busy. but he's a multitasker. He can kill all over the place. Hey, Eric, you're against the Ukraine war. I want to be able to say that you're for... No, Putin's terrible. And we shouldn't be in Ukraine. Oh, my goodness. Did you know that you could have those two thoughts at the same time? Did you know that? Oh, I'm probably an appeaser. Smiling Mark says 285 is troublesome in DeKalb.
It certainly is, Eric. Leaving I-20 up to a travel advisory. 2 right lanes lost with a crash. 285 northbound, the outer loop at Memorial Drive. Think about taking I-20 west toward the downtown connector out of DeKalb County. Outbound, we have a crash or stall. I'm not sure, but we do have backups, though, as you approach Flat Shoals Gresham on I-20 east, exit 63. We heard from traffic driver Terry in Cobb County. Big Shanty is shut down at Chastain Road with a crash. How's I-75 and 575 Cobb Cherokee, Cindy Dart?
Well, it's looking a little backed up, starting over near Kennesaw State University, I-75 near Shiloh Road, all the way down to Cherokee, looking pretty jammed up, where you're going to start hitting those brake lights. Speaking of brake lights, if you scoot over with me to 575 northbound, kind of the same story. Going to start really tapping those brake lights once you merge on there from 75, and it's going to stay that way, particularly near Bells Ferry and on up through Cherokee County. But the good news is once you reach Highway 92, Alabama, Highway 92, yes, excuse me, that's Alabama Road, I believe. That is when you should be pretty free and clear. Triple Team Traffic, 95.5 WSB.
If you have a leaning brick porch, an uneven concrete driveway, a pool deck covered in cracks, or an uneven sidewalk you could trip over, you should get AquaGuard to come out and help you. Schedule a free visit today at aquaguard.net. Remember, AquaGuard.
Welcome to Window Wisdom with North Georgia Replacement Windows. We are here with the owners and experts, Ted Kirk and Jonathan Cullum. Jonathan, when I drive around, I've noticed plenty of rotted and foggy windows. Why do so many people put off their window projects?
In our experience, they think it's going to be too expensive, or they've heard the nightmare stories of high-pressure, buy-it-now salespeople.
So, Ted, what is North Georgia Replacement Windows doing to help make this problem easier?
Well, you can start small. We allow homeowners to do as many or as few windows as they'd like at one time. We also offer a 3-year price lock guarantee on our Infinity from Marvin Fiberglass windows and doors, which gives you 3 full years to complete your project without worrying about the product cost going up.
Any recommendations on how to handle the unscrupulous sales tactics?
You don't deserve that. Just call us instead. We're different. We provide a stress-free experience with quick, accurate proposals without pressure or pricing games. There's plenty of good reasons why other window and door companies don't want you to see us.
You guys really do make window and door shopping simple. Is there anything else you want to add that may help someone wanting to get their window project started?
First, some advice. Do your research. All windows are not the same. Infinity from Marvin Fiberglass windows are beautiful, not big and bulky like vinyl composite windows. And we have some smart money plans available with 0% interest rates and some low payment plans. You can experience the Infinity from Marvin Fiberglass difference in the comfort of your home, or Jonathan and I would love to personally invite you to our new Alpharetta showroom where you could see the differences for yourself.
Be thankful for November savings. Up to 20% off your entire project, plus up to 24 months no interest, no payment financing. Visit ngwindows.com for all the details. ngwindows.com.
Infinity from Marvin, replacement windows, yeah!
When athletes and actors want to be protected and respected, they hire an agent to represent them. If you've been injured in a car wreck, you need representation too. You need the strong arm. John Foy and Associates. It's Smilin' Mark McKay. Injuries are challenging. You need experienced representation that has a winning track record. I'm proud to recommend John Foy and Associates. Thousands of 5-star reviews from satisfied clients tell their story. Get your free case evaluation with 0 upfront cost. JohnFoy.com.
Skip the hassle and sell your home with the strongest cash offer this fall. The guaranteed offer from Mark Spain Real Estate's the easiest way to sell your home. It's Eric Erickson here. There are no showings, no open houses, no costly repairs. Go to markspain.com, get a guaranteed offer on your home today, and start packing.
Live from the Superior Plumbing Studios.
News,
weather,
traffic. 95.5 WSB.
Atlanta's News and Talk.
At 4:30, I'm Bill Caiaccio. News is sponsored by Hoffman Financial Group. Our top local story, it's an update on election 2024. A message today from Georgia's top election official with less than 15 hours until the polls open.
Our systems are secure and our people are ready.
Secretary of State Brad Raffensperger says the record early voting proves it is easy to vote in Georgia.
Georgia has short lines, secure elections, 4 million voters voted without issue. And that is something that we can be proud of as Georgians.
He says the early votes have to be tabulated by 8 p.m., so Raffensperger expects the bulk of the results to come in quickly. And our in-depth election night coverage begins at 6 tomorrow night. We will have complete coverage of all the races and results as they come in, and the next morning on 95.5 WSB, or 2024 election station. Right now, 63 degrees in Atlanta. What day brings scattered rain showers? Meteorologist Christina Edwards has Atlanta's most accurate and dependable forecast coming up. The FBI prepares for possible unrest no matter who wins the presidential race.
This campaign has been particularly volatile, and officials fear the outcome will unleash a torrent of violence. The FBI has set up a command post at its headquarters in Washington to monitor threats. James Barnacle is the Deputy Assistant Director of the Bureau's Criminal Investigative Division.
This operation is going to run 24/7 for the National Election Week. It'll be staffed by about 80 people. Each shift will be running all day, all night.
Security's been strengthened at many of the nation's 100,000 polling stations. Hundreds of election workers will wear panic buttons to press in case of violence. Christopher Cruz, CBS News, Washington.
The Gwinnett County Police Department is providing additional resources on Election Day.
We want to ensure that the citizens here, the voters mainly, that they feel safe when they're going out tomorrow and casting their votes.
Corporal Juan Matiedo with Gwinnett Police says officers have received additional election security and response training and have been instructed to patrol polling areas as frequently as possible. This just in, Tropical Storm Rafael forms. It is expected to bring heavy rains to Jamaica before likely hitting Cuba as a hurricane, and it could threaten the U.S. Gulf Coast this weekend. The Gwinnett County Sheriff's Office releases body cam video of an active shooter incident last month.
Shots fired! Shots fired!
Emmanuel Bearden walked into the sheriff's office with his young daughter acting agitated and demonstrating unusual behavior. He left and went back to his car, put his daughter in, and then got a gun and opened fire. Officers fired back, hitting Bearden. He is now charged and awaiting trial. The wife of a prominent Atlanta attorney is found guilty today of murdering her husband and burning his body. A Cherokee County jury finds Melody Ferris guilty on all counts in the 2018 death of her husband, Gary Ferris. His body was found in the woods behind a house on Purcell Lane. The GBI determined he was shot to death and his wife was arrested. Police say Melody Ferris shot and killed her husband inside their home and tried to dispose of his body and evidence by burning it. A Cherokee County man who stole more than $1 million from his own mother receives a hefty sentence.
Thomas North III is sentenced to 40 years with the first 10 years to serve in prison after pleading guilty to 37 charges. He's accused of neglect, exploitation, and stealing $1.35 million from his mother as her power of attorney. He's also ordered to pay back that entire amount he stole. The Woodstock police investigation began when a family member discovered the victim's bank account was depleted and she was being evicted from her assisted living facility for failing to pay rent. Cheryl Castro, 95.5 WSB.
The Jacksonville Sheriff's Office says it's releasing more information today, including body cam footage after altercations between fans and deputies at Saturday's Georgia-Florida game. In one video, a deputy appears to use a taser on a man. Another appears to show deputies punching several men as bystanders ask them what they're doing. Jacksonville Mayor Donna Deegan calls the videos disturbing. We are expecting an update from the Sheriff's Office this afternoon. It is now 4:34 and time for live team coverage of traffic and weather, and triple team traffic starts with Smilin' Mark McKay.
DOT Bill says the crash we've been following on the east side perimeter has gone to the shoulder. It was in two right lanes for a while on the outer loop 285 north at exit 41 Memorial Drive. Solid delays back toward I-20. Still following outbound trouble out of East Atlanta out to Gresham Road, Flat Shoals Gresham exit 63. You can always use Memorial Drive to work your way out of the city. Heading south, be aware of the delays I-75 southbound near the airport as you leave Central Avenue. 85 getting a little crowded, as it usually does, leaving Union City trying to get onto 285 on the west side. Let's get a look at those downtown delays from Veronica Rell, Coolray Carrier Traffic Center.
And right now, you're dealing with volume 75-85 northbound as you come up from Langford, 166. And then you're dealing with delays 85 95 southbound leaving Georgia 400. You stay on the brakes down to I-20. Triple T in traffic, 95.5 WSB.
This is WSB meteorologist Christina Edwards. Cloudy and breezy this evening. Overnight lows in the low 60s. Tomorrow we'll see some sunshine through the afternoon. High 77. However, the clouds return on Wednesday with scattered rain showers. High 72.
It's 60 in Tucker, 61 in Powder Springs, and 62 in Woodstock. More news at 5 o'clock. Breaking news when it happens. I'm Bill Caiaccio, 95.5 WSB.
City of Hope, a place where seemingly impossible blood cancers become treatable, curable. With more than 19,000 bone marrow transplants performed, we're the largest and most successful program in the U.S., making major breakthroughs in treating leukemia, lymphoma, and rare blood cancers, personalizing a treatment plan right down to your DNA. Now the experts striving to make the impossible a reality are closer to home. Learn more at cityofhope.org.
You don't just ride, you're obsessed. Injured in a wreck? Call Steel Horse Law, motorcycle injury lawyers who ride.
Have you ever heard of the 5 Ps? That's right, the 5 Ps. These can be applied to most every area of your life, but it's especially true for you and your money. I'm Jeff Jr. with Trajan Wealth, and many years ago when I was a young man in the Marine Corps, I learned about the 5 Ps. Proper planning prevents poor performance. Now, you can't control what's happening with the stock market, but you can control how you plan for it. Trajan Wealth and our fiduciary advisors have been helping our clients with the 5 Ps for years. We have hearts of teachers and will never complicate by using financial jargon. Our fee structure is transparent. The more you make, the more we make. The majority of our clients come from other financial advisors. Isn't it time for a second opinion to allow Trajan Wealth to help you with the 5 Ps too? Call Trajan today at 678-888-3300 or visit TrajanWealth.com.
Advisory services offered through Trajan Wealth LLC, an SEC registered investment advisor.
This is Monica Pearson for Superior Plumbing. When you have plumbing problems, you need it done quickly and on your schedule. Superior Plumbing will work around your schedule night and day. They've served Atlanta for almost 40 years. They want to be your plumber for life, and they'll earn your trust by doing the work correctly the first time. So do what I did and call Superior Plumbing night or day to have a trusted plumber fix your plumbing issues.
Superior, the honest one. Call 770-422-PLUM.
All right, so Trump and Harris they each have like 3 rallies today.
They're both in Pennsylvania currently.
Pennsylvania,
very tired.
Apparently, Pennsylvania is where it's really coming down to. At least in the Pittsburgh area has seen more ads than any other area. So
these poor people.
I guess our friends
Bless
from
them.
Pittsburgh are going to decide this election.
The other day I went down there and I said, we're going to go over to Squirrel Hill. That's where I got to vote. Right across from the RNC Tavern. You ever been there?
Of course I have.
It's across the street from the Giant Eagle.
Yeah, the Giant Eagle.
Yeah, it's nice in there. I worked there for a little while back in the I don't want to say how well.
Yeah, I know.
I was a donut maker, and I got tired of it. So, what happened is as I slowly lose this Pittsburgh accent a little bit here. Okay, I'm going to get it back.
Yeah,
it only, I've been losing a lot, $2-3, an hour or so like that. So I said, well, what we're going to do is we're going to go down there and we're going to vote for Donald Trump.
You're a Trump fan. I heard your wife though; she's voting for Harris, and that means that you're just going to cancel each other out.
Well, I'm going to go vote.
Well, she's going to get in there and vote for the wrong person. I told her if she goes and vote.
No, it's okay.
I'm going to go vote.
Hey, listen, he could have met his wife. She could have moved there from another place.
That's
doesn't
true.
have to be from Pennsylvania.
She's from Maryland.
She could, she's
a lot of transplants.
She could be from Alaska. I think you do a really good Alaskan accent.
Oh, hey, guys, I'm going to go vote.
So I was glad the Steelers was on a bye this weekend, so I didn't worry about that all weekend.
Yeah, you just the. So you're voting for Harris. Your husband is voting for Trump. It seems
like
to
that
me
she's a lady.
I know. Well, how
because
come?
in my culture, I've grew up in a
Culture's
lot of places.
You're in Alaska. It's America.
Yeah,
Your culture is America.
I was close to
the Inuit
certain
culture.
kinds
I met
of
her in an
people, the
igloo.
Inuits.
Is that what
they have a matriarchal system, which I really approved of.
Yeah.
so.
Okay. So then you want to go back to
And
that?
I was sitting on my porch, drinking a Molson.
Uh-huh.
And
the other
was thinking-
stereotypical Alaskan
Molson?
things. That would be Canadian.
a
I don't-
Molson Ice.
Yeah.
We drink Orange City in his house.
That's right. Yeah,
I
she
told
doesn't
her,
know.
we drink
Well,
Orange
I-
City in his house.
The person doing this voice does not know the Yingling Iron City Pennsylvania showdown.
She also didn't know anything about Russell Wilson. I said Russell Wilson's going to be the guy that gets us to the playoffs this
And
year.
she said
I'm
no.
not from there.
Well, Alaska don't got no football team, but what we're do? Listen,
We've got bigger problems.
once Trump gets in there, then Russell Wilson will get us to the Super Bowl again, and then we're going to win that, and then oh my God,
You got plans.
and I don't mind John Fetterman. He's all right.
Yeah,
I kind of
yeah.
like, he's kind of stupid, but I like him. He's
He's
good.
a regular. He reminds me of a buddy or
And
something.
he wears
right?
a hoodie all the time.
Yeah, well, like you do.
Why don't I'm an HVAC guy.
Okay.
So I don't need to wear nothing. It's summertime. I don't
That's
wear a
right.
hoodie.
That's
It's
right.
too hot. but-
Yeah. See, you gave up the donuts for the HVAC. Probably a better career. I would
Well,
imagine.
I went to DeVry and I got that.
Is that a real place? Does DeVry really exist?
Yes, it's a real place.
Is it like
It
other
was.
buildings like you walk into and you sit down at a desk, or
And you go in there and you learn it, and if you do good, you get to keep the tools.
well, that's good.
Yeah.
So you learned and you
My
got.
aunt graduated from DeVry.
I believe she was the first Indigenous woman to ever go to college in
In
Alaska.
my family, at least.
So my point here is that you might as well stay at home because you're just going to go to the polls and cancel each other out.
No, I just want to have a reason to get out of the house.
Okay.
She don't do much. Yeah, that.
No, I'm sorry, buddy.
Things getting kind of big down there at the bottom.
Well, it's bigger.
Bigger.
I mean, I can't stand for too long, so I'm going to bring a chair.
It's all them pierogi sheet, and she moved here. So let's go to Permane Brothers every day, and then
Yeah,
eat pierogies.
and then the bottom end started.
Hey, bro, I mean,
kind
there's
of developing.
There's counseling for that. You guys
I've
can
got
talk about that.
lymphedema.
You've got what?
Lymphedema.
Okay, I don't know what that is. Is
It's
that
a
thing?
collection of fluid in your skin.
You must catch that from pierogies and sausage.
Sorry, you guys.
I get it from my extreme obesity.
Eric, they've got some real problems. I mean,
Well, I thought that the fact that they were disagreeing about politics. Like, apparently they disagree about everything.
they sleep in different rooms too.
Starting with, hey, I'm sleeping.
Well, he
in a-
doesn't like my CPAP.
I don't like your CPAP, and plus, we don't have one of them fancy beds that you can adjust.
Yeah.
What do they call them?
They call
Sleep
them
number.
sit up.
Yeah, we don't have that.
The sit down bed. No, yeah, they don't have
He
that.
helps me get to bed. He stuffs a bunch of pillows behind my back. And
Well,
I
that
sleep
sounds
sitting
like
up.
love.
Then
You
I
must
go-
enjoy that.
I sleep on a twin size bed in the other room.
You know, my wife and I have had a bedroom divorce temporarily.
Having a sleep divorce.
You sleep better,
Sleep
ain't you?
divorce. Well, we're having the master bedroom and the bathroom refurbished.
Excuse me, it's the main bedroom. Thank you. We don't call it the master
I'm
anymore.
sorry. I'm sorry.
That's
I
so dumb.
apologize.
Would you like to
Yes, you can
apologize?
call it that.
I don't want the two little white little boys that grew up there to feel threatened.
Yeah, exactly.
I am the master. I'm in that bedroom. Why do you think we're in there?
It's called the
Now
main,
do your homework.
main bedroom or primary
do your
bedroom.
homework before I slug you.
Main day of the house.
No, I would never do that. I don't believe in hitting children. That was just a joke. But anyway, so the bed downstairs is just too small. Tried that like one night. And I got a backache. Huh, I don't know how long
I
it's
know
going
what
to
that's
take.
like.
Yeah. Everything's too small for you.
else had a big bed?
Who's that?
Okay.
I mean,
it
all
was
right.
so big.
All
it
right,
was
somebody-
very long and
You
large.
could tell.
Should be like 20 minutes here.
And if you're melancholia, they didn't call it depression, but they were depressed people. And
They
he
call
had a
it
big bed.
melancholia.
Melancholia. But it was a big bed.
Of
so-
course, because I don't know why you had to spend 20 minutes on how big the bed was to open up the Joe Rogan
Because it
interview.
was beautiful.
Of course, he was a tall guy. His bed's going to be bigger
I
than
love
the
that he was
average
like,
person.
You could tell it was just a little longer.
A little longer because
Than
he was
normal beds.
You know, in his day, there weren't many tall people.
He was a giant. I love the guy.
What did he have? Acra? What do you call that?
Did he have acromegaly?
Yeah, he did.
No, he had.
Yes, he did.
He had
Marfans.
Marfans, right? Yeah,
Marfan's
the
fun.
giants.
Hey,
thing.
Fonzie.
It's like with whenever they have like the tallest man in the world, he always has Marfans. Large
Too
ears.
many chromosomes.
Is that what happened?
I don't know.
Is that what
Something like that.
He's a hybrid.
I have a
He was-
cousin who has Marfans, and she has an extra chromosome, so I just assumed.
Now hold on. How do you get an extra
Now,
chromosome?
hold on a second.
What a lottery winner! I'd like to have an extra one, just
nice,
in
right?
case. Yeah, just in case
like
you
you're a
in case you
super-
lose
Yeah,
one
you
of the
don't want it.
chromosomes. One of the chromosomes you have, you got that extra.
Your superpower.
Yeah, put me in, coach. I'm ready to play.
Depends
Boom.
on what it makes bigger.
Hey, chromosome. We need you now.
I'll be there for you.
It's like Joe Flacco. You got to be ready, which he wasn't.
We
But,
don't want him.
So, it's one game.
But when you see him throw that ball, I mean, it is
Chris
on
Collinson.
point.
Yeah.
Whoops.
Anytime the announcers talk up the quarterback, you better hope they're not talking about your quarterback.
Oh, I know,
Because
because-
something bad's about to happen.
Josh Allen hasn't thrown an interception all.
Josh Allen's thrown 3 all year long, and not one of them was his fault.
I think the best was a couple weeks ago watching the Falcons spank the Panthers when they were like, Andy Dalton just, he's really mentoring Bryce Young. He's really showing the guy how to
and then what? He
man
throws
the
an
quarterback,
interception on the
then
next
throws
play.
an interception, pick 6 to us.
You see, there's the problem there. I love the way they pivot. Like they'll talk something up, like they'll talk quarterback up, and then immediately he'll either fumble the ball or throw the interception. And the way you pivot is, there's the other side. That's always the problem. So
That's just Dalton
talented,
being Dalton.
just can't hold on to the ball. You can't do that. Tom Brady's gotten better. I watched like the first, until like the middle of the third quarter.
What game did he do?
He did the afternoon game.
Oh, that was the Packers and the Lions.
Packers and Lions, right. No, the Germany game is next week, and that's the first time I won't be getting up at 9:30 in the morning. I saw the commercials for that game going to Berlin.
Yeah.
Is it Berlin?
It's like a reason to wake up on the weekend.
Yeah. No, it'd be a reason if Patrick Mahomes or Josh Allen or Lamar Jackson. It's like, has Germany done something to be punished? Well, I know they have in history, but I'm talking about
Not this century.
But I'm talking about this century.
Cut that out and put it all over the internet.
when you say Giants, Panthers, it's like, oh my goodness. Well, you have to be really football starved to go stand in a queue and get into a stadium to watch that game.
Yeah, that is not a fun game. No.
I think when they go to Germany and stuff, I think they get a lot of, because we have bases over there and stuff. So I think they get a lot of Americans. I think they paper. I don't think that
There's all that basketball too that happens in Germany. That's American.
Any place that there
players?
were bases or any place that we won. It's funny. I was thinking of this, and people are going to kill me because nuance and context are. But Shohei Ohtani, in a weird way, if Pearl Harbor never happens, Shohei Ohtani is not a star in MLB because when we won, we took over for a while. And so when we were there for a few years, our hobbies were American hobbies. And in Japan, we all on the bases, we were playing baseball. And so if you wonder why, how come Japan not so much other places
Taiwan
in
and Korea and
Taiwan,
Japan, those three
who are affected by American military, because that's where they learned the game was being played all the time. So those people grew up as kids playing the game, found a love for the game. So don't try to cancel me because I just told you the truth. But the truth is, we don't fight them if Pearl Harbor doesn't happen. And if we don't win and start playing baseball in Japan, you don't ultimately end up with an Ohtani. Okay, go ahead. Go ahead. Take me out of context and call. No, I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about the a-hole out there who's just decided, I got him. I'm going to cancel that bastard. He's saying Pearl Harbor was good.
For many of the for much of the late 30s and the early 40s, it was all about imperialism and fighting and war, and you found some hobbies. And so now look at that.
Baseball. You know what?
And
listen,
pillows.
Hey, listen. Here's one of the downsides. There's a lot of downsides if Hitler would have won, but soccer taking over the United States of America is not one that we talk about a lot, but probably would have happened. Smiling Mark says there. So there you go, you dumb people who like to cancel people. I just gave you a bunch. Let's see what you got. Come on. Smiling Mark says there's improvement on 285 on the east side.
We're looking for it now. Those two right lanes are open. Eric, travel advisory, no more toward Clarkston, 285 north. That crash was at Memorial Drive, exit 41. Leftover slow traffic on I-20. That's the east side. We've got the Skycopter over here over Cobb County on the west side, and there is crowding on the outer loop as we fly over South Cobb Drive. You're bumper to bumper down to I-20. Heading west on I-20, you're doing fine out toward Olympia Springs, Douglasville. Not so much out of the east Atlanta through to Cat County. Sydney Dart, Kuwait Carrier Traffic Center.
Yeah, that crash, I-20 eastbound at Gresham, exit 63, is still sitting in that second right lane and causing you some pretty significant delays. So you're going to start hitting those brakes as soon as you get off of that Moreland Avenue exit. Speaking of delays, once you continue on, once you get past that, I-20, after you get past the 285 merger, you're still going to hit a slow zone and stay that way all the way until you get to around exit 71 at Panola Road. If you really, really wanted to, you could probably hop on Covington Highway. This report is sponsored by Visit Central Florida. Atlanta, fly a Velo Air nonstop to the Orlando area and land in Lakeland, Florida, minutes from theme parks. Use promo code FLY2LAL to save $20 at aveloair.com through November 30th. I'm Triple Team Traffic, 95.5 WSB.
Election Day 2024.
Your vote counts.
I will stop the invasion.
Listen all day and night for up-to-the-minute election coverage.
We are focused on the needs of the American.
Election Day is tomorrow. And beginning at 6 p.m. tomorrow night, listen for our special in-depth election coverage with results and analysis.
95.5 WSB, your 2024 election station.
Lady beetles, stink bugs, and wasps are overwintering pests that don't hibernate, so they're anxious to get inside your home. Christina Edwards here. No matter the season, Breda's got your back, protecting the inside and outside of your home. Inside pest control is crucial this time of year. Better call Breda Pest Management. They handle bugs, even the overwintering ones, and critters. BREDA Pest.com.
Breda, no need to be afraid of bugs.
This past year has been incredibly tough for me. It's Belinda Skelton, and at the end of last year, my dad passed away. And now my brother and I are responsible for my mom's care and needs. Balancing my role as wife, mom, and daughter has been overwhelming. My mom needs round-the-clock care, and I felt this guilt, like I had to do everything myself. Luckily, my brother and I were referred to Four Seasons Home Care. They've become our lifeline, ensuring mom is happy and well cared for right at home, where she wants to be. Four Seasons Home Care is a local family-run business, not a franchise or a national corporation, so trust me, they care. They helped us find compassionate caregivers, allowing me to focus on being her daughter. If you have aging parents, please don't wait. Reach out to Four Seasons Home Care and start the conversation. It's a free call, and it can change everything. Google Four Seasons Home Care Atlanta. That's Four Seasons Home Care Atlanta.
It happened to me. I saw some cracks in my drywall. Hey, it's Doug Turnbull for Atlanta Ramjack, the very best in the foundation business. Are you seeing cracks in your drywall, stucco, bricks, around doors and windows, or in your flooring? You may have a foundation problem, and that might sound scary, but look, it could be nothing, and if it is something, call Ramjack. Foundation repair is all they do, using only the highest quality products. Schedule your free inspection. Just Google Atlanta Ramjack.
They said I couldn't do it, but I'm doing it. Hi, I'm Shannon, owner of Scorpion Septic, and I'm changing the septic industry. Customers ask, how do you not charge to pump out our tank with a repair? Other companies charge hundreds for that. What's the catch? No catch. With Scorpion Septic, there's never a pump out charge with your repair.
Take the sting out of septic service with Scorpion Septic. Details online.
ScorpionSepticServices.com. When it comes to defending your rights, experience counts. George Stein, the DUI lawyer, has a winning track record over 3 decades with hundreds of contested jury trials and complicated cases. Make the smart choice. GeorgeStein.com.
Let's face it, nothing makes you look older than you really are than thinning hair. But what if you could not only increase your hair count, but promote new hair growth without surgery, without drugs with potential side effects, and without a prescription from your doctor? Well, now you can, thanks to a breakthrough new supplement called Hair Grow, provided by New Nordic, the #1 supplier of dietary supplements in Europe. Hair Grow is now available in the U.S. Only Hair Grow contains Tocogaya, a powerful antioxidant that has received a U.S. patent. Multiple clinical studies show Hair Grow is safe and effective in promoting new hair growth. In one study, 95% of the patients using Hair Grow saw increased hair count. Don't lose more time and more hair. Try Hair Grow today to feel and look your best. Available online at Amazon, Walmart.com, and NewNordicUSA.com, or in stores at your local CVS. Look younger and feel more confident with Hair Grow by New Nordic at NewNordicUSA.com, or in stores at your local CVS.
Old and leaking roof? Deal with it immediately. Dave Baker here. Findlay Roofing has seen it all, replaced it all, and backed it all with a free lifetime labor and materials warranty. 0% financing is available. FindlayRoofing.com. Roof.
I don't think that we have a whole heck of a lot of time here, so let me tell you, and believe me, don't get angry. It's my fault because I wouldn't shut the hell up leading into the last break. Please. Blame me. You know what? When in doubt, use the autumn rule. Blame Eric. All right, listen. So, did you just tune in? I'm reading this from Jared Yamamoto. He is such a great writer. I just like to read it verbatim.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
It says here, podcast liner, : Did you just tune in and think, man, I wish I had more of the Doctrinaires? And that's supposed to be a quote, but he doesn't close the quote. Never fear, the podcast version is here. Grab the Von Hessler Doctrine as a podcast on WSBRadio.com, the WSB Radio app, or any of your favorite pod catchers.
Now, you should say that more with a more radio voice, though, when you deliver that line, though. Try one more time.
All right, so you wrote this, and now you think you're the director?
That's right. Yeah.
Did you just tune in and think, man,
There we go.
Boy, do I wish I had more of the Doctrinaires. Well, never fear. The podcast version is here. Grab the Von Hessler Doctrine as a podcast on WSBRadio.com, the WSB Radio app, or any of your favorite pod catchers. Yeah, like to catch that pod, huh? Not really a joke, but everybody just laugh. And
I got it.
Go to commercial. Smiling Mark is over downtown Atlanta. He says there's some slowdowns. He's checking it out for you.
I sure am, and what I see is an injury crash down below that are going to add to the backup heading through the city. We're over 75 to 85 southbound, just north of I-20 at the MLK Junior Drive exit, just past Grady Hospital. The two right lanes are lost. It's not too far from where I-20 peels off of the connector, so that's going to impact that I-20 transition ramp as the two right lanes are lost here, 75, 85 southbound, south of Freedom Parkway. It's already quite slow, leaving 17th Street to where we are, just north of I-20 in the Skycopter. What do you see heading to the northern suburbs, Veronica Rell?
Well, right now, watching some volume over on 85 northbound, overall not so bad. As you leave Spaghetti Junction, 285, and head through Norcross. Also dealing with some delays, 400 northbound through Sandy Springs, and again through Alpharetta. And then you're on and off the brakes, 75 northbound through Marietta, get into Kennesaw. Traffic brought to you by Reliable Heating and Air. Stop paying for expensive heating and air repairs or home warranties. Get a reliable protection plan for just $14.99 a month and enjoy 100% parts and labor coverage for any age, system, make, or model. Triple Team Traffic, 95.5 WSB.
It's Eric. Are you thinking of adding value to your house, or just you want more convenience and more comfort in your kitchen? Frugal Kitchens can get you one of those $1 million home kitchens at a fraction of the cost. They want to talk to you about how you can go through their process, get your new dream kitchen up and going, and you can be cooking in 5 days from the start of construction and get 18 months no interest financing available. It's what Christy and I have done. Life happens in your kitchen, and Frugal Kitchens can put you in a great one. FrugalKitchens.com.
Attention men, are you suffering from ED or PE? Here's an important message from Choice Men's Health.
I'm Dr. Katz, and I'm the Chief Medical Director at Choice Men's Health. Are you performing the way you want to in the bedroom? If the answer is no, and you've tried Viagra, Cialis, and Levitra and were disappointed, then you need to come see us immediately. If you don't see results on the first visit, then there's no charge. Many of our patients have medical conditions such as diabetes, hypertension, obesity, and prostate problems. I'm happy to say that we have 98% success rate with all our patients. Our customized solutions will allow you to perform within 10 minutes and last an hour and even longer. You can regain your love life and tackle your ED and PE problems. Guys, your partner will never complain again. Our clinic has the most affordable prices, so if you visit other clinics and you're not completely satisfied, then you need to call Choice Men's Health.
Regain your love life regardless of your age or medical history. Choice Men's Health guarantees results on your first visit or you pay nothing. Call now. 404-400-1170. That's 404-400-1170.
A word of caution for motorcycle riders. Remember, 18-wheelers have bigger blind spots, and it takes them longer to stop than a smaller vehicle. Eric Von Hassler here to remind you that if an 18-wheeler forces you to lay your bike down, you need to call in Steel Horse Law. Attorney George Stein is a motorcycle rider, and he understands bikers' needs. Get more info and request a free Rider's Advantage card at steelhorselaw.com.
The following is a paid commercial announcement.
Kamala Harris worked with Joe Biden to make things cost less for all Americans. Here are a few examples of what they did. They made a rule that prescription drugs can't cost more than $2,000 for people on Medicare like seniors and the disabled. They lowered the cost of inhalers to $35. They lowered hearing aid prices by making them available over the counter. And they lowered the price of insulin to $35 per month. Paid for by American Independent Radio.
Foundation problems are not always obvious. Doug Turnbull here for Atlanta Ramjack. When I saw cracks in my drywall, I called the best in the business and got an honest assessment. No overselling. Trust who I trust with the foundation of my home. Just Google Atlanta Ramjack.
News, weather,
traffic. 95.5 WSB, Atlanta's News and Talk.
At 5 o'clock, I'm Bill Caiaccio. News is sponsored by D. Geller & Son Jewelers. Our top local story, it is all new this hour. A ruling by Georgia's Supreme Court on the eve of the election impacts thousands of Cobb County voters. WSB's Veronica Waters reports live. It reverses a ruling by a lower court.
Yeah, Bill, Cobb County was rushing to get some 3,200 absentee ballots out to voters on time, and a court had given those voters some extra days to return them. But today, the Georgia Supreme Court nixed that. ACLU of Georgia Legal Director Corey Isaacson explains.
What we need Cobb County voters to know now is that there is no longer an extension of the absentee ballot receipt deadline. All ballots need to be in by tomorrow, Election Day, at 7 p.m.
7 p.m. is also the time in-person polls close statewide. Reporting live, Veronica Waters, 95.5 WSB.
64 degrees in Atlanta. How's the Election Day forecast and what day could bring rain showers? Meteorologist Christina Edwards has Atlanta Radio's only 5-day forecast coming up. On the eve of the election, both candidates are in Pennsylvania.
The ball is in our hand. We're at the 2-yard line, maybe the 1-yard line.
Former President Trump and Vice President Harris vying for the state's 19 critical electoral votes.
Are we ready to do this? We're ready to get out the vote. We're ready to win.
Georgia, with its 16 electoral votes, is ready for the big day tomorrow.
Secretary of State Brad Raffensperger says he has a message for Georgians planning to cast their ballots tomorrow.
Our systems are secure, and our people are ready.
He expects north of 1 million voters could show up on Tuesday.
Tomorrow, lines have to be shorter than 1 hour, and we will be tracking it.
Georgia has already shattered records for early voting with 4 million votes already cast, and those votes have to be tabulated by 8 p.m. tomorrow, so Raffensperger expects the bulk of the results to come in quickly. Jonathan O'Brien, 95.5 WSB.
Our in-depth election night coverage begins at 6 o'clock tomorrow. We will have complete coverage of all the races and results as they come in, and the next morning on 95.5 WSB, or 2024 election station. Gwinnett County Police have a plan in place to keep voters safe tomorrow.
Extra security measures are being put in place in Gwinnett County to make voters comfortable about casting a ballot. Corporal Juan Mariedo says they're not expecting any trouble.
We don't foresee anything happening. We've had past elections here with no issues, but just in case, that's why we have all hands on deck of approach, basically.
The Coordination Center and Real-Time Crime Center will be fully staffed, while sheriff deputies staff polling places. Gwinnett Police will also be driving by all locations. Lisa Nicholas, 95.5 WSB.
Dramatic images from an active shooter incident in Gwinnett County. For the first time since last month's shooting, the sheriff's office is releasing body cam footage.
In the video, Emmanuel Bearden appears agitated and was demonstrating odd behavior when he walked into the sheriff's office wearing body armor with his daughter by his side.
They said to come here to file the charges. Is that a family violence?
He left, put his daughter in the back seat, and then grabbed a gun and started firing.
Drop your weapon!
Officers returned fire, hitting Bearden, who was taken to the hospital. His daughter was not hurt. Sabrina Cupid, 95.5 WSB.
And we posted the video at WSBradio.com. New developments today after videos surfaced showing altercations between deputies and fans at Saturday's Georgia-Florida game in Jacksonville. The sheriff's office is investigating and says it will release body cam footage. One fan, Jeremy Williamson, says the incident he recorded was over an argument about verifying a digital ticket.
They made contact with this man, and when he said, I'm not leaving my seats, I paid for him, and they immediately pulled a taser on him.
Jacksonville Mayor Donna Deegan calls the videos disturbing. The sheriff's office says it won't comment until all of the facts are known. It is now 5:04, and the Von Haessler Doctrine continues in less than 2 minutes. Right now, it's triple team traffic. And here's smiling Mark McKay.
We're just over downtown, Bill, where Atlanta Fire Rescue, Georgia State Patrol, we're getting into a crash in a bad spot. Connector southbound at MLK Junior Drive, just north of the busy I-20 interchange. A couple of right lanes are taken out. That is adding to the pressure. Southbound 75, 85, leaving 17th Street, flowing 85 out of northeast Atlanta, back toward Georgia 400. Northbound delays through the city as well, leaving University Avenue headed up toward Midtown. Pull over the east freeway here, and the crash we were telling you about, I-20 eastbound at Flagshow's Gresham, has gone to the right. Still a little slow, leaving east Atlanta. The 285 perspective, Sydney Darden, Kobe Carrier Traffic Center.
Yeah, kind of the same story. Slow as well, particularly if you're leaving Vinings. I-285 southbound there on the outer loop. You're going to start tapping those brake lights around Atlanta Road, and you're going to really hit a slow zone once you're hit that South Cobb exit at exit 15. It's going to stay that way until you get all the way to I-20. Speaking of I-20, leaving I-20 going on the northbound side, though, not looking anywhere near as bad. You're mostly going to be seeing those slow zones again around exit 15 at South Cobb, staying that way all the way into Vinings, and on that towards Cumberland. Triple team traffic, 95.5 WSB.
Now Atlanta Radio's only 5-day forecast, sponsored by Shoemate, the official plumber of Atlanta Homes. Here's meteorologist Christina Edwards.
Cloudy skies this evening, breezy as well. A few areas of light rain showers or drizzle possible. Lows tonight in the low 60s. Tomorrow, sunshine through the afternoon, high 77. More cloud cover for Wednesday with scattered rain showers. Morning low 65, afternoon high 72. Thursday, rain showers in the morning, becoming partly cloudy through the afternoon hours, high 75, and a mix of sun and clouds on Friday, high 78.
63 in Brazelton, 62 in Jonesboro, 60 in Canton. More news at 5:30. Breaking news when it happens. I'm Bill Caiaccio, 95.5 WSB.
Hour 3 of the Von Haessler Doctrine begins right at this very moment. Hey, you know what else I learned about dreams over the weekend?
What did you learn about dreams over the weekend?
Interesting. Thank you for asking. Interesting that you
You're
asked
welcome.
That you have between the short-term memory and the long-term memory, there's a bridge area, and that bridge area is shut down while you're dreaming. And so the all day long, the long-term, that bridge decides, well, what is this short-term memory we need to get over? But the bridge is out while you're sleeping. That's why when you wake up, a dream can seem so vivid to you, and no matter what you do over the next 10 minutes, it will just slowly slip away from you. And ultimately, all you'll remember is maybe the first thing when you first woke up, because the bridge was open when you woke up, and you started focusing on that.
Dementia feels like.
Actually, they're starting to, this guy was saying that some of these areas of the brain that get shut down during sleeping, because dementia and Parkinson's, people begin to hallucinate. And that's basically when ultimately, it seems stupid to say and obvious, but dreams are just nightly hallucinations. That's all they are.
My dad has Parkinson's.
Well, I mean, you say that like you're happy. No, you're not.
I did not say
no,
that I was happy. I just said it
you're
like
kind of like
information.
bragging, like, yeah, well.
Well, anyway, but my dad has Parkinson's.
Well, you know, he also is a member. He is a citizen of the United States, covered by certain HIPAA laws. Way to just lay it out there.
No, well, let me tell you about his medical history real quick.
What Autumn's doing is she's leaning into the Gen Z thing right now. If you have more ailments and more conditions, then you're considered cool.
Well, that's her father. It's not her.
Oh yeah, I'm trying to get. My dad needs more
she's
clout.
cred.
I don't even
online.
think it's true. I think it's what is it, Munchausen by proxy. She's probably putting something in his oatmeal just so she can get attention.
Oh, that's right.
I'm giving him Partenex.
Actually,
as
I love your
cereal every
dad.
morning.
I love your dad. Is he? Is it okay? We got
He's doing
treatment
all right.
and everything, all that stuff.
Yeah, he's not. He doesn't have like the shaky Parkinson's. It's
Right.
like a neurological thing more than anything else.
Right, but does he get the hallucinations sometimes?
No,
Does he
not-
think
no,
somebody's
but-
talking to him that isn't talking to him?
I don't know, because there are sometimes, if his blood pressure gets too low, he
Right.
like says things, and you're like, "What?" He's like, nothing.
Yeah, that's what I worry about. When
Yeah,
I
it's
lose
weird.
it, I'm going to say all kinds of just nasty, horrible things. It's going to be very difficult
You're
for
like,
people.
I wanted to touch so many girls'
Yeah,
butts.
and now I
David
can let
Copperfield.
everybody know. All the nurses, get over here.
Bush said that?
What now? I missed that. What?
It was George H.W. Bush.
George W. Bush.
Yeah.
You know who my favorite magician?
Oh, yeah, David Copperfield. Yeah, he got weird in his late 80s. You don't know about that, George? Yeah, old man George H.W. Bush I think it was like in his 80s, and he died at like 91 or 92. Or
Was
maybe.
he in a wheelchair at that point?
Not always.
Because I feel like there was someone standing next to him, and he like gave her a little feel.
Well, it started like in his 80s. He didn't get into the wheelchair till his 90s, I think. So he may have still been doing it. But at the end, he would, he would grab these young women's behinds, and before he did, he would say he thought it was a funny joke to say, "You know who my favorite magician is?" And she would say, "Who?" And he'd go, "David Copperfield." And it was like one of those things that everybody knew about, and like Barbara Bush was embarrassed about, but they couldn't. Like he was, I think when you get
a former president,
the filter goes away. That's why it won't happen to Trump, because he never had a filter.
Never.
So there's going to be absolutely no difference. He's just going to say anything that hits the top of his mind and go, "Oh, well, that's Donald. I think he's fine. I don't see any."
Wow, those are beautiful.
Bring them a little closer.
Yeah, lean in. Lean in, as they say.
As they say. By the way, speaking of this, I guess RFK, the idea is that he's going to be in charge, if Trump wins, he's going to be in charge of making the country healthy again.
That's right.
And can I just say before an election, I don't know how much truth there is to this. I only know my own reaction. People who start yelling about the fluoride in the water just seem like crazy people to me. RFK, just maybe wait till after the election.
Well, a lot of
Start talking about
research
the
has been
fluoride.
put into this, and what it does is it calcifies your pineal gland. It makes you
it's
more
very-
able to just be controlled by the government.
Also, people's dental has gotten better. Isn't that the reason it was put in there?
Yes.
I don't know. I mean, even if it's a good thing, you could ask the question, should municipalities vote on whether they want
Well,
it?
the
in the water
fluoride that
system?
goes in the water systems is a byproduct of manufacturing of steel. And so they had to do something with it. They can't just dump it into the water table, although they want to. So
Yeah.
they tricked everybody into saying that there are minimal effects when it comes to tooth enamel.
But doesn't it help your tooth and animal a little bit?
Some studies
Oh, they
show
don't have
that
it in
doesn't.
England.
It's in toothpaste, and we do that twice a day.
Because they tricked everybody into thinking it's a good way to get rid of this pollutant, this waste, this fluoride.
If you go back to the 1970s and just on average, take the average American and the average Englishman and compare the teeth, and the American had them with flying colors, and they had no fluoride in their water in England. I know that's not I'm not arguing for it. I'm just saying on the eve of an election, you sound like the crazy. I mean, it's kind of the premise of Dr. Strangelove. We almost go to World War III because a general is worried about his precious bodily fluids.
Well, can I tell you one more
Yes.
thing? If President Trump wins and becomes the president again, I will be in charge of finding Bigfoot, and we will use everything we have to track it down. And also, I will be leading an exploratory committee on the Bermuda Triangle.
And also, weren't you going to start a blue ribbon committee to find that demon that attacked Tucker Carlson in the
We
middle of the
are
night?
looking into that. We are going to be putting
I hadn't
monitors in his house.
I hadn't even
And
thought
then
about.
Elon's going to be out there doing something.
Oh, he's going to be trimming, like he's supposed to be making government
less
more
wasteful?
efficient. Yeah,
Yeah.
good luck.
Yeah, he's recruited Ron Paul.
Yeah, okay. Well, he's older than Joe Biden, isn't he?
Thank you.
Good luck on that one. Good luck on making the.
The
and by the
Department
way,
of Governmental.
yeah, but here's the problem: is
Doge.
you sell. You sell things to the government. You sell systems and weapon systems. So people might say to themselves, I'll bet you Elon doesn't find out that they're spending too much money on products from Elon. So right there you would have, I don't know if it's a good idea.
Well, they should order more rockets from us. I found that.
That's a good thing, right?
That's a
Going
good-
to
yeah.
Mars, of course, is
Yes.
something we all should be spending money on.
I wonder how Elon feels about the fluoride issue. Are you on board with RFK Jr. and the fluoride issue?
No, I'm on board with whatever it'll take to get Trump. in
Yeah.
the White House.
Whatever it'll take, huh?
Yes.
Okay.
I'll tell you what I would have liked as a kid, if they would have put something in the water that would ensure that you wouldn't lose your hair as you got older.
Ah, there you
I
go.
wouldn't
I'm
care.
with you on that.
I don't.
I'm
I
with
would,
you on that.
I wouldn't care if there was mind control possibilities. If
You have a head full of hair, but a smooth brain.
yeah, it's fine. You make me
I'm
docile, and I'm accepting of anything the
My hair's
government will do.
pretty.
But I got a full head of hair until the day of my death. That's all I'm asking for.
Get
That's all
some
I'm asking.
minoxidil or whatever.
It's too late.
No, it's
Yes, it is. You got to do the minoxidil when you're
no,
younger.
you don't. You don't.
I
know
don't
the new
need
technology.
I don't need a bunch of pubic hair on the top of my head.
It's
I don't
not-
think that's going to look great.
Well,
If anything, If anything, you would think that these days, like the rug technology, the toupee technology should be
there's a lot of that.
so good.
It is good.
But how am I going to show up? So I did Southside Steve's podcast the other day, and I was talking about this for the podcast. He's like, I can still hook you up, my guy, you know. I'm like, how stupid would that look if all of a sudden I showed up at work and I had a full head of hair?
You just go for it.
And he's
You're
like,
yeah,
nobody
Yeah,
notices.
it's a tube. Doesn't it look good?
Nobody
and then you'd be
notices.
like, just walk around.
Yeah, but I think if I was
the
going to
pretending
do
it
that,
doesn't exist.
I would have to make it so obvious, like a pompadour or something, or like
a Johnny Bravo hair thing.
Just lean in. Lean in.
Like a Teddy Boy look from the late 50s or something, some kind of high hair.
You'd be shaking it out of your face the whole show.
Oh yeah.
Hey guys, what's
Oh
up?
yeah, get like that Justin Bieber
Hey.
bangs down in front
What
of
I
your
don't
face.
the
want,
baby Bieber.
What I don't want is, I don't want that Rand Paul. I just got out of the shower look. every
His
time
hair's
I see-
always wet.
because he's got
That's
obviously
gel.
that's the hair club for men thing from the old days.
Yep.
It's like they can put it in there and it can look real, but you can never actually comb it, so it just always looks like, hey, I just got out of the shower.
I'm
yeah,
telling
you've
you,
been 6
it's
hours. You
really
still got out of the shower?
It really has changed. I think a lot of people are wearing little toupes or have hair pieces or are using lots of different little potions and things on their head, and you don't know that they didn't used to have hair.
Hey guys, we got a new. We take the hair off your behind, put it on your head. Grows.
Butthead.
Hey, what do you think?
It's called butthead.
What do you think fertilizer is? You dummy. You want it to grow?
You should try it out. I think you should. What is seriously, instead of going into it feeling insecure about how other people would think about it, I think you just say,
No, I got to be like the blinded me with science guy. What's his name? Thomas Dolby.
Yeah.
He did a whole video. He's like, I don't like. And so his hair now, he looks like it's way more hair than you would expect. I think you have to go that way.
When you have two generations of people that don't know Elton John was bald.
I know, but he was.
I know, but nobody knows.
So many
Besides-
people. Steve Martin.
Do they remove it before you're cremated, or does it cause a little extra? I want to go out with it if I have it. Please. Does it take any? Because
They charge you less because it's like extra kindling.
Yeah, I want to be. I mean, I don't want it. You say like cremated, but did you know it takes like 20 minutes?
Yeah,
I thought
it
they
takes a
put you in
while.
there and it's like,
yeah,
No.
and you're gone. I guess bones take a while.
Well, and you got to heat it up.
Well, you don't think it's an assembly line in major cities? You don't think it's just an assembly? All right.
Probably
You know,
depends on
like,
the
like
person.
pizza ovens, you know,
Yeah.
like at a Domino's,
Yeah.
that slow-moving conveyor belt.
It's probably
Brick fired crematory.
probably different for men and women too. Probably women require less heat. Men require more heat because they're bigger.
Why is that,
Because we're
Jared?
bigger. That's why.
Jared, is
What do you
physical
mean?
size in physical size.
Such a woman hater.
How is that?
I
I'm
just-
saying that women cook faster.
I don't even want to.
Takes
Don't
more
even get him
time.
going
Not
on
in my house.
on the whole female sports thing. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, he hates it.
Smiling, this guy is full of hate. Smiling Mark says there's a travel advisory on the connector.
Two right lanes are knocked out on the connector southbound, Eric, with an injury crash. We flew over 7585 southbound near MLK Junior Drive north of I-20, adding that pressure on the southbound side of the connector, 7585 northbound. We've had some trouble at 17th Street, a center lane knocked out, so that ride through Midtown in both directions is slow. Looks like another politically motivated motorcade is on the move through Cobb County. Traffic here tell us all lanes are blocked temporarily with police activity. I-75 northbound, north of Mount Perrin Road and I-285 use Northside Parkway, Northside Drive. Veronica Rell, Coolray Carrier Traffic Center.
Well, better news over on the East Freeway. That crash off to the right. I-20 eastbound over at Gresham Road. Get past that. You're going to be on and off the brakes. I-20 eastbound as you leave Candler and make your way out to just past Panola Road. And then over on the West Freeway, just dealing with a couple of brake taps. I-20 westbound from before 285, getting you out into Douglasville. Triple Team Traffic, 95.5 WSB.
The polls say it's a dead heat.
If Kamala Harris gets 4 more years,
Election day is tomorrow.
Whatever happens in this election,
the American people are fed up.
We've got Election Day covered.
tune in throughout the day to stay up to date.
95.5 WSB.
Your 2024 election station.
Skip the hassle and sell your home with the strongest cash offer this fall. The guaranteed offer from Mark Spain Real Estate is the easiest way to sell your home. It's Eric Erickson, and with the guaranteed offer, you can skip the uncertainty, sell your home fast for all cash in as little as 21 days. Mark Spain Real Estate's been serving families for nearly 30 years and has helped over 58,000 satisfied clients. Trust the top real estate team in the U.S. to sell your home fast and for maximum profit. Go to markspain.com and find out what your guaranteed offer would be and start packing.
WSB Atlanta, WSB BFM, and HD1 Doraville. 95.5 WSB, Atlanta's News and Talk.
I'm here with Chris Hoffman of Hoffman Financial Group and the host of Money Unleashed. Chris, with all the things we're reading and seeing and living through these days, from potential rate cuts to presidential elections, now seems like a great time to make sure we have that comprehensive plan in place, you know, the one that covers all our financial bases.
There are occasions throughout the year where I feel like it's critical for people to engage their financial lives and get the information that they deserve from a financial advisory team. And this is one of those times, to be quite frank. So we ask that you call us if you have a minimum of $500,000 in your full portfolio. But we're going to do away with that minimum so that those folks can have an equal opportunity to understand what's in their portfolio as well. Now, you have to have some money, right? I can't help you to build your wealth at work, right? But I sure can help, I believe, with your 401k, IRA management. There's probably 2 or 3 things that'll surprise you that you may want to take action on. So the next 10 people that call in will work up either a portfolio x-ray, or if you feel like you need a full retirement plan, go to unleashyourmoney.com, click on Portfolio X-ray, or click on Full Retirement Plan. We think you'll be impressed enough, and we want you to become a client. There's no question about it. We believe that we are a very competent fiduciary advisory team, and we want to offer that to our listeners. Let Hoffman Financial Group actually show you how we perform, and I believe we perform at the pinnacle of this industry.
Call the Hoffman Financial Group at 404-737-3858, 404-737-3858, or online at unleashyourmoney.com. Investment advisory services offered through Brookstone Wealth Advisors, a registered investment advisor. Insurance and annuities offered through Hoffman Financial Group Incorporated, Georgia Insurance License number 163546.
Breathe easier in your home this fall with Zerorez carpet and air duct cleaning. Zerorez knows that clean indoor air quality is more important than you might think. Less dust, less congestion, and less yuck floating around your home. Right now, when you mention WSB Radio, you'll get $50 off your next air duct cleaning from the pros at Zerorez. Use promo code AIR50 when scheduling online at ZerorezAtlanta.com. Zerorez, spell it backwards or forwards, it's the right way to clean.
Pro athletes and attorneys count on George Stein, the DUI lawyer. Hey, it's Eric Von Hessler. George Stein has been a personal and professional friend for decades. He literally wrote the book on DUI defense in Georgia. I trust him, and you can too. GeorgeStein.com.
Men, if you're suffering from ED or PE, Priority Men's Medical Center will get your love life back in just one visit. Their painless, breakthrough medical treatments eliminate ED and PE. Here's a specialist in men's health.
I'm Dr. Simovitz. Have Viagra or Cialis let you down? Priority Men's Medical Center offers the most effective treatments that eliminate ED and PE, with men lasting longer than ever. 98% of patients see instant results on their first visit.
Priority Men's Medical Center's breakthrough treatments will restore your love life regardless of age or medical history. Your consultation and first treatment are free. Plus, you'll see instant results in the office. Plus, qualified patients will have their testosterone checked free. Call 404-885-8885. 404-885-8885. To regain your love life in just one visit, call now. 404-885-8885.
All right, I guess we have some Trump rally audio that we ought to go through, because they tell me that the last day of the election season is tomorrow.
That's correct.
And as I've said before, and I'm not afraid to make this kind of prediction, I believe enough in this country to believe that we will know who the next president will be within 6 weeks. I believe in this country.
Thank goodness.
I think we still got it. Got our mojo. All right, so this is Trump. You know, he had this conversation with Joe Rogan as well, where he's talking about, it was spectacular, when the Trump rocket came
Not
back
the Trump
down.
rocket, the SpaceX rocket.
I'm sorry, the SpaceX rocket came down. It's actually a booster, came back from space. And the way that the, I don't know what they call it.
Chopsticks.
That's not the official.
You remember Mr. Miyagi tried
Yeah.
to catch the fly, and then Daniel got it really quickly. So it was sort
That's
of
what
like
it was
that.
like. It kind of,
Yeah,
it was.
snap.
If you haven't seen it, it's quite extraordinary. He talked about Rogan about it, and then I guess he brought it up at the rally.
Yeah, he was in North Carolina earlier this morning, and I watched this live today, and I was like, okay, this is a good moment.
When I saw that rocket came down, when I saw that sucker come down, 22 stories, by the way. You know, people think it's like 5 feet high. It's 22
Did they?
stories. That sucker's
I
coming
did.
down. And it's those engines were blowing. He says it's all computers. You know, it's true. That thing. I said, oh man, it's gonna crash. No, dude, it's going right into the gantry. Right? It's gonna crash. And then the fire starts blowing. The bottom left, the whole bottom left is blowing, and it just pushed it up. And then it came down, and those two big arms, you saw the arms? They grabbed that thing like you grab your beautiful baby. See, I've gotten much better. Years ago, I would have said something else, but I've learned.
That's fun.
I would have been a little bit more risque.
That is funny. Does everybody get the reference there? Autumn, you get the
Yeah, grab 'em
reference?
by the-
Oh yeah, okay. All right, I didn't know
Mhm.
that. That's genuinely
Like
funny.
you grab your baby, just squeeze her tight and love her with all your might. No, I wouldn't say that. But the thing came down. It was this.
Yeah, we got it. We got it.
rocket,
It was tough, and
it was 7,000 stories. I mean,
Yeah.
everybody thought it was like an inch tall.
Did you think it was going to crash?
I
Wait,
thought-
people thought it was an inch tall.
They thought it was an inch tall.
Turns
and
out
if
it's
you look at it,
7,000
or
stories.
or 2 inches maybe. But
Yeah.
it's like it's like way up in space, and it comes down, and then the arms they call them,
Yeah.
they come out, and in the rocket and the fire.
And you had Elon explaining the whole thing to you.
And I said, Elon, how did you make this thing work? And he says to me,
Well, Mr. President, so the way that the dynamics of this thing is,
and then I got real nutty. I don't care. It's cool to watch.
It looks cool, right?
Yeah, don't ask how they make the hot dog. I just eat it.
Smiley Mark says there's a red alert on 75 in northwest Atlanta.
Yeah, big stretch. 75 now shut down. Here 75 northbound at Mount Perrin Road, just exit 258, where things are shut down. They've also shut down the ramps from Cumberland Boulevard, I-75. Take Northside Parkway, Northside Drive. I also see further up, they've shut down the ramp from 285 east and west to 75 north. So we'll keep monitoring this. Big delays building out of Atlanta, Midtown Atlanta, trying to get into Cobb County. The downtown connector story now, Sydney Darden.
Yeah, well, we did have a crash I-75 northbound at 17th Street that's moved off to the shoulder, but still delays remain. Speaking of delays, that travel advisory is still in effect. I-75 southbound at MLK, that's still sitting in 2 right lanes as well. Also, on the other side of that I-85 northbound, once you get off at Langford, you're going to be hitting those brake lights pretty heavy again all throughout the downtown area, past the Grady curve and on towards 17th Street. Triple Team Traffic, 95.5 WSB.
We all know how high mortgage rates have been. Because of that, most homeowners are staying put, investing into and preserving the home they have. Dave Baker here for AquaGuard Foundation Solutions. If you're ignoring any cracked bricks, basement floor, or concrete cracks, you could be ignoring underlying foundation problems. You'll want to get ahead of these problems sooner rather than later. So don't wait any longer. Visit aquaguard.net today to book your free inspection. The only name you need to know is AquaGuard.
The following is a paid commercial announcement. They don't call her confiscation Kamala for nothing. Don't take it from us.
And I support a mandatory buyback program.
A mandatory buyback program? That means the government forcing you to turn in your firearms. To what lengths would Kamala go? Well, she doesn't even support the individual right to own a firearm.
I'm prepared to take executive action and put in place a ban on the importation of assault weapons into our country.
We get it. Sometimes it's tough to understand what she's talking about. But on the Second Amendment and your rights, confiscation Kamala has been crystal clear. Her gun control agenda comes straight from that petri dish of bad ideas that is California. She can claim to be a gun owner all she wants, but we all know she's the same anti-gun California radical she's always been. Don't be left defenseless. Defeat confiscation Kamala. Vote Trump like your life depends on it, because it does. NRA Political Victory Fund paid for and is responsible for the content of this advertising. Not authorized by any candidate or candidates committee. NRAPVF.org.
Belinda here for Atlanta Vision Institute. Stephen is an actual patient of Dr. Ashraf, and I want him to share his testimonial with you.
I wanted to get rid of the glasses, and I wanted a procedure where I could see close and also far distance. So I got laser optics on my right eye, and then a week later I got it on my left eye. And I played golf for the first time in over 6 years without my glasses last week, and it was fantastic. And I'm actually able to see the computer. I'm so excited to be able to do activities without having to wear glasses, shooting and playing golf and working out at the gym. I can see the combination on the lock to be able to open my locker without having to use my glasses and keep my glasses in my pocket at the gym.
If you'd like to see like Stephen, go to 2020atlanta.com to find out more information and take the quiz to see if this procedure is a good option for you. That's 2020atlanta.com. Your medical insurance may cover part of it.
A lot of companies claim to be able to repair your foundation, but don't go with just anyone. Go with a specialist. Doug Turnbull here. Go with Ramjack. Foundation repair is all they do. Ramjack has the most experienced technicians in the industry to focus on your foundation and properly diagnose the issue. They'll fix your foundation right the first time using the highest quality products available, and they'll leave your home flawless. Get your free estimate. Just Google Atlanta Ramjack.
Live from the Superior Plumbing Studios.
News,
weather,
traffic.
95.5 WSB.
Atlanta's News and Talk.
At 5:30, I'm Bill Caiaccio. News sponsored by Overhead Door Company of Atlanta. Our top local story, it is breaking traffic trouble at this hour near Cumberland. WSB's Mark McKay has the update.
Yeah, we're just following that, flying over the Georgia State Patrol shutdown of I-75 northbound north of Mount Perrin Road over the Chattahoochee River, exit 258. I also saw the on and off ramps from Cumberland Boulevard shut down, and a little further up I-75, police have also shut down the on-ramp from 285 east and westbound to I-75 north. Your best bet heading north out of Midtown Atlanta is Northside Drive, Northside Parkway. Bill?
64 degrees in Atlanta. Could be a few passing showers for this evening, and into we may see some more rain middle of the week. WSB meteorologist Christina Edwards has Atlanta Radio's only 5-day forecast coming up. Now an update on election 2024, and it is all systems go in Georgia.
Your local election officials will work around the clock tomorrow to ensure everything runs smoothly.
Secretary of State Brad Raffensperger says he expects over 1 million voters could show up at the polls tomorrow to vote after about 4 million voted early. And a ruling on the eve of the election by the Georgia Supreme Court impacts thousands of absentee voters in Cobb County.
There is no longer an extension of the absentee ballot receipt deadline.
ACLU of Georgia legal director Corey Isaacson says last week a lower court gave over 3,000 voters in Cobb whose absentee ballots were mailed out late a few extra days to return them. But the state Supreme Court ruling today overrules it. It means all absentee ballots must be returned to Cobb County elections by 7 p.m. tomorrow night when the polls close. After what happened 4 years ago, Fulton County's results will be closely watched here and across the nation.
What you will see tomorrow is one of the best and well-run elections that you have seen.
Fulton County Elections Board Chair Sherry Allen predicts residents will be proud of how smoothly elections will go this year. It's a nod to the previous criticisms and suspicions around long lines and lagging results.
The poll workers are well trained, they are ready, and by 8 o'clock, we should know who is what, whoever the residents have voted for.
The county says its 177 poll locations expect high turnout, and they believe they can handle it with little wait time. Veronica Waters, 95.5 WSB.
The nation is bracing for possible Election Day unrest.
Election Day security is being ramped up to unprecedented levels. The states of Oregon, Washington, and Nevada have activated the National Guard, while the FBI has set up a command post to monitor threats. 19 states, including key election battlegrounds Arizona, Michigan, and Nevada, have enacted election security enhancement laws since 2020, according to the National Conference of State Legislatures.
Jim Krasula reporting, and in Gwinnett County, police have a security plan in place for Election Day.
Just basically making sure all hands are on deck, so our voters, so the residents and the voters know that they can go out, exercise their due diligence, exercise their duty, and cast their votes safely.
Gwinnett Police Corporal Juan Mattieto says sheriff's deputies will be posted at the polls, but police officers will also patrol the polling location
locations throughout the day. A verdict today in the Cherokee County murder trial of a woman accused of killing her husband and burning the body.
We find the defendant guilty.
A Cherokee County jury today finding Melody Ferris guilty on all counts in the 2018 death of her husband, Gary Ferris. His body was found in the woods behind a house on Purcell Lane. The GBI determined he was shot to death and his wife was arrested. Police say Melody Ferris shot and killed her husband inside their home and tried to dispose of his body and evidence by burning it. A Cherokee County man is sentenced to 10 years in prison for stealing money from his own mother.
The Woodstock police investigation began when the elderly victim was being evicted from her assisted living facility and a family member found her bank account was wiped out. Prosecutors say the victim's son, Thomas North III, who was also her power of attorney, stole $1.35 million from her. He pled guilty to 37 counts, including neglect, exploitation, intimidation, and theft. North is ordered to pay back the entire amount he stole from his mother, plus he's forbidden to have contact with his mom or any member of her family. Cheryl Castro, 95.5 WSB.
It's 5:34. This news sponsored by Overhead Door Company of Atlanta. Time now for live team coverage of traffic and weather. And once again, Smiling Mark McKay.
All right, once again, we will start to see this rolling roadblock at the closures near the Galleria, Truist Park, I-285, I-75 region in Cobb County start to ease once another motorcade runs through. We've been used to it this election season, haven't you? It doesn't make it any easier, though, as you roll I-75 northbound. It comes to a halt at West Bases Ferry Road. You can use Northside Drive, Northside Parkway there. Georgia State Patrol and Police have also had to shut down the ramps, 285 east and westbound to I-75 north. So those inner and the outer loop delays are building as you work your way between Smyrna and Sandy Springs. Veronica Rell, Cooley Carrier Traffic Center.
Well, right now I'm just watching some brake lights over on that East Freeway, 20 eastbound as you leave 285 and make your way over to Panola Road. And on the West Freeway, overall not so bad. I-20 westbound may be a tap of the brakes as you get closer to Fulton Industrial Boulevard and then again around Thornton Road. A Triple Team Traffic, 95.5 WSB.
Now Atlanta Radio's only 5-day forecast with meteorologist Christina Edwards.
Cloudy skies this evening, breezy as well. A few areas of light rain showers or drizzle possible. Lows tonight in the low 60s. Tomorrow, sunshine through the afternoon, high 77. More cloud cover for Wednesday with scattered rain showers. Morning low 65, afternoon high 72. Thursday, rain showers in the morning becoming partly cloudy through the afternoon hours, high 75. And a mix of sun and clouds on Friday, high 78.
61 in Doraville, 62 in Palmetto, 61 in Milton. More news at 6 o'clock. Breaking news when it happens. I'm Bill Caiaccio, 95.5 WSB.
Attention, veterans and active military. In November, Overhead Door Company of Atlanta is doubling our usual veterans discount on all products and services. This means veterans and active military get 10% off all month at Overhead Door Company of Atlanta. Choose a new garage door or any service or repair. Veterans and active military save 10% in November. Schedule a free in-home estimate for your new garage door or schedule your annual garage door tune-up online at overheaddooratlanta.com or call 404-USA Door.
Motorcycle riders are a different breed and they need a different type of attorney. SteelHorseLaw.com.
Bugs bugging you? Better call Breda Pest Management. They handle bugs and critters. And Breda is proud to sponsor Scott Slade, Georgia, every Thursday on Atlanta's Morning News.
Breda, no need to be afraid of bugs.
A DUI conviction might cost you your license. Get the DUI lawyer, GeorgeStein.com.
Do you know the secret to losing fat permanently? Hi, I'm Dr. Taylor from Be the Younger You Atlanta, and I know the secret. Our anti-aging program makes it easy to lose weight, regain your health, and for many of our patients, reduce or even come off their medications. All without drugs, surgery, prepackaged meals, or injections. No counting points or calories. And you feel great while losing it because if you're doing it the right way, you should feel great.
Hey, it's Shelley Winter. Ladies and gentlemen, join the Be the Younger You ATL.com weight loss program right now. Summer's over. It's time. We got Thanksgiving coming up and we've got Christmas. You don't want to put back on the weight and you don't want to get bigger and you also don't want to get unhealthier or go down a path of unhealthy eating. So please go to BeTheYoungerYouATL.com right now.
Call us now to schedule your free consultation and take advantage of our 20% off fall special. Call 770-415-3000 or go to BeTheYoungerYouATL.com. That's BeTheYoungerYouATL.com.
I'm just learning. Hey, I have an idea. We got a little bit of time here. I know we haven't done all the Trump stuff and everything, but why not try to squeeze in like a lightning round of studies, surveys, and polls?
Oh, I love it.
It's time for studies, surveys, and polls on the Von Hessler Doctrine.
How do you like my garbage truck?
That was very loud, Trump.
Well, I'm sorry.
I think it was supposed to sound like this.
How do you like my garbage truck?
Yeah, studies, surveys, and polls. Because, Greg's coming on at 6. Who knows what's going to happen then? So let's go ahead and try to do kind of a lightning round study, survey, and/or poll, please.
Well, with Thanksgiving coming up, Halloween in the past behind us now.
Hold on, was that lightning or thunder? I'm confused.
That's thunder.
Thunder is lightning, though.
Thunder.
Listen, I'm trying to figure out. Okay,
thunder.
Like, thunder only happens when it's raining. Players only love you when you're playing.
And it's like thunder and lightning. The way you love me is frightening.
And you get thunderstruck.
Ah.
But often lightning crashes. And an old mother
All
cried.
right, don't bring
Placenta
no
fell on the floor.
90s music is allowed.
No 90s music? Oh.
It's my favorite part of that song. Name another song that has the word placenta in it.
Placenta falls to the floor.
The placenta.
I can't figure out what that's about. I've been trying for all these years. What's the matter with you, George? You're not cracking a smile today. George is so into the election. I'm sensing worry.
Well,
I'm
not
sensing worry. You're not your lovable, gregarious self on this Monday. I think you think Kamala has figured something out here in the last few days.
I wouldn't be surprised if that is the case.
Oh, boy, don't say it. Don't say it.
Rigged?
Get your own damn show canceled, pal. Don't get mine.
Trying to say anything like that.
I believe everything the government tells me. You know that.
Of course.
I'm a patriot.
No, I don't.
But you got to smile through it. If your dude doesn't win, you got to smile through it. You got to keep going. You know what?
Honestly, I kind of don't care.
You know what?
Yeah, right.
This is what you have to do.
I think I have,
You have to think of it the way that I do. It's going to have like peripheral effects on my life. I would rather things be cheaper than more expensive and all of that. But for the most part, I'm going to decide what my life is. And everybody listening, put yourself at the center of your own story. Don't rely on others to provide happiness. It usually doesn't happen. Whether it's a family member or the next president of the United States, you kind of have to. You want to be happy in this life, you got to basically put it in your own hands. Others can help. Loved ones can help. Loved ones would love to help. But if you rely on others to provide your happiness, you almost certainly will end up miserable. That's an old life hack from Eric Von
Are you going to
Hessler.
announce your candidacy for HOA president now, Eric?
No, I don't want to deal with my neighbors on
But talk about making a direct impact. Your HOA has got
Oh,
tremendous
your
impact.
blow-up snowmen shall be down by 6 p.m.
That's not in the bylaws.
tomorrow. No, well, you've got a new boss. You
You have
I'll
to
decide.
form a committee, and we have to all vote
Yeah, I
on
got a
that.
committee. It's called the Machete.
Oh, now you're going to be violent? Okay.
No, I'm not going to be violent. They're inanimate objects. That's not
The
violence.
machete? You're threatening me with the
No,
machete?
no. I'm saying the inanimate object is what I'm threatening, not you.
Wait, so you're
That's not
threatening my
violence. That's
personal
called
property.
If anything, yes, okay.
That's violence.
You could no, it's not violence.
It's a violent
it's
act.
It's called. It's not a violent act.
If you poke my blow-up Santa Claus with a machete,
no,
that's a violent
that's
act.
property damage is what that is. It's a different
But
thing.
you have to commit a violent act.
No, because I don't know if you realize this, but your blow-up Santa is
I feel
not
threatened.
sentient.
I feel threatened.
You should. My intellect is towering over
Well, this
yours.
guy's he's on your elector board there. He's on your
I know,
e-board.
but come on. What about the lightning round?
All right. From Campbell's Soup here.
Double lightning round.
Survey from Campbell's Soup here.
Triple lightning round.
Survey
All right, let's go.
from Campbell's Soup. Americans prefer stuffing and mashed potatoes over turkey for Thanksgiving.
What?
What? Those are
Americans like the sides more
They
than they
prefer
like the
stuffing and
the-
mashed potatoes over turkey.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, how are you going to get stuffing? Usually, the real stuffing that doesn't come out of a box is cooked
Well,
inside
that's
the
stuffing.
turkey.
The other thing is
Dressing.
Yeah.
Huh? Is that what it is?
Huh?
Eh?
Huh?
I'm not getting old. Eh?
Speak up. What's she saying?
Only the dark meat has any flavor.
No, I'm all white meat. No way. No
Well, that's why
thanks.
you get the gravy.
I don't like the
That's
dark.
why you put the gravy on the top.
I put the gravy. I don't like the dark meat. It's too. Well, you know me. I don't like pungent stuff. I don't like liver
dark
and
meat's
things
not
like
pungent.
that. I don't like any. It's just got too much flavor for me.
Okay.
I like.
I like
nice
matzo
gravy.
crackers. Mm.
Maybe if you put some good gravy on them. I
True,
might,
put 'em in your
yeah,
soup.
yeah, sure, absolutely. Good gravy. Good God Almighty. Good gravy.
Do you like the gizzards?
No, I do not like the gizzards.
Stay tuned because I will be making videos on this.
On your hatred of
Yes,
gizzards?
my hatred of gizzards. Hopefully the YouTube algorithm doesn't take me down for using the word hate, but that's the only thing I can apply to gizzards. No, I like meat of animals, not the actual.
You like the arms of the animal?
Well, I mean the
You're
meat.
like pointing to
Well, I'm just saying the meat.
muscle.
The meat that comes off. I don't like the organs. Ugh.
Okay.
That's why I don't eat liver.
Well, liver's gross, but gizzards, give me some gizzards.
I don't like the
They're
gizzards. You can
disgusting.
fry them. People really like fried gizzards.
Oh, they're the best. And
They're
hearts.
disgusting. Oh yeah,
gross.
you kiss somebody after that? It's disgusting.
You just taste like gizzards.
Somebody
Whoa.
else who ate gizzards, you'd be like, sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, gizzard love.
Oh yeah, that's a night to be remembered.
Gizzard Gale,
Stuff your
she
gizzard.
loves gizzards.
Gizzard getting. Get over here, honey.
If I
You
don't
don't
know,
like gizzards? Swipe left.
All right, real quick, because we're on the lightning.
Okay. Stay tuned
Oh,
because
I'm sorry.
stay tuned because I will be making videos on this.
From the University of Sydney, monkeys will never type Shakespeare, according to a new study from the University
This
of
is
Sydney.
now. Here's another interesting thing that I learned. I put this one in there because I grew up. Also, people told me that an infinite number of monkeys on an infinite number of typewriters in an infinite time frame, all of infinity, eventually will type the works of Shakespeare.
The infinite monkey theorem is what
And it
that's called.
seems, everybody was like, well, I guess if you got forever. But they've actually proven that it would take longer than the, at least, time that the universe has, which you can't really do that because the universe keeps growing. But somehow they did it. They're experts. And you know what? I tend to believe.
They are Australian mathematicians. Of course they know what they're talking about.
Inside of that story, they have something like how many.
Somehow that sounds like an insult.
Yes.
An Australian math. Yeah, he's about as smart as an
One
Australian
Australian
math.
mathematician.
Here,
one koala
Yeah.
there.
One,
Yeah.
two,
I like
three,
that.
four.
He's about as smart as an Australian mathematician.
Oh,
1
don't
plus
let
1
me.
equals beer.
Yeah.
Yeah. What was it again? Say it again.
Basically, that the infinite monkey
Yeah,
theorem
yeah, yeah.
is false, and monkeys will never
I
type
tend
Shakespeare.
to believe that. And somewhere in the story, they have like that they've calculated that it would take something like 2 billion years
They
for
probably
them.
just asked ChatGPT and was like, let's write an
Yeah.
article about it.
They found that it would take them like 2 billion years for any one of these infinite monkeys on infinite typewriters to type out banana.
Well, we know, Autumn, to answer your question, 2 Australian mathematicians wouldn't know how to use ChatGPT.
2 Australian mathematicans were changing a light bulb. You're getting a.
Hold on, I think we screw it in this way.
It's supposed to be the question. How do
Wait,
two?
how do I
do it? All right, so that's
I made it tighter.
Hey, we got 2 in before the break.
This one's an easy one here.
How do
Survey.
you like my garbage truck?
I'm sorry, I'm just hitting things.
Wow, an absolute stunner.
My goodness gracious, my God.
All right, what do you got?
They're alive! Atlanta lives!
All right, Jared snuck that one in.
Had
As
to.
he's
Is that
happy.
the soccer team or something?
Soccer team.
Oh, yeah.
Forced
The
to-
soccer team,
to come
Atlanta
out.
United. This is the most unbelievable Atlanta sports story of the year right
Stay
now.
tuned because I will be making videos on this.
Damn right. I have an Axios Vibes survey here saying
Yeah.
that half of Gen Z voters say they've lied about who they're voting for in this election.
No,
How do you like my garbage truck?
I was hoping for a no thanks.
Well, that probably it's one thing or another. Either that probably is good for Trump if it's true, right? Because
I
a
would
Gen
say so,
Zer
yes.
would be
Yeah,
afraid
let
to
me.
say that they voted for Trump, not the other way around.
Barron is influencing.
Oh, they say. Trump tells me
They say
Barron is
Barron
the
is
most
the
popular person alive.
He's a popular computer guy.
King of the internet.
King of the, he said he's the king of the internet.
Yeah.
Apparently he's on there a lot. I don't know if his dad recognizes. Apparently he's in his room on the internet a lot.
Trump, are you his accountability buddy?
No, we're not weirdos.
Smile at Mark has better news in Cobb.
Yep, that rolling roadblock, which had I-75, 285, all the service streets feeding onto I-75 between northwest Atlanta and Kennesaw shut down to allow the motorcade through, have all been cleared now. All the police activity along 75, 285, and those surface streets rolling north and west. Now, it's going to take a while for that slow traffic rolling out of northwest Atlanta to improve. 75 is jammed up as you leave the Morris Mill area, starting to improve northwest paces. Didn't need 285 look to be any worse than it already is this time of day, but it's rugged leaving Sandy Springs. But all lanes open 285 west and I-75. Inner loop delays will linger as you leave South Cobb Drive exit 15, trying to head north toward the Battery and Truist Park. Sydney Darden, Coolray Carrier Traffic Center.
Yeah, let's take a look at Gwinnett County. Spaghetti Junction looking very al dente, very tough to get through in all directions. But once you're off on 85 northbound, you're going to stay on those brakes past Jimmy Carter Boulevard and on until you get towards Pleasant Hill Road. Pleasant Hill Road. And then it does luckily start to break apart, though. But once you get to Highway 316, you're going to be hitting a slow zone in both directions as well. This report is sponsored by Medicare.gov. Review and compare all your 2025 coverage options during Medicare open enrollment. Visit Medicare.gov. Open enrollment ends December 7th. Paid for by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services. Triple Team Traffic 95.5 WSB.
Election day is tomorrow.
She's unfit for office.
And your voice is your power.
Your vote counts.
Everyone knows
and
it.
that's why you can count on us.
We must seize this opportunity.
Tune in throughout the day to stay up to date.
And beginning at 6 p.m. tomorrow night, listen for our special in-depth election coverage with results and analysis.
95.5 WSB, your 2024 election station.
Your attic is like a 5-star resort to critters, and they're ready to move in. Dave Baker here for Breda Pest Management. If critters are creeping in your attic, better call Breda to get a highly trained expert to kick those critters out. Under the Breda Wildlife Guarantee, if any critter returns, you're covered at no additional cost. Breda Pest Management. They handle bugs and critters. BREDA Pest.com.
Breda, no need to be afraid of bugs.
Coming up from the Atlanta Symphony Orchestra, a Delta classical concert featuring music director Natalie Stutzman conducting Bruckner's Heroic Fourth Symphony, November 14th and 16th at Symphony Hall. Details at aso.org.
You fell in love with her because she's unlike any other woman in the world, so why settle for an ordinary engagement ring you could find almost anywhere? Well, I know a place where you can design your own custom engagement ring. Terra Fine Jewelry Company. At Terra, the styles and designs are endless, and their expert jewelers make it easy to bring your personally designed engagement ring to life. Your bride-to-be deserves more than a cookie-cutter engagement ring, so explore the vast options of custom design rings at Terra Fine Jewelry Company in Beaufort, Georgia. Terra Fine Jewelry Company.
For nearly 50 years, Shane Company has been Atlanta's most trusted family jeweler. We'll help you create your dream engagement ring. Shane Company has the biggest selection of diamonds in all shapes and sizes, and center stones in an array of colors, including sapphires in blue, pink, green, lavender, and more. Just the other day, a couple created a truly unique ring by choosing a blue sapphire that matched her eyes. Atlanta, come check us out. You just might fall in love with something unexpected. Shane Company, your friend and jeweler.
The rental rush is here. Hey, it's Mark Aaron from my good friends at Renters Warehouse. With all the talk about commissions in the news lately, doesn't selling your house feel more volatile and uncertain than ever? Well, it does to me. It's one more reason why renting your home is so much smarter, especially when you hire my pals at Renters Warehouse to manage your property for you. Renting cuts through the confusion so you can be confident in your ability to earn monthly cash flow, appreciation, and tax benefits for the long term. And with Renters Warehouse managing your property, you can sit back and collect the money. Tenants, they find the best. Rent, they collect for you. Maintenance request, they handle them 24/7, all for one low monthly flat fee, and they'll even warranty your tenants for free. Remember, selling is uncertain, but renting is reliable, especially with the experienced Renters Warehouse team on your side. Find out how much rent your home can get by visiting rwatlanta.com today. That's rwatlanta.com, or call 404-662-2322.
So right now may be the perfect time for you to rethink how you pay for health care. And here's why. This time of year is decision time for a lot of people, but it's also when you can join Medi-Share and save even more than usual. For many families, joining Medi-Share means saving about $500 a month, which is a game changer for a lot of people, obviously. But what's more, Medi-Share members like it a lot. Their satisfaction rate is 98%. Imagine that. And Medi-Share is a proven thing, too, for over 30 years. It's a Christian community of hundreds of thousands of people now. And here's the thing. If you join before November 15th and you mention the promo code SHARE, they'll waive your application fee, so you save even more right off the bat. I'll give you the number here in a second, but just call and you'll get a price within 2 minutes. And again, the deadline is November 15th. So call now. You'll save even more. Here's the number, 877-26-BIBLE. That's 877-26-BIBLE. 877-26-BIBLE.
It's fall, festivals, football, and full roads. Hey, it's Smiler Mark McKay. If a distracted driver hits you this fall, call my trusted team at John Foy & Associates, the Strong Arm. There is zero cost until they win your case. JohnFoy.com.
That's right. We're the advanced, persistent teenagers, bitch. What are you going to do about it?
You rock.
We've got to start our own. It's okay, George. He gets so scared.
I'm not that worried over here.
Look at you. You're so
I'm
worried.
fine. It'll be all right.
Because Tim and George, they follow, like, they're susceptible emotionally to where the currents of the media are taking them. And like, if you would have gone back like 7 days ago, the currents were, this is falling toward Trump. And then all of a sudden, and I don't even know if that was true, if this is true. I don't know what to believe. But I can see on this Monday, the two of you are kind of like, I don't know.
The worry is setting in.
Seems like the wind went out of the sails just 72 hours before.
I'm
Yes?
still going to vote, but I believe in what George Carlin said, where this country was bought and paid for
Yes.
a long time ago.
My wife is still going back. She's not going to vote for Harris, but the thing for her is whether she just votes third party or she doesn't like.
Yeah.
She doesn't like all the bluster.
I voted for Randall Terry.
Was that
Is that
the
your neighbor?
person? Randall Terry.
Randall Terry used to be the head of Operation Rescue, and he is a presidential candidate.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I thought it was that lady who was dying in the 2000s. They kept her alive.
Oh,
She was
yeah.
brain-
She was a vegetable.
That was Terry
Terry
Schiavo.
Schiavo.
I thought Randall Terry. I don't know.
I'll vote for her, I guess.
There you go. You can write in anybody. Hello.
Mickey Mouse.
Hey, I
Again,
wrote-
Mickey Mouse. You can write in anybody. Hello. You can
I thought
write
about
in.
writing you in, but I wrote in Jim Fix.
Oh, that's right. The runner.
Yeah, the jogger that
Who
passed
died
away.
young.
Yes, jogging.
He was not jogger. He was a runner. There's a difference.
Oh, well, he did.
Runners
I would
run.
vote for you, but I don't know how to. Nobody knows how to spell your last name.
It's true. Well, you have access to all of my accounts. You think you'd be able to figure
Oh,
it
that's
out.
right. Just kidding. I know.
She could
exactly
vote
how to
for
spell
you.
She could vote for
Yeah,
me.
I definitely could.
And she could take my money anytime she wants to.
Whatever happened to Joe the plumber? Can we write him in?
Ooh, whatever did happen to Joe the boy? He was so long. What was
Go
that?
back to plumbing.
Was that 2008 or 2012?
that was 2008.
I can't remember. If it was the
That was 2008.
re-election?
I think
Hey.
he died.
Joe the plumber? Did he? Oh, unfortunately.
Joe the plumber.
He was in Ohio. Well, it does happen. People do
They
pass
do?
away.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he died last August.
Oh. Did he
2023.
Gosh, I had no idea.
Oh, that's sad. He had family. Okay. Rest in peace, Joe the plumber. Smiling Mark says there are delays on 285 out of Doraville.
Yeah, it's a crawl, leaving Dunwoody through Doraville, trying to get down that east side perimeter toward Highway 78. Stop and go battle, nothing in your way, just a lot of folks on the road as the time change has now brought with it darkness a little earlier than we've been used to. Recovering certainly still on 285 east to west, approaching I-75 with that rolling roadblock and their closures that were in place. Worst of it still in Cobb County on 285 is leaving South Cobb Drive, exit 15, trying to work your way up to the Galleria and Truist Park region. New trouble, I-85 Norcross, Veronica Rell.
Yeah, traffic trooper Bernie says it's a crash, 85 northbound, up around Steve Reynolds Boulevard, exit 103 in the second left lane. Keeping you on the brakes back to around Spaghetti Junction, 285, and then you got to crash off to the right, 85 northbound at Highway 317, exit 111. Triple team traffic, 95.5 WSB.
Attention, veterans and active military. In November, Overhead Door Company of Atlanta is doubling our usual veterans discount on all products and services. This means veterans and active military get 10% off all month at Overhead Door Company of Atlanta. Choose a new garage door or any service or repair. Veterans and active military save 10% in November. Schedule a free in-home estimate for your new garage door or schedule your annual garage door tune-up online at overheaddooratlanta.com or call 404 USA Door.
This past year has been incredibly tough for me. It's Belinda Skelton, and at the end of last year, my dad passed away. And now my brother and I are responsible for my mom's care and needs. Balancing my role as wife, mom, and daughter has been overwhelming. My mom needs round-the-clock care, and I felt this guilt, like I had to do everything myself. Luckily, my brother and I were referred to Four Seasons Home Care. They've become our lifeline, ensuring mom is happy and well cared for right at home, where she wants to be. Four Seasons Home Care is a local family-run business, not a franchise or a national corporation, so trust me, they care. They helped us find compassionate caregivers, allowing me to focus on being her daughter. If you have aging parents, please don't wait. Reach out to Four Seasons Home Care and start the conversation. It's a free call and it can change everything. Google Four Seasons Home Care Atlanta. That's Four Seasons Home Care Atlanta.
Welcome your guests into a healthy home this Thanksgiving by calling the cleaning pros at Zerorez Carpet and Air Duct Cleaning. Mention WSB Radio and you'll get $50 off your next air duct cleaning. Use promo code AIR50 when scheduling online at ZerorezAtlanta.com.
We've all heard it before. Buy one, get one windows. 10% off if you call today. $500 off if you sign tonight. But are these really a special? If it sounds too good to be true, it probably is. Hi, this is Candace with Exovations, and have I got a tip for you. Don't fall for it. It's exhausting trying to keep up with all the fake specials being offered. And we all say the same thing. We're all licensed, we're all insured, we all have 5-star reviews. At Exovations, we want to earn your business the right way. But don't take our word for it. Let us show you why we say we are different from other contractors. To find out what it means to have an on-time, on-budget, and stress-free renovation, call me today at 770-205-2995 or online at exovations.com. That's exovations.com.
Can you believe it, friends? Fall is here. Now's the time to get your home's roof, siding, and windows ready for the change of season. Mark Aaron back from my pals at Dr. Roof. They are here to help you with your roofing, siding, and windows, and they have a new program to help you get your project done while you can hold on to your cash. Dr. Roof offering buy now and pay later programs just for a limited time. So imagine upgrading your roof, siding, or windows now and paying later. Sure can't beat that from someone who's been around for over 35 years. Call them now to see if you qualify for a program that fits your needs.
WSB Atlanta, WSB BFM, and HD1 Doraville. 95.5 WSB, Atlanta's news and talk. News, weather,
traffic.
95.5 WSB, Atlanta's news and talk.
At 6 o'clock, I'm Bill Caiaccio with our top local story. No extension for thousands of absentee voters in Cobb County. A ruling today from Georgia's Supreme Court reverses a lower court's decision on mail-in ballots.
The Georgia Supreme Court overturned the extension Cobb County voters had for returning absentee ballots, which came to them late. The deadline is now 7 p.m. on Election Day. ACLU of Georgia Legal Director Corey Isaacson.
We urge all Cobb County voters, if you can, to please go vote in person. If you have your absentee ballot and you're able to drop it off at the county elections office, please make sure to do that by 7 p.m. Tuesday.
The Cobb Elections Office is at 995 Roswell Street, Northeast in Marietta. Veronica Waters, 95.5 WSB.
63 degrees in Atlanta. Could be a few raindrops tonight. What day could bring more rain this week? Meteorologist Christina Edwards has Atlanta Radio's only 5-day forecast coming up. The presidential candidates making one last push before Election Day.
Are we ready to do this? We're ready to get out the vote. We're ready to win.
Vice President Harris spending the entire day in Pennsylvania. Former President Trump starts his day in North Carolina.
This is really the end of a journey, but a new one will be starting, and that's the one we've wanted to partake in, to make America great again.
He's also campaigning in Pennsylvania and Michigan. With 13 hours until the polls open, Georgia says it is ready.
Following 3 weeks of early voting, which saw more than 4 million Georgians head to the polls, Secretary of State Brad Raffensperger says
that is something that we can be proud of as Georgians.
With all of the state's polling locations set to be open on Tuesday, lines are expected to be kept down to 1 hour, and Raffensperger says they will be monitoring.
Here in Georgia, it is easy to vote and hard to cheat.
He estimates north of 1 million people could turn out to the polls tomorrow. Jonathan O'Brien, 95.5 WSB.
And our in-depth election night coverage begins at 6 o'clock tomorrow. We will have complete coverage of all the races and results as they come in. And the next morning on 95.5 WSB, your 2024 election station. All new at 6 o'clock, the Jacksonville Sheriff's Office responding to claims deputies used excessive force on some fans at the Georgia-Florida game. They say viral videos that appear to show deputies beating up fans actions need context.
The first thing we're going to point out is before any use of force place, when they made the initial contact with Brown, he made 2 specific threats to the officers.
Sheriff's Officer Jacob Warpole says the fan Walter Brown said, quote, "I'm either going to kill a cop or not leave, one or the other." The sheriff's office says there was no force used until he began to get violent. In another incident, they say 3 people were bothering other fans and refused to leave, and they too resisted officers. New information today on an active shooter incident in Gwinnett County last month. The sheriff's office now releasing body cam footage.
The video shows Emmanuel Bearden walking into the sheriff's office with his young daughter. He had on body armor and appeared agitated.
Are you armed right now or something? Do you want to find out? Come on, baby.
He picked up his daughter, went back to his car, put her in the back seat, and grabbed a shotgun and opened fire. Officers fired back, hitting him. He was arrested, and he's now awaiting trial. Sabrina Cupid, 95.5 WSB.
And we posted that video at WSBradio.com. Tropical storm Rafael forms this afternoon. It could be at hurricane strength when it nears Cuba and the Florida Keys on Wednesday.
It is going to come close enough. It looks like later Wednesday into Thursday that maybe the Keys, especially the lower Keys down towards Key West, could get some of the outer rain bands.
Meteorologist Dan Pidnowski says the storm will then move into the central Gulf of Mexico and could threaten the coasts of Alabama, Mississippi, and Louisiana by this weekend. It is now 6:04. The Von Hessler Doctrine continues in less than 2 minutes. Right now, triple team traffic, and here is Smiling Mark McKay.
Darkness has descended now, Bill, and the brake lights are bright on I-85 northbound, leaving 285. Trying to work your way through the heart of Norcross along the way. Crash left center lane, 85 North, Steve Reynolds Boulevard, exit 103. You can use Buford Highway or Satellite Boulevard to get rid of some of those delays that you're feeling on I-85. Of course, that's putting extra pressure on 285 as you leave Dunwoody, a crawl eastbound, leaving Chamblee Dunwoody Road. 400, tap of the brakes as you approach the North Springs MARTA station and through the construction zone. Alpharetta on 400 north of Old Milton. Let's see how the ride through Cobb Cherokee is faring now. Sydney Darden, Coolray Carrier Traffic Center.
Well, yeah, after that police activity shut down parts of 75 and northbound, particularly near Cumberland, there still seem to be some lingering delays, specifically at that Cumberland exit 258. So use caution there. Once you get through Cobb County, still slight tapping through the 120 loop, and then on towards the divider from 75 to 575, I-75, 575 southbound, looking at some slowing around Highway 92 as well. Triple team traffic, 95.5 WSB.
Now Atlanta Radio's only 5-day forecast, sponsored by Shoemate, the official plumber of Atlanta Homes. Here's meteorologist Christina Edwards.
Cloudy skies this evening, breezy as well. A few areas of light rain showers or drizzle possible. Lows tonight in the low 60s. Tomorrow, sunshine through the afternoon, high 77. More cloud cover for Wednesday with scattered rain showers. Morning low 65, afternoon high 72. Thursday, rain showers in the morning, becoming partly cloudy through the afternoon hours, high 75. And a mix of sun and clouds on Friday, high 78.
62 in Peachtree Corners, 61 in Fairburn and in Winder. More news at 6:30. Breaking news when it happens. I'm Bill Caiaccio, 95.5 WSB.
Game over.
I got a little bit. That's all I got from the Rogan, Elon on Rogan.
Game over.
Apparently, like everyone else, he's worried about democracy. We'll get to that in just a moment. But first, it is time to not piss off the next doctrinaire to join us. So let's do this.
He's a misanthrope, he has a dark heart, and he needs a good psychiatrist. New York. It's Greg Russ with stories from Studio B1.
Monday edition.
Game over.
Sounds a little like Greg Russ there, Elon Musk.
Game over.
When I'm not sick. Sounds like me when I'm not sick.
Oh, you're sick too, huh? Everybody's getting sick. Should we all start wearing masks and masks?
Masks.
And
Yes.
Getting a whole bunch of vaccinations and that vitamin C thing that fizzy thing you put in your drinks. Whenever. Always too late.
I ate one of those straight last night. I
Didn't
want to dump it into the water, so I just opened the pack and dumped it into my mouth. The vitamin C
Emergency
stuff works.
Wouldn't it make it? Well, it doesn't sound like it worked very well. It sounds pretty.
I'm
under
feeling
the
better
weather
than yesterday.
Yeah. Okay. So you're on the right side of it.
It's the throat. I mean, the throat is just swollen, and I sound like this. I can.
You have COVID? Have you checked it?
Speak like this.
Not that
No.
it matters. It doesn't matter. I never check, but I mean, some
You
people
think I have
still
a-
check.
You think I have a stock of COVID tests?
Go down to CVS.
Some people do. It's kind of weird when you go and you buy a COVID test. I feel like the person selling it to me is a little kind of pushes himself back.
Yeah,
on the
wouldn't
counter a
you?
little bit. No, I wouldn't, because I don't consider it to be that big of a deal at this point. I mean, at this point, I'm sorry. You can say what you want. I just don't see.
You're one of those taps, huh?
Yeah, I got a news media looking for it, and I'm still not seeing piles of dead bodies. So that tells me if there were piles of dead bodies, the newspaper, it would be all, except for the election, everything you're hearing right now. But I do recall, unlike a lot of people in the United States of America, that people did get sick before COVID. It did happen.
They did?
Yeah.
Oh.
And people didn't freak out about it. They were just like Greg Russ. They would, just down emergencies and just wait, right?
Yeah, and take those cough drops or whatever. They're candy, is what they are.
Yeah.
There's these drops that I'm taking.
Well,
that-
what are the drops? What do you got?
What are those called?
Ludens.
That's it, Ludens.
Yeah, they taste just like cherry candy.
Yeah, but I mean, the thing is, you want to take like the Sucrets. You want to take the ones that have and they numb your throat.
Yeah, the Ludens just have, I forget what it is. It's some kind of gelling.
Yeah, yeah. You
agent.
got to have something in there that deadens everything, so you can
The
relieve the
menthol.
pain. The menthol. That's for your nose and stuff. I'm talking about
cool
the
cigarettes.
actual. There's something
lidocaine.
something in there that actually numbs your throat, and that helps out with the pain. But hey, we could talk about your sore throat. For me, I'm so interested. The next hour, we've done the research. The audience already doesn't care.
Hey, it's
therefore,
this is how we unite the country. People
Yeah.
are divided, but everyone gets sore throats. We talk about this, and
That's
they say,
right.
you know what?
we all do get sore throats.
I love my neighbor.
Maybe I should.
It does seem like the wedding must have been some kind of super spreader event, though. That your sister's wedding.
I blame the radio station when I was there the other day. Should have worn a mask the whole
That's
show.
probably. George Clark was a little sick, but he never got this bad as you are, I don't think. Does he sound like you may have sounded last
I don't
weekend?
have the throat problem as much. I had like sinus and body ache.
Yeah.
That deal.
Yeah,
Well, it's good to do
By
shows
the way,
with
don't
masks
tell me
on.
anything other than that. You know,
Put your
like
mask on.
stop it. When you're sick and you're telling me, what's wrong with you, everything from the navel up is fine. I have too many people in my life that tell me about what's happening to them navel down, and that's just not a picture. No matter who you are and how much I know
God,
you,
I've got this fungus.
it's not
What if
that.
it's gout?
I was sitting on the toilet all night long.
I
It's
know,
like,
but below the navel is also all the way down to the feet.
Yeah.
So if it's gout, you don't want to worry
gout's
about
okay,
gout.
but you know what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the
Hangnail.
southern end of the food tube.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to hear about your problems with that. No matter how much I know you and or love you, I don't want that
I eat
image.
those tacos.
Can't
Oh
keep
my
anything
God.
in, Eric.
Huh?
Can't keep anything
It's
in.
the worst.
Yeah, I don't need to know about that. Just suddenly I'm hit with these images.
Fill in the food tube, watching the boob tube.
Hey, speaking of Phil, how about this for a pivot? I have noticed something. Greg Rush, you may join me in this. Because I think about things that are a little differently, I guess, than a lot of people, and in an abstract way. I can put things together that don't normally go together. So I'm going to do that right now and make a point about the national media, which you might extend to these elections and whatever. And how the national media seems so corporate and so, look, you're watching the Today Show, whatever, when 50%, and that's what it is, when 50% of the advertising money comes from Big Pharma, guess what? You're going to hear a lot of good stories. You're not going to hear a lot of bad stories. And they don't have to threaten, right? They don't have to threaten. They just everybody knows this is where the money is coming from. And that's all there is to it. So with the national media kind of being so corporate and everything, this is kind of something that I've noticed. So there's a guy named Phil. It's spelled F-I-L. Don't hold that against me. You want to hold it against him? Hold it against him.
I do.
He's got lovely hair.
Or his parents.
He's I don't know that that's his.
spelling.
It sounds like a cool name, and he's a musician. But anyway, he is the person who runs this YouTube channel called Wings of Pegasus. And what he does, he is a vocal coach. And what he does is he takes people send live performances. Can you tell me if they're miming or whatever? He has this pitch thing. And I guess as it turns out, if I go like this, if I go, ah, and then I do it again. Ah. It's not possible for those two to match in pitch. It's just not possible. You can't do it. So if you see two things that hit exactly the same place on a pitch, doesn't matter how loud it is, anything, then you go to these live acts and you take a show from Germany and you take a show from 2 months earlier, and if they all keep hitting the same line, then that means they're miming, they're lip syncing. There's no other way around it. And he showed that the Eagles were lip syncing in these concerts where they're going for $1 gazillion.
Yeah, they're in the Sphere right now.
Yeah, they're lip syncing.
What?
Yeah,
It's about the visuals, I guess.
Don,
You know who's
Don Henley. Don Henley cannot sing Desperado
My
like that
parents
anymore.
are going to the Sphere on Wednesday to go see them.
Well,
I'm gonna
definitely.
bust
I
into
don't
them.
know that it's just that one song, but Phil Wings of Pegasus proved that Desperado, he's miming.
Oh, no.
All right. He also proved that Lady Gaga could not have been doing that live at the Olympics, without a doubt, because he's very good, very thorough.
What about Celine?
Hold on. Sometimes he will say, I'm going to be boring here for the next 5 minutes, just by laying out everything, because he backs up his arguments. What's the latest one? What's the biggest tour in the history of the world?
The Eras Tour.
Frankie Valli, that Four Seasons tour.
It's close.
He's singing. I know that.
All right. So Taylor Swift is miming. She's miming.
No.
I know, but you say, yeah, duh, but I come from a time, I remember when ELO, the violin player in the 70s, was busted for not playing live, and it was a true music scandal. The apologies had to be, because what did you sell me? What did you sell me back then for $10?
I'm with you on
a
this.
ticket to a live show.
I don't know why people give artists such a pass. I guess there's some dancing they can watch.
She's
Other
dancing.
than that, other
That's
than
what
that,
she's
there's
doing.
just strutting.
She's dancing. She's dancing around, and she's probably what's happening is she has a live mic, but she also has her voice behind her, so she can always hit the high notes or
Yeah, they
or
do that all
whatever.
the time. They sing to a track.
Yeah, but I mean, but
And then-
why?
yeah.
But people are spending $3,000 a ticket. It's not
Yeah, I don't
about.
get it either.
It's not about the. I get it. It's not about the music. It's about
Get
the
your
event.
video.
It's about the event. I know. I saw that. What was I watching? Some other video of a live show, more of a band that I'd be interested in, but I can't remember exactly what it was. And it was just insane. Nobody thinks about it. But and this was an official video, so it was actually videoed properly, So I wasn't getting it off of somebody's smartphone. But the first 4 rows is nothing but people at a live event holding their phones up.
That's the worst.
There's a sickness in this country.
It's really
No
bad
one-
in pop music right now. It's really bad.
No one values authenticity. It's like, if you spent the whole time with your cell phone up, by the way, have you been to other shows? Yeah. How often do you go back? Never. Your shaky video. How often do you go back and enjoy that? Never. It's about documenting the fact that I'm here at this place when it went on. And not for nothing, but that has absolutely nothing to do with live music. There's something sick about not just this country, the Western world, whatever phones have done to us. If you're there and your whole thing is I'm gonna document this whole thing with my phone, it is impossible. You cannot say that you had a live experience. You didn't. You looked at it through your phone.
Especially when people make it a point
and you're in the 5th row.
Yeah, well, they make it a point to record like the second the artist comes on, which everybody has their phones on during that
Right,
moment. And then
yeah.
if there's an encore, you look around the crowd, especially when it comes to modern country acts and when it comes to pop
Because that's what
artists.
they're going to do, the song.
Yeah, and exactly. And you look around, there's phones everywhere. It is
And
bad.
you would think if you sat through a show and really were lukewarm on other stuff, but your favorite song came on, if we weren't a sick people, that would be the least time you saw somebody's phone. Oh my goodness, the song. But it's not about hearing your favorite song. It's about documenting the fact that you were there when they sang your favorite song. It's not the kind of sickness that leads to cannibalism. It's not that bad, but it is a sickness. This country is having not just the country, Western world, whatever. There's no value for what's real and earthy and organic. It's all virtual. And Thankfully, I'll be dead in 20 years, so I won't have to see where all this is going.
You're
but it's
gonna
not
live longer than 20
all right,
years. Come on.
25. I don't see myself going past 85. That's for sure.
You got those white roots, man. You're going to be like 95 at least.
My radio death comes next April. Smiling Mark says 85 is crawling through. Not crawling. It sounded like an insect. No, it's crawling through Norcross.
Yeah, it's not fun at all. It's a bumper-to-bumper battle down to a crawl and leaving 285 up to where a crash has been working left center lane on 85 northbound near Steve Reynolds Boulevard, exit 103 Buford Highway. Can give you some relief from those Norcross delays. The Swanee slowdown is still in effect as well. You'll see brake lights 85 north at Old Peachtree. Of course, the Norcross trouble on I-85 negatively impacting I-285. Veronica Rell, Courier Carrier Traffic Center.
Yeah, looking at brake lights 285 eastbound, southbound as you leave the Doraville area and make your way down to Clarkston around Highway 78, Memorial Drive. And then 285 westbound, the outer loop, you are on and off the brakes leaving Georgia 400, Sandy Springs down to I-20 on the west side of town. Triple Team Traffic 95.5 WSB.
Election day is tomorrow.
I will stop the invasion.
We are focused on the future.
Your vote counts. That's why
You can count on us.
We need the American dream.
We are about fighting for our future.
Tune in throughout the day to stay up to date.
And beginning at 6 p.m. tomorrow night, listen for our special in-depth election coverage with results and analysis.
95.5 WSB, your 2024 election station.
Men, if you're suffering from ED or PE, Priority Men's Medical Center will get your love life back in just one visit. Their painless breakthrough medical treatments eliminate ED and PE. Here's a specialist in men's health.
I'm Dr. Simovitz. Have Viagra or Cialis let you down? Priority Men's Medical Center offers the most effective treatments that eliminate ED and PE, with men lasting longer than ever. 98% of patients see instant results on their first visit.
Priority Men's Medical Center's breakthrough treatments will restore your love life regardless of age or medical history. Your consultation and first treatment are free. Plus, you'll see instant results in the office. Plus, qualified patients will have their testosterone checked free. Call 404-885-8885. 404-885-8885. To regain your love life in just one visit, call now. 404-885-8885.
Are you noticing granules in your downspouts, gutters, or scattered on the ground? Your roof may need replacing. Dave Baker here for Findlay Roofing, the roof guys. Granules are the protective coating on shingles. They look like small black rocks or sand, and they tend to come off as your roof ages. Findlay is the team I trust. They've mastered the roof replacement process with impeccable, high-quality work and offer 0% financing. So when it comes to your roof, think of Findlay first. Get started with our free roof analysis. Schedule now at findlayroofing.com.
Roof. Is thinning hair or receding hairline making you self-conscious? Try Hair Grow from New Nordic. Stop feeling embarrassed about thinning hair and start feeling your best with Hair Grow. Available online at Amazon, Walmart.com, and NewNordicUSA.com.
There's a story I threw in the bin about some town that's divided over whiskey fungus.
Is that a band?
It sounds like it, but it's actually, if you live next to a place doing the whiskey, it's the air stinks. They call it.
Oh, that's not
and
good.
Then some things actually, I guess some mold will get going. But I liked it just because I thought it was a great nickname for alcoholics. Like people say, he's got the whiskey fungus.
Well, when they're drunk.
I thought it was Bryan Cranston's new booze.
Whiskey fungus.
Whiskey fungus.
All right, you're here to, it says on this sheet of paper that you are here, Greg Rush, to tell us stories from Studio B1.
Which is anything we want it to be.
That's
which
true.
Is why we've taken this path. But I've got actual stories. I've got a Wall Street Journal story if you'd like.
Well, I spend $37 and some odd cents a month
a year
for, and then everybody I know doesn't have to pay for the Wall Street Journal because they're all parasites. But
well, I use the archive.
I know you do. You're not a parasite. Yeah, I know you're not one of these people.
He's a thief.
I'm looking around this room here. When I'm talking about parasites, I'm talking about
$37
I'm talking about
a month,
the hangers on.
What do you mean? How often do I bug you for your password to the Washington or to whatever that is, the Wall Street Journal?
I don't know. Every
7,
day?
8 times a day?
Yeah, something like that.
I'm texting him at night.
What's that password again?
Yeah.
Abraham Lincoln.
I deliberately made the password racist, so bother people. So okay, you can have it for free, but you're gonna have to type this in.
Notice I didn't give out what your actual. I know you probably don't use it
I
anymore.
don't
but
use
when-
it
but
anymore,
when I
so
say
you can
Abraham
throw
Lincoln,
it up. There was a Lincoln one, much like
Lincoln
Trump. I was
Fav.
enamored. I was
Lincoln Fav.
Fav. I think it would be fave, as in.
No, but you didn't put an E on it. It was just
There's no
FAV.
E, yeah.
I know, but I've seen FAV as faves. It's just, you think it's favs when you see FAVS? You think it's
Well-
favs? It's faves.
Well, how are you going to make that A make the A sound without the E?
Well, they do it with the S. Yeah, in your brain. Hey, did you hear
My brain
earlier
is smarter.
today that I got to send you this thing? I already sent you on a journey, Greg, before you left with one scientific talk.
Oh, you
But
sent me on a journey.
I
That was a mutual conversation.
I know.
There were two journeys.
There were two. Yeah, I'm not saying I forced you and you did what you were told. I'm saying I got
Whoa.
you interested in this
made it seem
particular
like I sat there and you-
scientific thing.
Listen to me.
But over the weekend, I heard the best the best theory about what dreams are ever in my life. I think it's just got it nailed down. But I went through it once before.
I was listening.
Did you buy it
earlier?
Does it make sense?
It makes sense.
That's-
I'd like to read more before I say.
Well, I'll
buy
send
it.
you. This guy's got a YouTube channel. All he talks about is dreams. Then they got into lucid dreaming and started freaking me out because I was trying to fall asleep. So I kind of turned it away. It kind of scared me a little bit.
Is that where you can have sex in your dream if you think about it enough as you're falling
Well,
asleep?
that would be one thing you could
Yeah,
choose.
with a chick named Lucy.
Yeah, you could choose.
Lucy.
You could
No,
choose.
that's the name of the dog my parents have.
Well, listen, whatever you're. No, not whatever. That'd be wrong. That's not. I'm not for that. Right, Trump? We're not for that. Beastie
That's
out.
kind of like that squirrel.
Yeah, that
Oh,
squirrel.
yeah, poor
Hey,
Peanut.
Peanut.
They're
This
falling
guy.
in love with the dogs.
This guy says, Tim Andrews says that Peanut the squirrel that got euthanized by your New York State Department of Health very quickly. Apparently, because I thought with this guy, the Peanut owner, it's a little crazy. We're going to find more stuff. And according to Tim Andrews, he and his wife have an OnlyFans page. Okay, that's all right. And I don't know if this is true.
His name is Squirrel Daddy.
That Peanut makes appearances on the OnlyFans.
He doesn't get involved. He's just an observer.
Does he have the cowboy hat on? Because I might tune in for that.
Well, at this point, you can't enjoy it as much knowing that Peanut has passed on.
It depends on your particular fetishes. yeah.
There are people who, yes, well, like, to me, if there's a performer, a human performer
Yes.
on board who passes away, I can't watch
You can't do it anymore?
No.
Nah, that's how it was about Savannah. Just couldn't,
Not even a classic one?
Nah, because she didn't even like it.
Oh, that's true.
She wasn't even happy. It's, once you find out that somebody, I mean, I'm not saying, even when you're enjoying that particular kind of entertainment and the person involved is acting like they're the happiest people in the world and this was my decision and I'm empowered, I'm smart enough to know that at 45 you're not going to think the same thing,
Yeah.
especially if you have a couple kids running around. But at least at the moment, they're acting happy.
Yeah.
Savannah was never happy.
Not even with Greg Allman?
Well, I mean, she may have been happy in her personal life.
Okay.
She wasn't happy doing pornography. All you'd have to do is watch one video, which I did, and it becomes so obvious. I had
The
a
scowl.
I had a.
It's the Aaron
I had
Rodgers
a-
of the porn world.
Yes, I had a magazine, and she was in it, and there was an interview, and for some reason, I was young enough to believe those interviews were
Yeah,
real.
none of those are real.
And like she was like saying, "I love the Allman Brothers." I was like, "Wow, she's beautiful, and she likes good music." Then I rented a movie, and it was just so. I'm not saying she was forced to be there; she wasn't, but it was just obvious. She went into it, and you know what? When it comes to the ladies, if they're not into it, I'm not into it. Smiling Mark says it's still difficult in downtown ATL.
Trying to make good time through the city. You're not going to this Monday evening as the northbound connector is struggling from 166 Langford Parkway, trying to get up to the Varsity and North Avenue into Midtown. 85, 400. 85 is slow. 400's improved out of Buckhead. 75 is not through Northwest Atlanta because the connector is southbound, still on and off the brakes, leaving 17th Street down to the Grady Hospital curve. Been watching a big backup into Norcross, haven't you, Sydney Darts?
Yeah, a crash I-85 northbound at Steve Reynolds, knocking out a lane, adding to your delays, but still all directions on Spaghetti Junction looking very, very jammed up, and you're in for a rough ride on I-85 northbound, especially once you get off on until Jimmy Carter Boulevard and on past that until you hit about Pleasant Hill Road. Traffic brought to you by Reliable Heating and Air. Stop paying for expensive heating and air repairs or home warranties. Get a reliable protection plan for just $14.99 a month and enjoy 100% parts and labor coverage for any age, system, make, or model. Triple Team Traffic 95.5 WSB.
Belinda Skelton here with Dr. Ashraf with the Atlanta Vision Institute, and I'm a proud recipient of the laser optics procedure because it literally changed my life. I went from wearing glasses and contacts and not being able to see leaves on trees clearly, being tired when I read books at night, tired when I worked on the computer for long hours at a time. And I know that you hear a lot of this, Dr. Ashraf.
Yes, Belinda, I hear all these accolades all the time from patients. It is truly a life-changing procedure. This will not give you X-ray vision. However, if you want to get rid of the hassle of glasses and contacts and want to improve the quality of your life, this is a great procedure for you.
Go to 2020atlanta.com to find out more information. Take the quiz. See if this procedure is a good option for you. That website again is 2020atlanta.com. Your medical insurance may cover it.
Tara Fine Jewelry Company, just 3 miles from the Mall of Georgia in Beaufort. Coveted brands like De Beers Code of Origin Diamonds, Mikimoto, Roberto Coin, fine Swiss watches, and so much more. Visit Tara Fine Jewelry Company in Beaufort today.
Have your previous remodeling experiences been stressful? Hi, this is Candace from Exovations, and have I got a tip for you. Use Exovations and get a completely different experience. We're a state licensed contractor, show up on time, provide you a project schedule, a fixed price, and your project delivered on time, on budget, and without all that stress that you usually hear about in construction. Schedule your free quote today at exovations.com.
I'm consumer investigator Dale Cardwell.
And I'm Monica Pearson. Dale and I have worked together for years, first at WSB, and today helping you find Georgia's best companies and sharing why they're the best.
Monica, one of the first companies I researched and recommended is Amco Transmissions and Total Car Care. For more than a dozen years, they've consistently met my 7-point standard and honored my Make It Right guarantee. And I know you believe in Amco just as much as I do.
Dale, over the years, we've both reported about people getting taken advantage of. So I'm keenly aware what it takes to deliver not just great performance, but great customer service. People who follow my advice literally stop me on the street and thank me for referring them to Amco.
We all need mechanics we can trust for correct diagnosis, efficient repair, and fair price. Not just for transmission repair, but engines, brakes, check engine lights, and so much more. Call the locally owned Amco near you.
And I know their nationwide warranty protects you everywhere.
That's AA
MCO.
Live from the Superior Plumbing Studios.
News,
weather, traffic. 95.5 WSB.
Atlanta's News and Talk.
At 6:30, I'm Bill Caiaccio. News sponsored by Mark Spain Real Estate. Our top local story, a ruling on the eve of the election by the Georgia Supreme Court impacts thousands of absentee voters in Cobb County.
There is no longer an extension of the absentee ballot receipt deadline.
ACLU of Georgia Legal Director Corey Isaacson says last week a lower court gave over 3,000 voters whose absentee ballots were mailed out late a few extra days to return them, but the state Supreme Court ruling today overruled it. It means all absentee ballots must be returned to Cobb County elections by 7 p.m. tomorrow night when the polls close. Georgia Secretary of State Brad Raffensperger is promising they are ready for this election.
Your local election officials will work around the clock tomorrow to ensure everything runs smoothly.
He expects over 1 million voters could show up to vote on Tuesday after about 4 million voted early. Fulton County election officials want to reassure residents and the nation they are ready.
County Commission Chair Rob Pitts knows Fulton County will be in the spotlight Tuesday and is quick to note several audits and investigations determined previous criticism and suspicion were baseless.
Everyone concluded that our elections were open, fair, and transparent.
The county says that's going to continue in new and improved fashion with their streamlined new elections hub. Elections Board Chair Sherry Allen expects results being posted by 8 p.m.
Whoever the residents have voted for, my job is not to be partisan. I'm here to represent all the residents of Fulton County.
Veronica Waters, 95.5 WSB.
63 degrees in Atlanta. A few passing showers possible tonight. Will there be more rain this week? WSB meteorologist Christina Edwards has Atlanta Radio's only 5-day forecast coming up. New security measures are put in place in Gwinnett County to make voters feel safe on Election Day.
Additional officers, extra training, full staffing of the Headquarters Coordination Center, and Real-Time Crime Center all put in place to keep Gwinnett voters safe.
We're going to be out here monitoring things, making sure there's no shenanigans and everybody behaves and everybody feels safe when they're going to go cast their vote.
And even though the sheriff's office places deputies in the polling locations, Gwinnett Police Corporal Juan Matiedo says they are putting in extra patrols throughout the day. Lisa Nicholas, 95.5 WSB.
The wife of a prominent Atlanta attorney is found guilty of murdering her husband and burning his body. A Cherokee County jury today finds Melody Ferris guilty on all counts in the 2018 death of her husband, Gary Ferris. His brother, John Ferris, reacts to the verdict.
While we have been anticipating this verdict for a long time and are pleased with the jury's decision, we struggle with mixed emotions.
Police say Melody Ferris shot and killed her husband inside their home and tried to dispose of his body and evidence by burning it. The Jacksonville Sheriff's Office says there is more to those viral videos from the Georgia-Florida football game than meets the eye. They show deputies using force to restrain fans, but the Sheriff's Office says today some context is needed. Jacob Warpole with the Sheriff's Office says one fan, Walter Brown, threatened deputies.
So at this point, Walter Brown has just made statements indicating that he intends to use deadly force or great bodily harm against the officers simply because he's being ejected from the stadium.
He says Brown was given several chances to comply with officers. Later in the game, 3 people were bothering other fans and refused to leave. They, too, resisted officers. A Cherokee County man who stole more than $1 million from his own mother receives a hefty sentence.
Thomas North III is sentenced to 40 years with the first 10 years to serve in prison after pleading guilty to 37 charges. He's accused of neglect, exploitation, and stealing $1.35 million from his mother as her power of attorney. He's also ordered to pay back that entire amount he stole. The Woodstock police investigation began when a family member discovered the victim's bank account was depleted and she was being evicted from her assisted living facility for failing to pay rent. Cheryl Castro, 95.5 WSB.
It is now 6:34. This news is sponsored by Findlay Roofing. It's time now for live team coverage of traffic and weather. And Triple Team traffic starts with Smile and Mark McKay.
We'll get some relief, Bill, leaving DeKalb County, heading through Norcross on I-85 northbound. It's difficult leaving 285, turning past Jimmy Carter Boulevard. Had a crash up by Steve Reynolds exit 103 in a travel lane. Appears to be moved to the shoulder, but it's left an impact on 285 as you work your way out of Doryville eastbound on the inner loop, trying to get on I-85 north and out of Tucker. That northbound jam begins right as you approach I-285. Cannot lose the delays through downtown Midtown Atlanta. Veronica Rell, Courier Carrier Traffic Center.
Not at all, and it looks like now we got a new hiccup, getting word of a crash connector 7585 northbound as you approach I-20 over in the central lane. Delays stretch back to Langford Parkway 166. Over on 75 southbound, you pack in at Howell Mill, and looking at delays 85 southbound to start back around Georgia 400. Triple Team Traffic 95.5 WSB.
Now Atlanta Radio's only 5-day forecast with meteorologist Christina Edwards.
Cloudy skies this evening, breezy as well. A few areas of light rain showers or drizzle possible. Lows tonight in the low 60s. Tomorrow, sunshine through the afternoon, high 77. More cloud cover for Wednesday with scattered rain showers. Morning low 65, afternoon high 72. Thursday, rain showers in the morning, becoming partly cloudy through the afternoon hours, high 75. And a mix of sun and clouds on Friday, high 78.
Right now, 63 in Midtown Atlanta, 61 in Noonan, and 59 in Dunwoody. More news at 7 o'clock. Breaking news when it happens. I'm Bill Caiaccio, 95.5 WSB.
The polls say it's a dead heat.
The fate of our nation is in your hands.
Election day is tomorrow.
Your vote is your voice.
Whatever happens in this election.
I'm going to bring you jobs back.
I'm feeling very optimistic.
We've got election day covered.
Tune in throughout the day to stay up to date.
You got to get out and vote. Just go out and vote.
We are focused on the future.
95.5 WSB.
Your 2024 election station.
A lifetime warranty says a lot about a company. Lifetime is a long time. Home Fix It Show host Dave Baker here. I can't think of a better place to have a lifetime warranty than on the roof of your home. It covers everything you own and love. That's why I love Findlay Roofing. Only Findlay Roofing, the roof guys, provide a lifetime leak-free warranty on labor and materials at no additional cost. Nobody else does that. Other roofers charge you more for a lesser warranty. Finley replaced the roof on my home and over 65,000 other homes locally. They've mastered the roof replacement process with impeccable, high-quality work. They've seen it all, they've replaced it all, and they've warrantied it all. With the Finley Roofing Lifetime Warranty, you'll never have to worry about your roof ever again. Time to replace your roof? Think of Finley first. Schedule your free roof analysis. No obligation, no charge at finleyroofing.com.
Roof. Yancey Bros says thank you for using us as the place to buy or rent equipment that helps build roads and homes, landscape neighborhoods, and assist on big or small projects. Come join us for fun at Yancey's newly renovated Gwinnett location on Hurricane Trail Road from November 11th through the 14th. 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. we will have free lunch, daily raffles for cat apparel, special machine pricing, and much more. Yancey Bros grand reopening in Tequila from November 11th through the 14th. Visit yanceybros.com/Gwinnett reopening.
Hit by a delivery truck? SteelHorseLaw.com, specializing in motorcycle accidents with trucks.
Hey, are you feeling the impact of the recent changes in the timeshare industry? Well, my friends at Lone Star Transfer, they are the only company I trust to help you. Now, they have an A-plus rating with the Better Business Bureau, and they have thousands of five-star reviews. Now, their customer service is their top priority. Now, for a free consultation and a guaranteed solution, call now at 833-594-0075. That's 833-594-0075. On the web, it's LoneStarTransfer1word.com.
Well, they finally released some of that AI for that iPhone 16, and they say the camera acutance is better, but
Acutance.
I ain't going to believe it until I see it.
Acutance.
Is that true, or did you just say that to fit in the word of the day?
One of the AI updates, so they're going to have like 15 AI updates between now and December. They sold these phones because of all the Apple Intelligence AI, get it? And but none of it was actually in the phone when they bought it, and just slowly you get it. So my son has one. I don't know if the camera has been updated yet, but it will be, and the acutance will be addressed at that point. But
still so much focus on the camera. Why?
Because what else are you going to do?
It's good enough.
What else are you going to do?
Meanwhile,
what are you going to do with the phone? You can't make it thinner, and
I need a better calculator.
They're
AI.
changing the calculator.
AI is coming.
They got rid of the all clear, I think.
My son was home with the, watching the Bills game, my youngest son, and he's got the new one. So I asked him about it, and he held up the phone victoriously and and it's got that little stupid glowy thing that goes on around it. That's worth all the money right there. There's your Apple.
What's the glowy thing?
It's if you hit the side button, there's like a glow, like a colorful glow.
A little LED light?
Perfect for spraying.
It's perfect for spraying.
I gotta go. I'm gonna go get one right now.
Can you change the color of the glow?
I imagine that you can.
Is it purple?
Oh, now I'm in.
It's purple. Purple.
Great.
Purple. Hey, you want to hear what Elon Musk said about democracy on Joe Rogan?
Yes, please.
Stay tuned because I will be making videos on this.
He makes a good point, but in typical Elon fashion, he takes 30 seconds to say what should have taken about 11.
If you don't have freedom of speech, you don't have democracy. Okay, because if you don't have freedom of speech, people cannot make an informed vote. If they're just being fed propaganda, and there's no freedom of speech, democracy is an illusion. So freedom of speech is the bedrock of democracy. That's why freedom of speech is the First Amendment. Once you lose freedom of speech, you lose democracy. Game over. Game over. Game over. Game over.
Wow, did you hear about that squirrel?
Joe Rogan. They have to talk about the squirrel.
The New York State they go in and
they killed the squirrel.
And the guy couldn't even feed his horses or go pee.
And by the way,
wow.
I don't think that they should have killed that squirrel. But I do find it interesting that more Americans care about that squirrel than the 1 million people who have died in Ukraine. They get emotional about a squirrel, which I don't think, unless we find out that, I want to know what the squirrel was doing in the OnlyFans video.
I don't think you do. I don't think you want to know.
Do you know something? It's not a Richard Gere situation. Please tell me.
No, I don't actually know anything.
There's no way that cowboy hat would fit.
There's no positive that comes out of it.
You love that cowboy hat.
Listen,
Well, the fact that there's an
you
OnlyFans
you
page
dress
is
up
there.
you dress up a rodent in a cowboy hat. I'm laughing for hours. You kidding me? That's that's
saying-
hillbilly hilarious.
What about that water skiing squirrel that they used to show on ESPN all the time?
That was very, very no cowboy hat. The one thing I used to say is, if you put a cowboy hat on that water skiing squirrel, I would be open to it. But no, not enough flair.
People are
for me.
saying that Peanut the squirrel is this year's Harambe in the election cycle.
Wasn't Harambe?
Harambe was in the 2016 election cycle.
Yeah, but people got mad because they didn't let Harambe kill a kid.
Right.
Is that what, as I recall, that was the
Drag a
scandal.
kid across
Once the 7-year-old got into Harambe's area, we were supposed to step back and
That's
let
right.
nature take over.
No justice for Harambe.
I guess somebody would. Did they kill Harambe?
They did.
Yes.
Couldn't they have just put him to sleep?
Easier to get the gun. They didn't have the dart.
Tranquilize, not
Didn't
put them
have-
to sleep, because that's also killing them.
Yeah, that's true when it comes to an
Yeah.
animal putting to sleep. But you knew what I meant.
No.
Yes, you
Trump was
did.
able to
Okay, I
Trump
did.
was able to use Harambe as kind of a springboard into that
Little
election.
Peanut, the porn star squirrel.
So this time,
Go out and vote for Peanut.
People are saying that Peanut might be the springboard to help him get over the top this time.
Well, it's a little bit of a look into bureaucracy, but it's a
Yes.
little late. It's a little late. Something like 80 million people have already voted before tomorrow. So
Who do you think that squirrel was going to vote for?
I think
Then I'll know.
whoever was going to give him the next nut. And that's why I want to see these OnlyFans videos.
That's mine too. Yeah.
Mm. That's the same reason the autumn votes.
Where's my next nut?
Where's my neck? Where's my neck? Oh, stop it.
No,
Tim's like,
I'm holding
I've
back.
got so
I
many
have-
jokes.
I am holding back.
He has so many squirrel nut jokes. I don't know what
Squirrel nut zippers.
I don't know what's on his mind.
This
What would
is
happen
not
to
the
them?
time for this, you guys. There's an
Yeah, with a
election.
serious.
I know. We need
There's
to be.
an election.
Nobody can believe that.
Kamala
like,
killed the squirrel.
George Clark is
Kamala!
during the break. He's like, "So who do you think's going to win?" And I'm like, "I don't know. Why
He's
do I
fretting.
need? Why do I need to decide?" It's like I'm perfect. I'm unlike most people in this country. Tomorrow, unless we get to like 11:30, and there's say one state, and we'll know in 45 minutes. In that situation, I would stay up to find out. But if we get to 11:15 tomorrow night, and it's up in the air, I'm just going to go to bed. Whatever happens,
You wake up in the
whatever
morning.
happens, I'm in charge of my happiness. Whatever happens,
Well,
my
you
goal.
and the Bills.
My goal. Well, huh? What?
I said you and the Bills are in charge of your happiness. You
No,
like to think that the Bills
I'm-
don't have control of it. but
They don't anymore. You'd be surprised, man. I take that half a gummy before every game. I mean, there were points yesterday where it looked like the Dolphins were going to come into Buffalo and get the job done, and I didn't punch anything. I didn't yell. I swear to God, it's like
all the tables are intact.
yeah, for my family, it's like having Matthew McConaughey there with him. It's like, hey, man,
Chill out, man.
sometimes
It's just a football
that's
game.
right. Sometimes you play well, sometimes they don't. You know, but hey, if you told me that 9 weeks into the season they'd be 7-2, and
You wouldn't have believed
Josh
it.
would have thrown 3 interceptions, I'm happy. Do I
You-
think they have enough to go all the way? But I'm happy.
I got a little upset yesterday until
Falcons did great yesterday.
Hell yeah, we
I
did.
told
I
them
heard-
on my other screen. Yes.
I said I got a little upset yesterday until I heard this. Why did you yell, Daddy?
See? Now you're performing. And, you know, the answer in a very loud voice is none of your business.
Well, I thought that, but
No, that's the opportunity to introduce him to sports.
Yeah, bring him in. Bring him into our
Ruin his
sad
life.
life.
I tried to show him, and I said, "Those are the Bills. They're playing football. What's that?"
Yeah, so you got to start sodas. Okay, kid, get out of here.
All right, this is a
They
flanker
gotta-
back, kid.
I think your mom's
I've
got
never
some.
seen you passionate about anything I've done, Daddy.
No, that's not true.
I think your mommy's got some fruit roll-ups for you. You want to go to
His
the kitchen.
soccer games are great.
Yeah, you love him, huh? How about you his technical prowess on the pitch?
Daddy, cars.
Is anything other than completely boring.
Loves soccer.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, good. It's good to see them happy. Run them around. They get tired.
I know. I wish it was every
What?
day.
When he's 3? At 3
Yeah.
years old, they just bunch up, right? They just all go
No,
to the
they
ball.
practice bouncing on their knee, and the only thing they don't do the head thing.
Yeah,
well, of
that's
course,
gone.
that's not good for you.
Do they run the triangle defense?
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. I'm not big into soccer.
Triangle defense was also made as a very big
Basketball.
basketball. That's what happened. That's the change that was made when What's-His-Face took over for What's-His-Face as coach of the Chicago Bulls when Michael Jordan was there. And they put in the triangle
Yeah, that guy who won all those championships. We can't remember. I can't remember his name. No.
Phil
Jackson.
Huh?
Phil Jackson.
Phil Jackson. And he took over for Doug
Not
Collins.
Hartman.
Doug Collins.
And then Lakers.
Isn't that something? You win all those championships, and then your name just slips people's minds.
Nah, not really. Most people who like basketball, but there's just nobody left who likes basketball. That's the problem. Smiling Mark. I mean, there are some people. But
Jared.
Jared just likes anything with the ATL.
Well, we had this weekend alone, guys. This is I can't remember the last time this happened, but we had the Falcons win, we had the Hawks win, we had United win, and we had a fourth victory in there too. So I'm blanking on the fourth one.
UGA won?
That's right. Yeah, literally 4 victories in one weekend. I can't remember the last time.
I told Kayachio that I did a favor for every Bulldogs passionate fan because I'm a fan, but I'm somewhat casual. I didn't grow up with it. Every time I tuned in, Carson Beck threw an interception. So I just stopped tuning. Like, I would tune in later, and they'd be leading. I'm like, oh, good, I'll watch for a while. Then he'd throw it in. So I just did everybody in Bulldogs Nation a favor, and I just tuned out, and they won the game. So I can't watch ranked teams not do well against unranked teams. It makes me feel intrinsically embarrassed.
This open micer was watching.
Well, hold on. We got to go because otherwise we'll be here until after 7, and then what's going on tonight?
We got UGA versus Tennessee Tech basketball.
Yeah, come on. We got some basketball coming. So everybody loves basketball on the radio. Smiling Mark says it's jammed on a busy road in Decatur. He won't tell you which one it is.
I'll tell you what it is right now because our Andrew Seco spotted this crash. Fire department in the intersection as well. Busy roadway. That's North Druid Hills and Lawrenceville Highway. So that's slowing the ride, trying to get onto Highway 78. West side perimeter is all jammed up as you leave South Cobb Drive, exit 15. DOT's reporting a crash just south of Hollowell Parkway, exit 12 at the I-20 interchange, and 285 is still in recovery mode as you leave Dunwoody through Doraville, trying to get into the Tucker region. Still working the brake lights in downtown Atlanta, watching at the Coolray Carrier Traffic Center. Sydney Dart.
Yeah, still dealing with that crash on I-75 northbound, approaching I-20 right there near Fulton Street, sitting in one center lane, adding to some of your delays on the downtown connector. Speaking of delays, 75, 85 northbound and southbound, both looking pretty jammed up. If you're headed towards the city, you're going to start hitting those brake lights on 75 southbound right around Howell Mill. And a similar story, 85 northbound, you are slowing and going pretty much until once you come off of 400. This report is sponsored by Affordable Dentures and Implants. Get your smile back. Affordable Dentures and Implants in the Atlanta area make new smiles affordable every day. Call 1-800-DENTURE for the location near you. Affordable Dentures and Implants. Go ahead and smile. Triple Team Traffic 95.5 WSB.
Election Day 2024. Your vote counts.
I will stop the invasion.
Listen all day and night for up-to-the-minute election coverage.
We are focused on the needs of the American.
Election Day is tomorrow. And beginning at 6 p.m. tomorrow night, listen for our special in-depth election coverage with results and analysis. 95.5 WSB, your 2024 election station.
The following is a paid commercial announcement.
Kamala Harris worked with Joe Biden to make things cost less for all Americans. Here are a few examples of what they did. They made a rule that prescription drugs can't cost more than $2,000 for people on Medicare like seniors and the disabled. They lowered the cost of inhalers to $35. They lowered hearing aid prices by making them available over the counter. And they lowered the price of insulin to $35 per month. Paid for by American Independent Radio.
Attention men, are you suffering from ED or PE? Here's an important message from Choice Men's Health.
I'm Dr. Katz and I'm the Chief Medical Director at Choice Men's Health. Are you performing the way you want to in the bedroom? If the answer is no and you've tried Viagra, Cialis, and Levitra and were disappointed, then you need to come see us immediately. If you don't see results on the first visit, then there's no charge. Many of our patients have medical conditions such as diabetes, hypertension, obesity, and prostate problems. I'm happy to say that we have 98% success rate with all our patients. Our customized solutions will allow you to perform within 10 minutes and last an hour and even longer. You can regain your love life and tackle your ED and PE problems. Guys, your partner will never complain again. Our clinic has the most affordable prices, so if you visit other clinics and you're not completely satisfied, then you need to call Choice Men's Health.
Regain your love life regardless of your age or medical history. Choice Men's Health guarantees results on your first visit or you pay nothing. Call now, 404-400-1170. That's 404-400-1170.
Imagine finding your dream home and moving in right away. No waiting to sell your old place first. Sounds perfect, right? Well, that's exactly what Orchard's Move First, Sell Later program lets you do. Hey, it's Eric Von Hessler. Here's how it works. Orchard gives you cash so you can buy and move into your new home first on your timeline. No waiting, no showings, no double moves. Then the Orchard experts take it from there. They'll handle repairs on your old home and make price-boosting upgrades at no upfront cost. Once they're done, a local Orchard agent lists and sells your home for top dollar. Orchard's Move First program gives you the freedom to buy and move into your new home first and sell your old home later. Buy before you sell and get top dollar for your home with Orchard. Ready to find out how much your home is worth? Visit Orchard.com to get your free home valuation. That's Orchard.com.
When it comes to making plans, you are the best. What about those round trips that you plan in advance, which are perfect on your way there and perfect on your way back? Or those meetings with friends for which you make a group chat 3 months before so that nobody or anything is missing? Or your daughter's first birthday party. You planned it with such dedication that instead of the first, it felt like our 15s. The same way you plan each detail for those moments. Start planning to protect you and your loved ones from a natural disaster. Sign up for local weather and emergency alerts. Prepare an emergency kit and make a family communications plan. Protecting your family is the best plan you can make. Get started at ready.gov/plan.
Brought to you by FEMA and the Ad Council.
Overhead Door Company of Atlanta is hiring residential garage door technicians and installers. You can earn a hiring bonus up to $2,500. Apply today at overheaddooratlanta.com. Overheaddooratlanta.com.
Hey, it's Scott Slade for FGA Roofing. If your home's exterior could use an updated look, or maybe one of your neighbor's designer roofs has caught your eye, and your current roof has started to show its age, then now's the perfect time to check out FGA Roofing for the latest in architectural shingles, timberland shingles, and more. Slate, tile, wood shake, cedar roofs, FGA has them all. FGA Roofing offers 0% financing for 12 months with your good credit. Get the roof you want now and pay over time. Click firstgaroof.com. That's firstgaroof.com.
All right. Jared Yamamoto, Greg Russ, Tim Andrews, George Clark, Autumn Fisher. I didn't leave her last because she's a woman. That's not at all what happened.
I was wondering why I was getting in line.
Because
that's respect. It's like
respect.
the dad on the sitcom who got the last billing in the opening credits.
Also starring my co-host.
Oh,
just
that's
check her
right.
Facebook
And the
page.
rest.
Autumn Fisher. Well, see, every day. I mean, I know she's in Maryland, but we have like a Zoom call. We prepare the show together every day. People don't know that. I don't talk about it a lot. She doesn't talk a lot about it.
A lot of people
but
say that it's 60% her, 40% you.
a lot of people do. And then there's the people who don't. But a lot of people do. And the ones that do, I think that they're a little short. I'd say it's 75-25. But she said to me a long time ago, like 10 years ago, I don't know if you remember this, Autumn, you said an audience isn't ready for a female host.
Ready for a female host. That's
so,
right. That's
so
what
let me use, she's kind of like, what's that story about the love letter, the love poems for, it was with the nose.
Cyrano?
Cyrano. She's my Cyrano de Bergerac when it comes to radio humor. She supplies me with everything that I say. And every once in a while, on this, the eve of the last day of the election season, I just want to, thank you, Autumn Fisher.
Hey, you're welcome.
Because, I'm probably going to still make a lot more money than you, and you're the reason the show is. So every once in a while.
Yeah.
She's not in it
That's
for
okay.
that.
She's not in it for that. She's in it for she's an artist.
No, that's the wrong approach. Because if you really want to make money, Autumn, you need to lean into the fact that men want you to be quiet. So you say, you want me to be quiet? Pay me to be quiet.
Ooh. Dun, dun, dun. All right, we have a special round table tomorrow. It's going to be me as Shelly. I want to say Shelly. It's going to be Eric Erickson.
Aram.
Chris Chandler will be the host. That'll go from 6 to 8. Our show will end at 6 tomorrow. We'll do that from 6 to 8. And then I'll get home and start working on the whiskey fungus. Tonight we got basketball, no Shelly. We will be back tomorrow. 3 p.m., Election Day. Another big radio show for you. But until then, continue on your journey. Hey, by the way, thank you, Greg, for sticking around. And the rest of you, too. And I guess the audience, all of you. Thanks to everybody. Continue on your journey. Do not piss off the Jew.
656 following delays on 285 on the west side, leaving South Cobb Drive difficult trying to get by a crash on 285 southbound, the outer loop south of Hollowell Parkway at the I-20 interchange. Starting to ease up on the east side perimeter, leaving I-85 past the Stone Mountain Freeway. Still difficult on the right lanes of 285 east, approaching I-85 out of Doraville. Traffic brought to you by Reliable Heating and Air. Stop paying for expensive heating and air repairs or home warranties. Get a reliable protection plan for just $14.99 a month. Enjoy 100% parts and labor coverage for any age, system maker, model. Smile Mark McKay, 95.5 WSB.
Money Update. From WSB consumer expert Clark Howard. Sponsored by Reliable Heating and Air.
Amazon and Walmart now are offering same-day delivery for prescription drugs. They're going to be a lot cheaper for you than going to CVS or Walgreens, and you get that same day. In Walmart's case, they're offering 30-minute delivery of prescriptions. Amazon, same day. This is going to spread all over the country with both Amazon and Walmart.
The following is a paid commercial announcement.
Americans love using their credit cards, the most secure and hassle-free way to pay. But D.C. politicians want to change that with the Durbin-Marshall credit card bill. This bill lets corporate megastores pick how your credit card is processed, allowing them to use untested payment networks that jeopardize your data security and rewards. Corporate megastores will make more money, and you pay the price. Tell Congress to guard your card, because Americans lose when politicians choose. Learn more at guardyourcard.com. Paid for by the Electronic Payments Coalition.
Men, if you're suffering from ED or PE, Priority Men's Medical Center will get your love life back in just one visit. Their painless, breakthrough medical treatments eliminate ED and PE. Here's a specialist in men's health.
I'm Dr. Simovitz. Have Viagra or Cialis let you down? Priority Men's Medical Center offers the most effective treatments that eliminate ED and PE, with men lasting longer than ever. 98% of patients see instant results on their first visit.
Priority Men's Medical Center's breakthrough treatments will restore your love life regardless of age or medical history. Your consultation and first treatment are free. Plus, you'll see instant results in the office. Plus, qualified patients will have their testosterone checked free. Call 404-885-8885. 404-885-8885. To regain your love life in just one visit, call now. 404-885-8885.
Yancey Bros says thank you for using us as the place to buy or rent equipment that helps build roads and homes, landscape neighborhoods, and assist on big or small projects. Come join us for fun at Yancey's newly renovated Gwinnett location on Hurricane Trail Road from November 11th